Alabama Crimson Tide's run from 2008 to 2022 was nothing short of legendary. Under Nick Saban's leadership starting in 2007, Alabama claimed 6 national championships with a mind-blowing 196-28 record, and it has led to Saban almost universally being known as the greatest coach of all time. With this in mind, I've taken on a challenge, surpassing Saban's incredible tenure at Alabama. To do this, I've recreated the 2008 Alabama roster, a really good team but not the best in the country, and given myself until the end of the 2023 season to win 7 national titles, giving me 1 more than Saban. But this is where things get interesting in this challenge. I'll be adding the top 24 recruits from each real-life recruiting class into College Football 25. Then this game doesn't let you create prospects from scratch or customize them fully, so I had to get creative with how I bring these top recruits into the fold. For each season, I'm going to start with a list of the top 24 recruits from the real-life recruiting class, and these are full of some of the greatest college and NFL players of all time. Then, since College Football 25 doesn't allow me to create prospects like you could in NCAA 14, I've had to come up with a workaround. First, I dive into the game's recruiting pool and look for players who match up with the real-life recruits I'm targeting. Now, it's not just about their position. I'm also looking for their play style, physical attributes, and overall fit. For example, if I'm trying to bring in a dual threat quarterback, I'm searching for someone in the game who fits that mold while targeting a player from that state or at least their area of the country. Then once I find the closest match, I assign that in-game recruit to represent their real-life player. By using this approach, I'm able to inject real-life talent into the game, creating a more dynamic and immersive rebuild. Then the guys I don't sign will sign with other schools across the country, and as we progress through the sim, real-life players will be spread all throughout the rest of the college football world. So during the course of these 16 seasons, I will be hopping in and watching some of the biggest games live, like the SEC Championship, and we're going to follow along with the brand new college football playoff system that is new to this game. Now, if you've got any suggestions for other historic teams I should take on in future rebuilds, drop a comment down below. Alrighty, boys, so here we go, my 2008 Alabama reset, and we are about to get going. Now, this is obviously on College Football 25, so I did do a lot of these kind of rebuilds in NCAA 14. I do these a little bit different than any other rebuild you will see on YouTube. I actually try to make the classic team, put the roster in the game, and then we use real life recruiting classes to actually, recruit from. So real life players are going to be on our Alabama team, plus they're going to be spread out through the rest of the teams in college football. So I think it adds a lot more depth and just gets you a lot more invested because you feel like you actually know who the players are instead of just a random bunch of names. So that is kind of the idea with how I do my rebuilds. It's going to be 16 seasons, and basically it's the Nick Saban challenge. So I got to try to win 6 national championships in 16 seasons. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in this College Football 25. It's a lot harder because I don't really play the game, and we're actually just being the coach. So we're doing the recruiting. We're going to hop in and watch some games live, so we'll actually get to see our team play, but we are not going to be, down to down actually playing. So it's, it's up to the sim to decide if we win. So we're going to try our best, but I think it's going to be real. If we win 3, I've only done one kind of practice season to practice with the recruiting. I've watched some videos to kind of see what the process is like, but it is going to be, I think, a much harder thing to win this many national championships in College Football 25 as opposed to NCAA 14. Now, what I did to actually get my historic roster, so I made 2008 Alabama's roster, and what I actually had to do is I actually had to make a new Alabama squad in the team builder and then import it. So we got Greg McElroy as our quarterback. We also have John Parker Wilson. John Parker Wilson actually started this year, but I'm going to play Greg McElroy, who's a sophomore. Now, I made these rosters in the team builder app. If anyone's done the team builder, it doesn't actually show you what the guy's overall is that you create until you're actually bring it into NCAA. You can choose their speed, you can choose their throw power, all that stuff, but it doesn't actually show you, okay, this makes this guy an 84 overall. So I kind of had to just guess, and so not all the ratings I'd say are perfect, but it's going to be a fun just place to start, and then we're going to recruit real life guys, and we'll kind of get into that in a minute. But we have Greg McElroy, John Parker Wilson. Anybody with the little apostrophe beside their name is a real life player. That's just how I like to signify it. So there are going to be some guys, because they basically actually give you a just random roster in the NCAA team builder. So I tried to go through and like drop guys overall that were too high, but it was hard. There are some guys I kind of missed. So we do have some players who aren't real life who are pretty good. We got Glenn Coffey and Mark Ingram as a true freshman coming in. He's going to be an 80 overall. Interesting thing with this too, guys, is I can adjust their overalls when I was creating these guys, and I can adjust their size. I can adjust, you know, what their face looks like, but I can't adjust their development trait. So that's kind of random. So Mark Ingram happens to be a star development trait as a freshman. So luckily but he could have been normal. He could have been impact. So luckily Mark Ingram actually looks like he could turn into a pretty good player. Moving on to wide receiver, we have superstar freshman. I probably wouldn't have made him a 91. He's probably a little bit higher than he should have been, probably like an 85, 86, 87, but he had almost 1,000 yards as a true freshman for Alabama. He's an absolute freak show. Obviously it is Julio Jones, 6'3". He's got star development trait number 8, already some really good abilities as well. I also went in and I tried to give them, for a lot of our real life guys, I tried to make them look like their real life counterpart. So I gave him the old Revo. I didn't find a good dreads for him, but I gave him the good Revo helmet, rocking number 8 Julio Jones. So he's going to be maybe our best player on our team as a true freshman. Absolute freak. We also got Mike McCoy at wide receiver, and there's supposed to be another one. I don't know where he went. There should be Mays. Moving into tight end, I actually made this Nick Walker guy. He was their starting tight end. I actually made him a 95 overall. He's not actually that good. I think I just made his run blocking a little too good and it made him really high. He's a senior though, so we're only going to have him for 1 year. We got Andre Smith at left tackle, who ended up being a really good college player, first round pick in the NFL draft. We got James Carpenter as one of our younger offensive linemen, who was a first round pick by the Seahawks in the NFL draft. Then we just have some good interior offensive linemen, guards, and center. Right tackle, we have Drew Davis, who's a junior, pretty good, 86 overall. We got Brandon Diedrich, 83 overall at D end. Wolfirk at the other one. Then on the inside, I kind of made Terrence. So Terrence Cody was their big run stuffer, 6'4", 366 pounds, junior. Then they had Josh Chapman. I made this guy probably a little higher than I meant to. I meant to make him like an 84, and I meant to make Cody like an 88. But that's where they kind of ended up. But yeah, Chapman and Cody are our 2 D tackles. Left outside, we got this Bolden guy who's actually like an auto gem player who I kind of missed, who's actually really good on outside linebacker. Then we got Corey Reamer, who is a real life player. Inside backers is really cool. We have Rolando McClain, sophomore, and then we got Dante Hightower coming in as a freshman. So here are 2 of our absolute just stud middle linebackers who are going to be locking it down in our 3-4 defense. Other outside linebackers, we got Eric Anders. We got a young Courtney Upshaw on the way. Unlucky kind of. He came in with a normal development trait, so that's all just going to be kind of random. I couldn't actually assign that. Whereas if we look at Rolando has a star development and Donta has impact. So both them have higher than normal. Moving on to corners, we got this Jaleel West, who's just an auto gen. Then we got Kareem Jackson, who was really good at Bama, ended up having a really long NFL career. Javier Arenas, who was a really good nickel corner for them. Free safety, we got Rashad Johnson. I had to put the I beside him. It wouldn't let me put the apostrophe. It was saying it was like a dirty word or something. I guess Johnson's dirty. So I'd put the little I beside him just to signify. But Rashad Johnson, real safety, who was good for them. We have this Malik Prather, who's a auto gen guy who's pretty good. And then we got freshman Mark Barron as well, who's really good at Bama. Ended up having a good NFL career too. So this is what our overall roster looks like. So it's good. It's definitely not OP. We have a decent, okay quarterback. I mean, Julio Jones is our big time weapon. He's got star development trait, 5-star, gonna be an absolute freak show for us. But that is basically the roster we are starting with. Then we get into recruiting. So we are going to go through the quarterbacks right now. We'll go through each position group. We'll look at the real life guys first. Then we'll look at the we'll look at the players in that position group that I'm interested in going after here. We have 35 guys we can target at the start of each year. So we'll try to fill up our board, obviously. So for quarterback, we have 4 real life quarterbacks. The next one we have here is Andrew Luck. And Andrew Luck obviously played at at Stanford. Here he's going to be a big 5-star recruit, number 12 player in the country. He's not actually interested in us. He's looking at Washington, Oregon, Texas, USC, and Ohio State. 12th player in the country. So him and RG3 are the two big quarterbacks. Next quarterback we have is going to be Derek Carr. Now, Derek Carr is from California, played at Fresno State, obviously drafted by the Raiders in the NFL draft, plays with New Orleans right now. He's going to be a field general archetype, 4-star recruit looking at Washington, Colorado, USC, Cal, Minnesota. And then our last real life quarterback is going to be AJ McCarron. Now, McCarron is from Bama, actually played for the Crimson Tide, was their starting quarterback for a few years. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, 127th player in the country. We'll add him to our board. So the two real life guys we're going after are RG3 and McCarron. Then we'll look at the rest of these QBs and just see if there's anybody else I want to go after. Not really. Maybe this guy. We'll go after him as well. Cam Figueroa. But we do have Greg McElroy, who's only a sophomore, so we don't desperately need a quarterback. But if we could get RG3, I'd be very excited. Okay, moving on to running back, and we have two real running backs. So the number one running back in this class is going to be Trent Richardson. He obviously played at Alabama. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit. Here you see also he's only 6 feet, 190 pounds. When we put him on a team, whoever he gets recruited by, obviously I can up hit. So he'll be 6 feet, 239 pounds. So he'll be way heavier. So we can always adjust that as well. He's looking at Tennessee, Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, and Ohio State. We're definitely going to add him. He's the 6th player in the whole country. Definitely would be a cool running back to have. Okay, next up we have Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy actually also played at Alabama. He's going to be a power back archetype, 4-star recruit. He's going to be looking at Nebraska, Texas, Florida, Alabama, Ohio State. I will also add him. We do also have Mark Ingram, so we probably don't have to go crazy here. I'm going to add this other 4-star and we'll call it good for running backs for now. Okay, moving to wide receivers, and we got 3 in this class. The first one is going to be Josh Gordon. Now, Gordon is from Texas. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, 18th player in the country, played at Baylor, played with the Browns in real life, had a really good career. So he's looking at A&M, TCU, Baylor, Texas, Houston, looking like he's going to stay in Florida. Next real life receiver is going to be Alshon Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey played at South Carolina. Really good college career, drafted by the Bears. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit. He's looking at Georgia, Auburn, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida. We're actually 7th on his board, but I probably won't go after him. Then our last real life guy is going to be Tavon Austin. Now, Tavon here is going to be a 4-star recruit. Obviously, Tavon was sick in college at West Virginia. He's going to be a 4-star route runner archetype, 5'8", 173. So pretty similar to his size, even though we can adjust that. He's looking at Clemson, Penn State, UNC, Bama, and Ohio State. We will add Tavon to our list. Then we'll kind of go through and we'll look at the non-auto gen guys. So here, 5-star, we're 3rd on his board. Here's another 5-star, we're 3rd. We'll add him. We do have Julio Jones, so we don't have to go too crazy here. And then here's another 50th player in the country. We're 2nd. We'll add him. Okay, moving to tight end. We have no real life tight end, so we'll just kind of go through this board. Now, this guy, he's a 5-star number 2 player in the country at tight end, and we have basically no tight end next year. Eli Spruce, he's going to be one of my number 1 players I'm going after really hard. He looks like us in Georgia are the favorites. He's from Georgia, so definitely going after him. Same with this dude from Texas, another 5-star. You don't see a lot of 5-star tight ends in this game always, so we have 3 right now, and 2 of them, this guy's from Texas. We're number 2 behind Texas. These 2 are going to be 2 of my number 1 targets for the whole recruiting class. Here's another 4-star. He's from Bama, who we'll add, and that is probably where we'll cut that off. Okay, now we move on to offensive line, and we have 2 offensive tackles, real life ones. The first one here is going to be DJ Fluker. Now, Fluker actually played at Alabama, absolutely massive human being, kind of a guard tackle, played tackle in college though. Here he's going to be a 4-star, 35th player in the country. We're actually 6th on his board. I might just add him just because he is really good, and we'll see what we can do with them. The other guy is going to be Taylor Lewan. Lewan played at Michigan, drafted by the Titans in the 1st round. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit looking at Ohio State, Kentucky, Florida, Clemson, and Tennessee. Tennessee. We're not really high on him at all. Here, 4-star who we're second, we'll add him. Yeah, it's really the offensive tackles we are not super high with. Maybe we'll go after this guy who we're second as well. Okay, moving on to offensive guards. The first one here is going to be Chance Warmack. Now, Warmack played at Alabama as well. You're going to see in these few years, there's a lot of Alabama guys in these recruiting lists because Alabama was so good and they were just recruiting so well. Here he's going to be a power archetype. In real life, he was a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. He's going to be looking at us, Ohio State, Florida, and Georgia. So we're second on his board. Definitely add him. Okay, then our other one is going to be Zach Martin here. Now, Zach Martin played at Notre Dame, plays for the Cowboys in the NFL draft or in the NFL. Going to be a 4-star recruit. We're actually second on his board as well, us in Texas. So we are going to add him as well. Looking through the rest of the guards, maybe this guy, he's from Alabama. We'll add him as well. So that is where we are sitting with our guards. Moving on to centers, all auto gens here. So we'll just kind of look here. We have a 4-star who we're third. That is really the only pretty high recruit that we are anywhere near the top. So we'll just add him. Moving on to defensive ends, and we're going to have 2 here. The first one is going to be Olivier Vernon. Now, Vernon played at Miami. Here he's going to be a big 5-star recruit, speed rusher archetype. Looks like a really good player. We're actually second on his board, so we're going to add him. Then the other guy, Khalil Mack. Now, Mack is from Florida, but actually went all the way to play up in Buffalo. Here he's going to be a speed rusher archetype. We'll make him a little shorter. He's only like 6'3", but 4-star recruit, 38th player in the country. Looks really good. We're second on his board as well. So it's us, Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, and Clemson. Then we'll just kind of look through the rest here. Zion Graf looks pretty good. We're number 2 on his board. We have a 4-star here who are first. So we'll add those 2, but our board is starting to fill up. So we got to be careful here. Okay, moving on to defensive tackles. And we do have 2 here as well. The first one is going to be Sheldon Richardson. Richardson's going to be a 5-star recruit. He played at Mizzou in real life, was a 1st or 2nd round pick by the Jets in the NFL. Really good in college. That's who he's looking at. We're not on his board really. The other one is going to be Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox played forever for the Eagles in the NFL. I'm still playing for them right now. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit. He played at Mississippi State in real life. Going to be a power rusher on the inside. We're sitting at 4. There's the rest of his schools. We will add him to our board. It doesn't really look like there's a ton else, so we'll just let it rock there. And the first outside linebacker we have is going to be Jarvis Jones. He's going to be a power rusher. He played at Georgia and USC in real life. Here he's going to be a big 5-star recruit, kind of outside pass rusher. We're 5th on his board. We will add him, but our board is starting to fill up pretty quick. Then we have 3 interior middle linebackers. So the first one is going to be Luke Kuechly. Now, Kuechly is from Ohio, but played at Boston College. 1st round pick by the Panthers in the NFL draft. Won a defensive player of the year in the NFL. He's going to be looking at Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Wisconsin. The other one here is going to be Bobby Wagner. Now, Wagner here is going to be a 4-star recruit. He's from California, played at Utah State, 2nd round pick in the NFL draft by the Seattle Seahawks. Here he's going to be a 4-star. There are the schools. We're not really in on him. We won't really go after him too hard. Through the middle linebackers though, here we do have a 5-star who we're 3rd on his list. Looks like a really good player. We are going to add him, not a ton else. And we do have Rolando McClain. We have some really good young guys there. Moving on to DBs. So starting with corners, the first one is going to be Mo Claiborne. Now, Claiborne played at LSU, got drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the top 10. Here he's going to be a man-to-man corner, 4-star recruit, and those are the 5 schools he's looking at. Then the other guy is going to be Stephon Gilmore. Gilmore played at South Carolina, drafted by the Bills, won a defensive player of the year with the New England Patriots. Here he's going to be a man-to-man corner looking at Florida, us, Georgia, Florida State, Nebraska. We will add him to our board. We also have a 5-star here who we will add. We're second on his board behind Florida as well. Yeah, we only have 5 targets left and we got safeties still. So we have no free safeties. We'll just kind of look. Yeah, nothing really at all there. Going to strong safeties. This is our last real life player. It is going to be Dre Kirkpatrick. He's from Alabama, played at Bama. He was actually a corner, but I didn't really have any good corners that fit him. So I moved him to safety here. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, 22nd player in the country. Us, Florida State, Auburn, Florida, and Georgia. We'll definitely add him to the board. And there's really not much else there. Then we got athletes here. here. We'll go through if there's any we missed. This guy's a good power rusher, 3rd in the country. We'll add him. Here's another good D tackle, another outside backer. Yeah, that'll be it. So that is going to be our draft board. Now I'm going to scout all these players right now and offer them all scholarships. But starting in week 1, we'll take a look at our board and I'll show you guys how we're kind of sitting with each one of these guys. I started out with a recruiter archetype with my head coach. So, you know, we're going to go hard on recruiting to start, and then we'll start branching out into other skill sets. But I want to start just really just locking down as many big time recruits as we can. Okay, now before we just get into the season here, we'll look at kind of the preseason top 25. So we're going to be sitting at number 6. Obviously, the rest of the roster right now is just what real life college football is. So like Georgia has all their real life guys from the game. Ohio State has Judkins and all their boys. So, you know, the rest of college football is the same. But as we start getting 3, 4, 5 years down the sim, you know, all the guys that we don't sign at Bama are going to be spread throughout the rest of college football. And it's going to be real life guys kind of all over the place. So then it gets really interesting as well. Preseason All-Americans, we are not really going to have... Oh, we got Julio and Nick Walker. So we got 2 preseason All-Americans on first team. Jarius Bolden at outside linebacker on second team. Then just before we get kind of into the season, we are going to go over our red shirts here. We'll just go through this really quick. So we'll do this Perry guy, running back. Yeah, none of these guys are going to be like auto gem players. So none of them are going to be, none of them are ever going to be red shirted. So we can probably redshirt a decent amount. We desperately need one of those tight ends next year. We have nothing at tight end. We'll do James Carpenter. Do this junior, sit him for a year. We'll play this Davis and then we can flip him. We have a lot of young linebackers. Oh, this guy actually could be pretty good. He's an 82 freshman. Didn't even notice him. Oh, do we have 2? Ooh, maybe we'll actually do Ashby this year. And then a bunch of freshmen here. Maybe we'll do Barron. We'll try to buy a year of Barron. So that is just quickly go through our red shirts. So now we are just going to sim. So I did all my scouting and stuff. We're going to sim to just week 1 here, and then I'll show you guys what our board is looking like. Okay, so we're going to get into recruiting here now. So here is going to be Robert Griffin III. We're going to be in number 3 for him. Now, I'm not going to go through recruiting every week with you guys just because it would get too much, but probably every 3 to 4 weeks, well, I'll show you guys what I'm kind of doing with recruiting and we'll kind of go through it. But starting with RG3, I scouted him. He's one of the gems. He's a number 3 player. Like, he is my number 1 guy we're trying to get. So we are going to send the house for him right away. Basically, our hours right up there. We have 1,000 hours to spend. We are going to be going all in on RG3. So start off with that. Then for our 2 auto gen quarterbacks, looks like we're a little closer on this guy here. We don't really desperately need a quarterback here. So maybe I'll go after this guy, but we'll just contact friends and family. So these are just basically the different amount of hours you can spend. So we have 1,000 hours to spend each week. So we just got to be kind of smart with how we do want to just divvy them out. Then here is going to be Trent Richardson. So we're number 4 for Richardson. I would love to have Trent Richardson. So we're going to send the house for him, even though we do have Mark Ingram. We're actually closer with Eddie Lacy though. So we don't really need a running back is the only thing that bad, but we'll go after Lacy a bit as well. We won't even go after the other running back we have. Then we move on to wide receiver, and the one real life receiver we are going after is going to be Tavon Austin, and he's actually a gem, 4-star recruit. We're starting a little lower with him. Oh, I forgot to offer him a scholarship. I missed on him. That actually might really screw us. I'm going to send the house. Not offering the scholarship put us a little bit behind the 8 ball right away, but we'll see if we can get back in on him. Then the rest of these guys are going to be auto gens. We're 4th, 3rd for the other 3 receivers we are going after. I like this guy. We're kind of all in the same range for all these dudes. This guy's actually a gem though, so we'll go send the house on him. And I don't know, I feel like we have a better shot with this Unga guy, so we'll go contact friends and family for him, and we'll just kind of let Bland go. Okay, then we have our 2 tight ends here, London and Spruce. If I could get both these guys, I would. I'm going all in on both. We have a shot with either. We have to get one of these guys. I'm sending the house for both these dudes. This guy's the number 2 player in the country as a tight end. This guy's number 20, and we have no tight end next year. And this guy's actually a gem. Okay, so we'll actually go for 25 for him. Okay, then we get to DJ Fluker, 4-star. We're definitely in the running on him. I'm going to send the house on Fluker. We don't need O tackles desperately bad right now, but we definitely could use 1 or 2. The other offensive tackles, this guy looks like we have a better shot at. We'll go contact friends and family for him. So then we go into guards. We got Chance Warmack. We're 4th for him, and he's actually, we already know, not a gem. Whereas if we go to Zach Martin, we see we're number 3, but we know he is a gem. 4-star. We're going to go hard for our guy, Zach Martin. Then we have another gem here who's a 4-star who we're actually 1st on. We're going to contact friends and family for him. So we got 4 kind of offensive linemen we're going after right now. Okay, we got an athlete here, 2nd on his board. I don't know what position. Agile. He's from Bama though. Us and Auburn are right there. We'll contact friends and family for him. Okay, getting into defensive ends, and we have Olivier Vernon here. We're 2nd on his board. We're gonna go send the house. He's a 5-star, 7th player in the country. Then for Khalil Mack, we see Georgia has a pretty big lead. We know he's not a gem, so that's the other thing, right? Like Khalil Mack, obviously in real life's incredible. We don't necessarily know if Khalil's gonna end up being a superstar or not. So I'm actually not gonna go after Khalil hard here. Goff, I actually like the look of him. We'll go contact friends and family. Earl, we're actually doing really good with Earl. He's the only one that's even, we're the only ones he's even offered him. So I actually might go him over this guy. We might rescind friends and family because I think we might need the points here. Then for Fletcher Cox, we're starting out in 4th here, but we're kind of like right in it on him. 17th player. We know he's not a gem, but I do think at least going after him a bit and feeling it out is going to be worth it. Then we got Jarvis Jones, 5-star recruit. Us in Georgia right there. We'll go after him. We'll contact friends and family at least. This middle linebacker, 5-star. We're in 1st. We have a ton of middle linebackers right now, but this guy just looks like a stud. We'll contact friends and family. Moving on to corners, and we have Stephon Gilmore right here. We know he's not a gem. I haven't done a ton of the recruiting, so I don't know when they say he's not a gem. Does that just mean the development trait we know isn't really good? I think that's what it means. Someone in the comments let me know if I'm kind of off base there. He still is going to be a pretty good player, I think. We'll go friends and family. Ricci, we're 2nd. We'll go friends and family. We're starting to get somewhat low on points, but we still have a decent amount. Bolden, so this guy we know is a bit more of a stud. It's us in Ohio State. He's from Texas, so it's not like Ohio State really close to home, so I think we'll do him. Then Dre Kirkpatrick, definitely want him. We're going to send the house for Dre. That's going to put us right there with Florida State. This athlete, power rusher, we're going to contact friends and family. That's going to give us 3 more friends and family, so we could kind of go with friends and family to all 3 of these dudes, just kind of end it out. Okay, so I'm going to look again at that. I'm going to have to look at it every week, but we'll look again at the start of the year. We'll look a little more, so maybe in 2 weeks we'll look at that again, and I'll show you just kind of how we're sitting with each guy. So we are going to advance through week 1 here. We just have a bye, so we can just go on. Okay, so first game of the year, we got Western Kentucky. We are just going to advance through this week. We shouldn't have any issues with them. We should blow them out. So we are 1-0. I wish on the old game it would show you the score right of the last week. Here you have to like go, unless someone knows a better way to do it. You have to like go to score and schedule week 1. There's got to be a better freaking way, man. There it is. So we ended up winning. Oh my gosh, we won by 3, 35-32. So very first close game at the start of our Nick Saban era here. But we do get it done. Okay, so we're in week 2. I said I'd just kind of look at recruiting again in week 2 with us here. Okay, so sitting here with RG3, it looks like it's us and Texas. We do look like we're pulling ahead a little bit of Texas here. That is what I like to see. So we are looking good there. I'm going to kind of just remove some guys who I don't want here as we go through. This other quarterback, we are 1st as well. Trent Richardson, we're 1st over Georgia Tech. So we're looking good for Richardson. Eddie Lacy, it's looking like it's us and Nebraska, but honestly, we really don't need him. I'm actually going to remove him, save us 25 points. We really don't need to go after him like that. Tavon Austin, and we are actually going to be 1st. Looks like we're going to get Tavon Austin for sure. He's a 4-star gem, so really like that pickup if we're able to lock him down. We have 2 other receivers we're going after here. Looks like we have a nice lead with this guy. Unga, we're a little bit closer here, and he is the 15th player in the country, so we'll actually remove friends and family, and we're going to add, we're going to go send the house with him. We do have some more hours there, so we're going to do that. We're going to get rid of Bland here. With the 2 tight ends, it looks looks like we might end up with both of these guys. So London and Spruce, we are doing great with both of them, and this guy as well, who's a gem. So we could end up with all three of these tight ends and just be absolutely set there. Then at DJ Fluker, we're first as well. Us and Kansas State are kind of in the running for him. Then this other guard, we're doing well with this Beach guy. Then Zach Martin, looks like us in Texas. We are going 50 at him, so I can't really add any more. The other guard, he's a gem. We're doing good with him. This athlete, it's us in Florida State. I'm going to let it rock a little bit more because I want to see if we need to spend more on defense. Olivier Vernon, we are in first. We're beating out Georgia right there. Then we look at, we got another D end here who we're in first. It's us in Nebraska, but Nebraska's just starting to get in the race now. Fletcher Cox, we're only going 25 to him. If we want to get Fletcher, I think we're going to have to up him. So we're going to remove friends and family, and we're actually going to go send the house here. Then with Jarvis Jones, we are in first. Us, Georgia Tech, Louisville in on him. Middle linebacker, we're in first. Stephon Gilmore, we are in first. Us and Nebraska are going after him. This other corner, we're in first. We're only going 25. This guy, we're in first. This 4-star corner looks like he's going to be really good. Then we have Dre Kirkpatrick, who we're also first with. So we're just killing it with recruiting here. First on a lot of dudes. This athlete first. So basically all the guys we're really targeting right now, we are looking like we're going to have a really good chance of getting. Now I'm going to go through our prospect list here and just see if there's any more guys I kind of want to add, because, you know, we do have a lot of open spaces right now. So we're just going to add some more guys to the board who look like they're getting kind of under recruited, and who, once we sign some guys, then we can start going, you know, adding some more of these dudes to our board or to our target. Okay, so that's where we're sitting right now. So this, so this is by the numbers. So we're an 89 overall. We are much better than USF. We should win this one. Now, once we start getting into the college football playoff SEC championship game, that is also when we'll actually start hopping in and watching some of the games live, but we're just going to advance week here. First, you know, bit of the season, we should just be kind of just advancing and seeing where we're at. Okay, so we are 2-0. I wish it would show, like, why wouldn't it show you what your score was last week? So silly. If someone knows a way to do that, let me know down in the comments. Yeah, we do have some skill points here, so I'm just going to upgrade some of our recruiting here. Okay, so just quickly looking at recruiting again. So now Tavon Austin has narrowed it down to his top 5 schools. So once that happens, I can actually remove Send the House if I want, and I can look at his motivations, and we can remove Send the House, and we can go with a hard sell. And if we know his motivations, so right here, athletics facility, coach stability, but proximity to home, we're not super high. So we'll see if there's another one that hits athletic and coach. No. Yeah, proximity home is somewhat needed for him, but that I think should get us more. This team player should get us some pretty good, you know, bonuses next week as him. So here I'm just going to go through, and any guy who is in his top 5 now, and if I see that we might be able to do this hard sell on him, then I'm going to actually switch him over to that. Okay, now we have Wisconsin here. So they're an 86 overall. They are the 25th team in the country. So this is definitely our first kind of tough game of the year. And we are 3-0. So we did beat Wisconsin. So we ended up winning 44-6. So we kind of blew them out. Okay, we have a bye week here. So we're just going to advance. Okay, so we get our first commit, and this is going to be Zach Martin. So we got our first, we had one other commit, but this is going to be our first real big time commit. 4-star Zach Martin. Oh my God, we played Georgia this week. 1-5, the Georgia Bulldogs. Oh my goodness. So right now, looking at RG3, and it's basically us and Texas just neck and neck for him. We have 3 A+. We're hard selling him with that. We have a DM the player. We could do a visit here. Maybe we'll do a visit in week 10 as well, or week 7, and sell him on our athletic facilities. And like, we're basically all in on RG3. We're doing all we can. DJ Fluker, looking like we're going to end up with him here. We're sending the house, so we can actually remove send the house here because he did whittle it down to his top 5, and we can hard sell him. We know playing time and coach stability are 2 of them. So we're looking for the one that matches. So playing time, championship contender, and we're brand exposure A+. So we're going to guess TV time is his good one there. Should do well for us. We do have Georgia this week. So if we're able to win this one, this would absolutely be massive. They're 91 overall. Yeah, we will see. And we get our guy, Tavon Austin commits. So big 4-star there. And we get another 5-star receiver. So a pair of really nice receiver prospects right there. Greg McElroy, who has 5 touchdowns, wins player of the week in the SEC. We had to win that game then. We are 4-0. Wow. So we won 41-14 over Georgia. McElroy had a wicked day. Mark Ingram, 31 yards. Julio had 44 yards. So there we go. McElroy absolutely kills it though. That's one thing I actually didn't look at, I think, is the chart. I want to make sure Julio should be our number 1 receiver. Coffee's actually, I'm going to start Mark Ingram over Coffee. I should have done this earlier. Julio is starting. So I just wanted to make sure of that because Julio is our number 1 because we want to get Julio the football. So at about the weeks, through about 7 games, we'll go look at a deep dive at all the stats and see how the boys are doing. But we're up to the number 2 team in the country. Just looking at top classes right now, we have 1 5-star, 2 4-stars signed so far. So we're off to a really good start with recruiting. I'm definitely happy. Okay, so we got Vandy here. This is one of those games where you could just lose. I feel like you beat Georgia, then you just lose to not a great Vandy team. It's definitely possible. Okay, so our receiver gets player of the week, not Julio, but he gets 119 yards, 4 touchdowns. Okay, we're 5-0, so we're still rocking. RG3, it's down to us in Texas. We do, like, there's literally nothing else I can really do for him right now. You know, we have our cells on. We do have a visit with him in week 7, but it looks like Texas has the inside shot, but we'll see. Unga, looks like we have a good shot. Spruce, Georgia and Ohio State are starting to push for this guy a little bit. We're kind of going pretty hard on him. There's not a ton more we can do. We'll DM the player also, but I would love to have this guy. London, looks like Texas is starting to get in on him right now, but I mean, we should still be in a good spot here. We can actually hard sell him here. So he's going to be TV time, should do a really good job. This guy, who I really want as well, looks like we're going to have a good shot. Olivier Vernon, it's us, Georgia, right there. They got a visit coming up. We're doing all weekend. We're DMing, we're workhorse. Oh, we are actually using the wrong one here, so we can actually change that because we unlocked what the other one actually is. So I guess wrong. So brand exposure is actually his other one. So it's actually going to be starter that he needs. So that actually might get us back in the race with him. Earl, we're right there. This linebacker, we actually fell behind with Georgia. Oh, playing time isn't the right one. So starter's not right with him. So it must be workhorse. So maybe that'll get us back in on him. Corner, okay. All of a sudden, people are really going after this Ricci. Not much else we can do, so we'll let it rock. Bolden. Oh, Ohio State jumped way out ahead of us. But we have all these right. So yeah, we'll just have to see. Not much else we can do. Just we'll see on him. So yeah, that's basically where we're sitting with our recruiting right now. So lots of guys still in the air, but I think we're going to have a good shot at them. Okay, we're going to advance week here. So this is going to be Bama, South Carolina. I do have a visit with RG3 this week. So this would be a huge game to win. Keep undefeated as well. Okay, so we get Eli Spruce, that huge 5-star tight end, number 2 player in the country. We lock down. That is massive. And we end up beating South Carolina. So we are just keep rolling here. We just feel unbeatable a little bit here. So we ended up winning 44-14. So we'll go one more week and then we're going to look at the stats here. So we got Tennessee this week, rivalry week. Oh, so we ended up losing RG3. He ends up going to Texas. We had a visit with him last week too, and we didn't lock him down. Oh, so we actually didn't end up with Olivier Vernon as well. He's going to end up at Georgia. And that really good 5-star ends up at Georgia, the linebacker. Same with that one corner I liked, who was the gem. So we did lose a few guys this past week. Okay, so we got Tennessee this week. This definitely feels like a game we could lose. I don't think we're going undefeated this year, but we'll see. DJ Fluker commits to Alabama. I like it. But yeah, there's a lot less pressure to go undefeated as opposed to NCAA 14 because now there's the playoff. We are still undefeated, but as long as you stay in the hunt and don't lose like 3-4 games, you're going to make the playoffs. Okay, we got Mizzou here. We're going to advance. And we get Trent Richardson. So big 5-star running back. We get a 5-star wide receiver. We get another 5-star tight end. We get the 4-star tight end we were after. We get Jarvis Jones, 5-star outside linebacker. So we just had a huge influx of talent right there. So right now we have the third class. We've only signed 11 guys, but we signed 6 5-stars, which is huge. So we got some really elite talent. We'll probably end up signing another, 7, 8, 9 guys. And then we still have the off season with the transfer portal as well, where we can sign more guys. Okay, I simmed through our buy. We get another 4-star right tackle there. I did miss when I was looking at who he signed. We did end up losing a game. So we are 7-1 right now. And we do have LSU this week, which is a absolutely massive game. Oh, we did lose Stephon Gilmore. So we're not going to get Gilmore. We lost this guard. So yeah, we are basically, recruiting is almost done here. Oh, sorry. We lost Drake Kirkpatrick. That's who we lost. Stephon Gilmore is still up for grabs. Okay, LSU, huge freaking game. You know what? We should look and see. So we're 7-1. Let's look at kind of just how college football is looking right now. So Ohio State's 8-1 or 8-0. Bunch of 7-1, 6-2 kind of teams at the top of the leaderboard here. Conference. So I don't know if it's just top 2. I think they got rid of conferences in the SEC maybe. So it might be just top 2 make the conference championship game. So this game is absolutely huge if we want to try to win the SEC. Heisman watch, we're not anywhere on there. That's all good though. We'll just go look at some stats here. So McElroy, 2,600 yards, 330. Wow, we are passing the ball all over. Do you guys know how to adjust your pass versus your run rate? If anyone knows how to do that, because I would like to run the ball a little more here, because we are, trying to play like the old school Alabama. I use the Georgia playbook, so it's going to be a lot more under center stuff. But if you know how to actually adjust that, someone should let me know. Mark Ingram, we're rushing for 49 yards a game with Ingram, playing decent. Receiving, Julio's got 668 as a true freshman. We have 3 guys averaging over 80 yards, plus our tight end. And then we basically throw to no one else. So all of these dudes are, doing well. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Defensively, Hightower and McLean are our 2 big tackle guys. TFLs, nothing crazy. Sacks, Wolfert, Bolden, Reamer, McLean, and Javier Arenas has 2 picks. So that's where we're sitting. So we're going to play LSU here and we'll see. Definitely want to win this one. So we end up getting Stephon Gilmore, 4-star recruit. Okay, but we ended up losing to LSU. So that drops us down to 7-2. We're the 7th ranked team in the country. Let's see what the score was. We ended up losing 30-25. So super close game. I think we were on the road at LSU. So that's tough. Okay, we got FCS Southeast right here. We're just going to advance. Should be a win. We get another 4-star D-end. We really don't have anything really left. Big time guys left in recruiting. 8-2. We play Oklahoma this week. Man, you just play such a tough schedule in the SEC. So we're the number 3 recruiting class in the country. We do have the most 4-stars with 6. These guys just have 5 stars. They have a lot more 4-stars. We do have some more guys we might get. I'm kind of hoping with the transfer portal, we could get some good guys too in the off season, and that will really jump us up. Because right now we have, we lost Rossi. We basically just have like a punter athlete here at a position we don't really need. But yeah, so we'll see. We should have a top 5 class basically, I think, no matter what. Okay, we got Oklahoma. Definitely need to win this week. We do win. We jump all the way up to number 4 in the country. And we got our last game of the year right now at the Iron Bowl. We ended up winning 38-19 over Oklahoma. So we win this, we should be in the SEC championship game as well. We're going to sim through the Iron Bowl. And if we make the SEC championship game, we'll definitely watch some of that. We end up getting a 4-star wide out there. Another 4-star ad. Definitely don't need more wide receivers, but okay, we are in the SEC championship game and we are the number 2 team in the country. So we beat Auburn. This is a massive game. So we are definitely going to watch this. Try to win the SEC right here. We could come into the SEC as the number 1 seed. You can see we don't really have much left. We have a punter and free safety fullback. That is it for recruiting. So we're kind of, now it's go time. We're going to advance next week and get into the SEC. Okay, we end up getting another 4-star D-end, a 3-star safety. So I actually just want to look at our recruiting. That might put us right near number 1. Oh, we can actually see recruiting now. Okay, so we're 10-2. We're going to be playing the Gators. Let's hop into this one. We're 89 there and 87. SEC championship. So we're just going to sim through this. We'll sim through the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, we'll start watching some of it. So first quarter here, we're down 3-0, 7-3, 10-7. Florida has a lead on us. Jones. We're 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7. So this is our first big third down here. Let's see what we can do. McElroy in shotgun here. Drops back. There's a guy on a drag. You got to get rid of it. Up over the top. Go to Julio. This better be Julio. Julio Jones. Let's go. First play we ever watch is a 60-yard bombs away to Julio Jones, the true freshman phenom. Wow, McElroy uncorks the deep post. That is what we want to see. Julio freaking Jones. 60 yards on the money on 3rd and long. Wow. Okay. 2nd and 9. They get a first down. 2nd and 7. We got them into 3rd and 7 here. Let's see what our D can do. We got a 4-down line. I am using a 3-4 base playbook, but obviously we're going to be playing nickel. We're going to be doing a lot of different stuff. They're going to just run draw here. We need a tackle. That's a great hit by McLean, but he gets the first down. We do not want to lose this to Florida State. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8. Okay, if they run draw or anything silly, like let's come up and lay a beat down on them. Alabama defense, we got a 4-man rush coming. Too much time. Hit as he throws, but that's going to be a first down. So a couple 3rd down conversions. Graham Mertz in at quarterback for them. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 18 on the 47. If we give this up, come on. We better get off the field here. Mertz drops back. 4-man rusher, setting up a screen pass. We got to get out there, make a tackle. There we go. That is going to be out of field goal range. Perfect. Give us the ball back on offense. And let's go to Julio again. I can't believe the first play we ever watch is a 60-yard bomb to Julio Jones. There's a 31-yard run by Mark Ingram. 3rd and inches, we pick it up. 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, we'll watch from here on the 29. McElroy, shotgun, Ingram beside him. Or that might be Coffee, actually. Oh, quick little swing pass. There we go. Bubble screen to the outside to our receiver. McElroy has 172 in the first half here. Absolutely killing it. 1st and goal on the 8. That's to Nick Walker. And then we score next play. McElroy to Orion Dumars. There we go. So we have a 21-10 lead. 3rd and 4. They pick it up. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 14 from the 41. Get them off the field here. Trips to the top. Drops back. Up over the top. That's a pick. Let's go. Go the other way with it. Bama. Here we go. Is that Johnson? That's Malik Prather, our safety with the pick. And we might be boat racing the Gators here. 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 1st and goal from the 4. We can put this at a reach right here. Go to 28-10 at the half. McElroy, end zone wide open. That is a touchdown. Wow, what is going on? We are taking it to the Gators. Okay, we're gonna sim to the 4th quarter, and unless it's actually close, we're just gonna sim to the end of the game. So they get it to 28-17, 35-17. We'll just keep simming unless it does end up getting close here. Oh god, 35-24. Okay, so we'll maybe watch a little bit of this. 4th and 8. So we stop them. They go for it and pick it up. Oh no. 2nd and 9. They pick that up. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 13 from our 35. Only an 11-point game. Long field goal here. I don't know what kind of leg their kicker has. Drops back, drops it in for a screen. We need to make a tackle. Okay, so that's going to be a field goal, and that's going to put it down to a 1-possession game. Field goal is up and good. We're up 8. 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 15. This is a massive down. 5 minutes left. All of a sudden, it's a 1-possession game. We got Julio up at the top. Greg, you got to get rid of it. He goes sacked again. That's Florida's 4th sack, and all of a sudden, the Gators are buzzing. In our first SEC championship, 22 yards, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 10. This is a huge down, 3:43 left. Can we force a punt here? Graham Mertz in shotgun. Plenty of time. Over. Boom. We hit him as he, yes. Oh, he held on. I thought we knocked that out. Oh my goodness. This would be an awful, awful game to lose. And they score next play, 21-yard touchdown. Let's watch a 2-point. This is so big. What are we gonna do here? They're gonna hand it off. Wow, that's huge. So we hold on to a 2-point lead here. Get a big tackle for a loss. A few first downs and we can put this away. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 5. Holy, we're going empty here. McElroy in shotgun. Get a motion. Pump fake. Up over the top, picked! Oh no, oh no, oh no. Breaks the tackle there in field goal range already. Oh no, that is tough. He had so much time. First and goal from the 7, second and goal, third and goal from the 7. Hold them to a field goal here. We have 3 timeouts. We can go kick our own field goal, but we cannot let him get a touchdown. Mertz. Time. Oh my God, he's going to be down at the 1. You got to kick a field goal, I think. There's no way you can go for that. Okay, they kick a field goal. They're up 1, 2 minutes left. 2-minute drill. 2nd and 7. 1st and 10. There's a 15-yard catch. There's a 10-yard catch. There's a Julio 13-yard catch we are going to watch now. So we are basically in field goal range now. 1:10 left. We have 3 timeouts. So we have all the time in the world. We're just going to run it though. I guess it's first down. Mark Ingram. And I guess we can actually run this out a little bit with a field goal. Force Florida to use timeouts, but I want to get aggressive. You don't want to try to kick. This is a somewhat long field goal for a college kicker. Ingram gets maybe a yard there. Like I would have liked to get a little more aggressive here. Bunch to the top. Are we just going to run it again? Bunch to the top. Are we just going to run it again? Nope. McElroy. Oh, Julio inside the 10, and that's probably going to do it. Julio Jones down the seam. Our superstar freshman. 2nd and goal from the 2, and we punch it. 43-36. We do get a penalty. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 13. This is going to be basically a Hail Mary right here. We better be playing frickin' prevent defense. Okay. Mertz. A lot of time. He's definitely going to be able to put it in the end zone here. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, we got a PI. There's no way we just got a pass interference. Oh, I was thinking it's NFL, so it's not as bad. They only get it at the 35-yard line. Okay, I'm on defense here. Didn't mean for that to happen. That's fine. I don't know what happened. It kind of glitched out there. But this is their end zone shot. I'm not even going to click on. I'm just going to let the computer do its thing. Okay, we get out of here. I was thinking that was NFL rules for a second, and they would have had it at the 1-yard line. Okay, we get out of there with a win. Julio made some massive plays in that one. McElroy played really good. 5 touchdowns. He had that one really bad pick that almost cost us the game. We couldn't run the ball, but our receivers, Julio had 144 and a touchdown. We win the SEC in our first year, and we might be the #1 seed going into the playoff. Okay, we win the SEC. 2024 Player of the Year, Greg McElroy. 55 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And he won the Heisman. Holy, he had an insane year. Once again, guys, I don't know how to adjust so we actually run the ball more. He wins best quarterback. So McElroy, he's only an 84 overall and absolutely killed it. Nick Walker wins best tight end. Wow. Okay. So early National Signing Day. Right now, Georgia is the only class better than us. They signed a ton of 4-stars. But I'm really happy with our class overall. Okay, we're going to advance week. We're going to be the #1 seed going into the college football playoff here. We're going to play Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl in the round #2. So let's go look at the bracket here. We got a bye. We're playing Ole Miss. We got Notre Dame, Louisville. So we play the winner of Notre Dame, Louisville. Notre Dame's actually the 2 seed in the country, but the 5th seed in this. Oregon, Michigan, Penn State, Liberty. So we're going to sim through this week. Just because I did the whole intro for this season. This season's going really long. I'm still going to have to work. I think we'll watch 2 games this year, unless we lose this. If we lose this, we're just done. And then next year, we'll watch 3. We did advance. We get to play the 13 seed Louisville. They are 11-3. We're scoring 40 points a game. Holy crap, man. Okay, let's look at the bracket. I kind of want to just sim this and go to the national championship. Just because, like I said, this is going long. And if we win, we play the winner of Penn State, Oregon. That's what we're going to do. So we end up losing to Louisville. That is tough. I guess I should have watched. I thought we were just going to beat Louisville. We end up losing by 3. So we're going to sim this. Well, next year, I'll make sure we watch at least 2 games. That's my bad. This kind of was the first season, so kind of an intro to everything. But next year, we'll watch more games. That's my bad. I really just thought we'd beat Louisville, watch a national championship. Okay. So we are kind of at the off season here. We end up as the #4 seed in the country. We do make the semifinal. Louisville wins the national champion, Penn State. Georgia finishes 9-4. We ended up winning a ton of awards, won the Heisman this year. We'll look at All-Americans. Greg McElroy, first team. That is kind of it for us. No second. I thought one of our receivers, Jarius Bolden, our outside linebacker. Freshman, Julio definitely needs to be on the freshman. Dante Hightower, freshman All-American as well. Okay, we'll also look at team stats. We were averaging 40 points per game. I think we finished just under that. So one of the best in the whole country. Yeah, we are the #1 offense in the country, 40 points a game. Defensively, we're way more middle of the road here. So not great defensively, very good offensively this year. Season stats. So McElroy, 5,100 yards, 340 a game, 63 touchdowns on the year. Mark Ingram, 711 yards, 47 a game. Receiving, Julio at 1,300. We had 3 guys. All of our receivers get over 1,200 yards, plus our tight end got 834. Julio was incredible as a freshman. He's just going to be so freaking good for us. Defensively, tackle leaders, Hightower and McLean. Tackles for a loss, Chapman. Sacks, it was Bolden, Ince, McLean, Hightower, Prather, and Arenas. I want to actually look where we had kind of stacked up against the rest of the country as well. So nationally, McElroy is just straight up the best quarterback, best player, 340 yards a game, 63 touchdowns. Rushing, Ollie Gordon had a big year. Receiving, this guy had 1,600 yards, but our Orion Dumars got 3rd in the country, or 2nd in the country in receiving. Julio got 3rd. Evan Stewart right there for Oregon as well. But yeah, so we had some dudes absolutely freaking go off. So that is going to kind of wrap up this first season. Now we're going to get into our off season here. We'll look at players leaving. Bolden only one, so that, as far as guys we could actually bring back. So we have no one trying. He's extremely low. We'll see. Not able to get him to stay. So we lose our big power rusher on the edge, but we really don't lose much off this team. We lose Walker, Bolden, Redding, one of our top 3 receivers, and not much else. So we should be absolutely stacked next year. Okay, let's see transfer portal here. So this is going to be the big one. We're basically just going to go after transfers. So we'll see if there's any. Oh, Zachariah Branch. He's one of my favorite players in college football. Definitely going to go after him. Here's Jeremiah Cooper, big free safety. Go after him. Another receiver, Mario Williams, could go after him. A lot of receivers here. Jamal Haynes, don't really need. Right outside linebacker. A corner here. We can kind of go after a lot of these dudes just because we literally have no. Oh, Corey Foreman, he was a huge recruit at one point. Yeah, just because we have no other real, we have no recruits left. So we're just going to go hard after these guys and see what we can do. Zachariah Branch, we are going all in on. Schedule visit. We have so many hours too. Okay, so I went after 6 of these guys pretty hard. Kind of full court press on all of them, and we'll just kind of see where we're at with them. Zachariah Branch, if we could get him, you have Julio and Zachariah Branch as our 2 wide receivers. I would be losing it. Let's see. So Branch, we jumped way ahead. It looks like we'll get him. Jumped way ahead on the safety, way ahead on the guard. Mario Williams are right there too. Georgia looks like they have the lead on this outside linebacker. Us and NC State for this end, and then we have the lead for the other end we're going after. Okay, we're just going to keep going here. This is only 4 weeks, so it happens really quick with these transfer portal guys. We do get Zachariah Branch. Oh my goodness. We get another safety. We get another guard. We get Mario. We brought in so many receivers this year. We brought in an end. So yeah, us or Georgia should have, I don't know how many transfer portal the guys Georgia's going to get, but we're just going after Daly here and Martin. I actually would like this Martin. You can actually offer more here. You can actually offer a bit more. So we'll see if we can get him. Daly, I'm not quite as worried about. We will see what we can do, but I just can't believe we're going to be having Zachariah Branch and Georgia's still ahead of us. So we're probably going to end up with the number 2 class, but that's fine. Oh, we do get that D end, but the outside linebacker goes to Georgia. We end up with the number 2 class, just barely behind Georgia. We get 6 5-stars. We get a ton of really good players. We really killed it. But what I want to do now is I want to go through all the real life guys and we'll see where they all ended up, like the guys we didn't sign, obviously. So Oregon gets Andrew Luck. So all these guys I will be adding to these teams and we'll see them spread throughout college football. Colorado gets Derek Carr. And then TCU is going to have AJ McCarron. Eddie Lacy goes to Nebraska. TCU gets Josh Gordon. Alshon Jeffrey goes to Tennessee. Taylor Lewan ends up at Louisville. Warmack goes to Florida. Georgia gets Olivier Vernon, and they get Khalil Mack. Sheldon Richardson's going to go to Texas A&M. Notre Dame gets Luke Kuechly. Oregon gets Bobby Wagner. Mo Claiborne goes to Oregon. And then Dre Kirkpatrick ends up at Georgia. So that is where all the real life guys ended up in this class. Now we can look at position changes. We can move one of the guards inside the center here. Maybe we'll move this Hill inside. Yeah, I think we should be good with all our other positions for position changes. Okay, so this is the start of the next season. I'm going to put all our real life recruits on our team, and then we'll go through the roster and we'll get into the next season. All right, boys, so we are at the start of year number 2 right now. So this is going to be the 2009 season. This is going to be the 2010 recruiting class. Now, we're going to go through our depth chart now, just kind of look at our roster, see how it's improved. So starting off with QB, we have Greg McElroy, who's coming into his junior season, won the Heisman last year, was absolutely incredible. We do have some freshmen here who are like decent players, not like blue chippers. So I definitely want a QB in the next year or two that can take over for McElroy. Our backup's a senior. Then running back, we got Mark Ingram, who's a sophomore. He went up to an 88 overall. He's got star development. He's going to be here at least this year and next. So, we're pretty set there. And then we got Trent Richardson coming along, who's going to be an impact development trait. One thing I can't change is their numbers. So for all the incoming freshmen, I just got to leave them with their stock number that they give them. But Trent Richardson, 5'10", 235, going to be taking over for Mark Ingram probably one day. We got Julio Jones. We got this Quentin Dumars from last year who had like 1,300 yards. Plus we brought Zachariah Branch and Mario Williams in. So our receiving court is absolutely stacked right now. We ended up bringing Tavon Austin in. He is only a 68 overall right now, but he does have star development trait. So we'll see with Tavon. It might be a bit slower of a process to get him to come along, but we did bring Unga, who's an 80 overall with 98 speed, true freshman, elite development trait. So this guy is an absolute stud. Elite development, 98 speed. And we brought these two guys in too. So we got 4 really good young receivers in the door. Tight end, we got Garbers, who's a senior, and then we have our 3 freshmen. So we have Eli Spruce, who is the number 2 player in the whole class. He's going to be star development trait. Really nice abilities already, so looks really good. We have another 5-star in Mitch London. He's going to have star development trait as well, 6'6", 270, really good abilities as well. And then the other guy we brought in is Gideon, who's also got star development trait as a freshman, 4-star. So we're absolutely set for the future of our tight end. Andre Smith going into his senior year. We do have James Carpenter on the bench, who's a real life player, star development trait as a sophomore. So probably he'll be taking over next year. Guard, we're looking pretty good. We did bring Zach Martin in. I think we'll have to look at him. I think he's like impact. So impact development trait for him. Center, senior, we do have a freshman. Right guard, junior, sophomore. Right tackle, we got Davis, who's a senior. Then we brought in DJ Fluker. I think he's just a normal development. He is just normal, but good freshman, should be still a solid player. Left end, Diedrich. Goff coming along. This was one of our 4-stars we brought in. Right end, this is what we're looking like. Getting a little older. Definitely got to target another end. D tackle is definitely a position I want to target this year. All 3 of our best players are either juniors or seniors. Josh Chapman is an absolute stud, but we do need some D tackle help. We got Reamer with 2 redshirt freshmen behind him. Middle linebacker, we're pretty solid. Rolando, Dante, this Locklear, and then Wilson. Definitely going to be targeting the middle here coming up. Really good at right outside linebacker. We got Courtney Upshaw. We brought in Jarvis Jones as well, one of our real freshmen. Corner, Jaleel West, then Javier Arenas, Kareem Jackson. We did bring Stephon Gilmore in. He's only normal development trait, so Then we got Cooper, got a couple of seniors here, and then a junior. So we do need a free safety for sure. And then we have a freshman and junior. But next year we could always play Barron at strong safety, move Prather over to free. So that is what the roster is looking like. We're definitely going to be one of the favorites this year for sure. If we look at just kind of some of the preseason stuff, so we are coming in as the #1 team in the country. Then Georgia, we're a 93 overall. Georgia 91, Ohio State, Oregon, Florida, Texas A&M, Texas, Oklahoma. So that's kind of the top teams in the country. Preseason All-Americans. Somehow our boy McElroy isn't, even though he won the Heisman last year. Julio Jones is. One of our guards, Josh Chapman, Rolando McClain, and Jaleel West. So we do have 4 or 5 preseason All-Americans. First teams, Andre, Drew Davis, Will Wolford, Corey Reamer. So somehow our quarterback is not first or second team All-American, even though we won the Heisman. He was by far the best quarterback last year, but that is all good. So that's kind of how we're sitting going into next year. But now we got to look at the recruiting. So let's go take a look, see this year's recruiting class. So starting off with quarterbacks, there is only one real life quarterback, and it is going to be Blake Bortles. We are actually going to be 5th on his board, so not super high. He's going to be a field general archetype, 4-star recruit. He did go to UCF, was a top 5 pick by the Jaguars in the NFL draft. We'll add Blake. We'll see if we can get Blake. Looking at the other QBs, Faulkner, he's from Texas. We're #1 on his board, 69th player in the draft. And maybe we'll go after this Nicholas Gash, 6'6" field general. I kind of like that. Third, he's a 4-star. We're 3rd on his board. So those are the 3 QBs we're going to target. Now, moving on to running back, we only have 1 as well, and it is going to be Marcus Lattimore. Now, Lattimore played at South Carolina, really good in college. It blew out his knee, but he was supposed to be a super stud. Ended up going like kind of later to the Niners, but really big prospect coming out of high school and had a really good start to his college career. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, 15th player in the country. We are 3rd on his board. We'll add him. We did get Trent Richardson, so it's not a super big need. We'll go after this guy as well. Power back, we're 2nd on his board. So those are the 2 running backs we're going to target. Getting into receivers, and we do have 4 receivers for this class. And first up, we have Robert Woods. Robert Woods is from Cali, went to USC, drafted by the Bills, played with the Rams, bunch of teams in the NFL, had a really good college and NFL career. He's looking at Oregon, Fresno State, Cal, Stanford, UCLA. Next up, we have Keenan Allen. Now, Keenan Allen played at California, but he's actually from like North Carolina. Here, he's going to be a 5-star physical archetype. He's going to be looking at Oklahoma, OSU, Oregon, Georgia, and Ohio State. So teams all around kind of the country for him. Next up, we have DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins from South Carolina, played at Clemson. Here, he's going to be a 5-star recruit route runner. He's only 5'7", but we'll up him to like 6'1". His #1 team is Clemson, his real life alma mater, obviously drafted by the Texans in the NFL. One of the best receivers of his generation. And then the last one is going to be Justin Hunter, who played at Tennessee. He's from Virginia. Going to be a physical archetype, 4-star recruit, really good in college. Wasn't great in the NFL, but Georgia, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Florida, and Auburn. So none of these guys are really that interested in us. We're not going to add any of them. We do have this Ronald Chun from Alabama. He's, a 5-star recruit. We're 2nd on his board. We did bring in a bunch of receivers last year, so this is once again not a huge need. We do have this guy from Texas who we're #1 on his board as well. We'll probably just add those 2. I think this class is really going to be about defense, maybe some offensive line, not as much about the skill positions. We have no real life tight ends, and we just killed it with the tight ends last year. So I'm really not going to even go after any of these guys. Then O-line, this is where we're going to really start targeting some big time players. The first one, we have 3 offensive tackles. The first one is going to be Centrell Henderson. He was like one of the #1 players in real life in his recruiting class. Ended up going to Miami. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, power archetype. We're in his 9th school, so not really going to go hard after him. But next up, we have Brandon Sheriff. Sheriff played at Iowa, was top 10 pick by the Redskins in the NFL draft. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, agile archetype, and we are going to be 1st on his board. Definitely going to be adding him. And then the last one is going to be Luke Jokel. Jokel played at A&M, 1st-round pick in the NFL draft, 4-star recruit, really good in college, decent in the NFL. He's going to be looking at Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas State, us, and LSU. We'll add him as well. Then we'll just kind of go through here. We have a 4-star who we're 2nd. He's from Alabama. We have another another 4-star who were second from Alabama, so we'll add them, and a 4-star who were third from Florida. So I think we'll add all of those, and that's 4 offensive tackles we're targeting. Moving on to guards, we have 1, and it is going to be Jake Matthews. Now, he was more of a tackle in real life, but this was kind of the best player that kind of met with his criteria. We're going to be 6th on his board. He played at Texas A&M, top 10 pick by the Falcons in the NFL draft, 4-star recruit. Miami, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, and Clemson are his top schools. We're 6th on his board, so I don't think I'm going to add him. This guy's a 4-star and we're 4th. We'll go after him. We got another guy, a 4-star who we're 3rd, and a guy who we're 2nd here, a 4-star. So we're going to add all 3 of those guys. It's a good start there. Then we have no real life center, so it's going to be all auto gens. This guy, 4-star, we're 4th on his board. We'll add him. And this guy, we're 3rd. We'll add him. I think we'll call it there because we're at 17. So our board's about half full right now. And we got defense still to do. Okay, moving on to defensive ends, and we got 2 real life ends. The first one is going to be Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley is going to be a 5-star recruit, speed rusher archetype. Now, Beasley played at Clemson in real life. Here he's looking at Florida, Georgia, Florida State, Clemson, and Miami. We're 8th on his board, so I don't think we're going to add him. Then our other recruit is going to be William Golston. Golston, absolutely massive player, played at Michigan State. He's like 6'6", 270. Here he's going to be 6'6", 265, power rusher archetype. He's kind of going to stay up north, looking at Cincinnati, Ohio State, Kentucky, Notre Dame, and Toledo. So we're not going to target either of those guys. We do have the number 1 guy who's a power rusher. We're 4th on his board. He's the number 4 player in the whole class. We'll target him. Also, this guy from Maryland, 4-star recruit. We'll go after him. This guy, we're 2nd on his board, speed rusher from Alabama. We'll go after him as well. Okay, then we're moving into D tackles, and we do have 3 D tackles in this class. The number 1 D tackle is going to be Sharif Floyd. Sharif played at Florida, got drafted, I think, in the 1st or 2nd round by Minnesota. Here he's going to be a power rusher archetype, 5-star recruit, 20th player in the class. We are definitely going to be targeting him. Then next up, we have Aaron Donald. Now, Aaron Donald is from Pennsylvania and went to Pittsburgh. So University of Pittsburgh. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, speed rusher. He's not 6'5". We'll lower his height a little bit, but he's going to be looking at Ohio State, Notre Dame, Rutgers, from Penn State, Michigan. So not looking at us at all. And then the last one is going to be Dominic Easley. Easley played at Florida, was a 2nd round pick by New England in the NFL draft. He's a speed rusher archetype. He's a really good inside pass rusher type, and he's looking at Georgia, Alabama. So we're 2nd, Ohio State, Florida, and Miami. So we're going to add him. Then we'll kind of look through. We have this 4-star who we're 1st on his board. We'll definitely add him. We definitely need some guys in this class, and we'll add this guy as well. Another speed rusher. This guy's from Georgia. So we'll add those 4 D tackles. Definitely need to get 1 or 2 D tackles in this class. Linebackers. And first up, we have Anthony Barr. So Anthony Barr played at UCLA. He's a Cali kid. Really interesting player. He could cover, he could pass rush, kind of do it all. He's 6'5" in this, power rusher archetype, 4-star recruit. And he's going to be looking at Texas, Oregon, USC, BYU, and UCLA. So that's our only outside linebacker. Kind of going through this, we don't really have any guys who maybe go after this guy from Hawaii. Definitely not a pipeline for us, but we're 5th on his board. We can try it. Then we have this guy from Alabama, run stopper. We're 2nd on his board. So outside linebacker, just not really looking like it's hitting for us, but that's fine. Moving to middle linebacker, we have 2. First up, we have CJ Mosley. Now, Mosley is played at Alabama, got drafted in 1st or 2nd, I think 1st round, but in the NFL. Here, he's going to be a passer coverage archetype, 5-star recruit. He's actually quite a bit bigger. I think he's 6'2", 6'3". We're up his size a little bit, and he's looking at Texas Tech, Texas, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma. So we definitely have a shot at CJ Mosley. We are going to add him. Then the other real-life inside backer is going to be Alec Ogletree. Now, he's from Georgia, played at Georgia. Here, he's going to be a field general archetype, 5-star recruit. Once again, we are going to add him. So we're 2nd on both those guys' boards. We're definitely going to be going all in on both those guys, and I think that's kind of it for middle linebacker. This guy, we're 1st on his board, but he's kind of he's 242 in the country, not the best player, so we'll keep looking. Okay, we're gonna move to corner here. 4 corners in this class, and the first one is gonna be LaMarcus Joyner. Now, Joyner's from Florida, played at Florida State, a really good college career. He's gonna be a slot archetype, 5-star recruit, 8th player in the country, and we're 5th on his board, so we will add him. Next up, we have D. Milner. Now, Milner's from Alabama, played at Alabama. Here he's gonna be, and he was a top 10 pick by the Jets in the NFL draft. Here he's gonna be a 5-star recruit, zone archetype. He's not 6'3". We're gonna lower his height a little bit, but we are 1st on his board as well, and he's looking at Georgia, LSU, Texas, and Ohio State also. Next up, we have Bradley Roby. Roby is from Georgia, but actually played at Ohio State. Going to be a 4-star recruit here. Good NFL career. Played with the Denver Broncos, few other teams. He's going to be looking at Georgia, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Florida, and Auburn. And then the last one is a guy who played safety, corner, kind of both spots. There wasn't a great safety spot that fit him, so it's going to be Tyrann Mathieu. Now, he's from Louisiana. Played at LSU, obviously, the Honey Badger, one of the most fun college football players of all time. Going to be a zone archetype player. We're going to lower his speed a little bit, but he's looking at Memphis, TCU, UAB as his top schools. Now going through the rest here, we have this Beach guy. We're number 1 on his board. Definitely will add him. Plus we have this Greg O'Gallaghan from Louisiana. We're 2nd on his board, so we'll add him as well. And we only have 3 spots left. Definitely could use some safeties here, and we have no free safeties. So just looking through the board, it is not a great safety class. This guy's from Florida. We're 1st on his board. We'll add him. That only gives us 2 spots left looking at strong safeties. The only strong safety we have is going to be Eric Reed. Eric Reed's from Louisiana, played at LSU. Here he's going to be a run support player, 4-star recruit, 101st player in the country, looking at Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Florida State, Miami. We will add him, and we have 1 more spot left. We'll add this strong safety as well, because I think if we look at athletes, we'll already have looked through all the athletes. So yeah, we've already added the ones that really, other than maybe this guy, but he's a power back. We don't really need it. So that is the real life recruiting class. That is our board. I'm going to do all the scouting and stuff right now, and then we'll kind of get into the start of the season. Okay, we actually just got a first verbal commit. So I'm not going to kind of show you guys this whole thing as we go through, but we got a 4-star wide receiver who just committed right away. So, all right, so there's the top 5 for the Heisman. Somehow our guy isn't on it, even though he's defending Heisman Trophy winner. That is fine. Okay, so we're going to advance to the start of the season now. I did all my scouting, and yeah, we're going to get into it. So we start with a bye week, so we can look at recruiting here, and we'll kind of go through the recruiting a little bit at the start here, and we'll kind of get our targets and kind of look at our guys. So we have 3 quarterbacks we are looking at, and the first one is going to be Blake Bortles, and we actually shot up to 1st on his board right here. So we'll go after Bortles. I mean, he's only the 81st player, so it's not like guaranteed that we know he's like a really good player or anything, but we'll start with send the house. We'll go after Blake Bortles. We'll see. We do kind of need a quarterback. The other 3 quarterbacks, I kind of don't really care about this Faulkner. I like this Nicholas Gash a little better. 4-star, 36 in the country, 6'6", is a huge guy. So we're going to add him, and we're going to go send the house for him as well. Getting into our 2 running backs here, we really don't need a running back bad. I'll maybe go after this John Income, though. We'll just give him a contact friends and family to start. Then moving on to our wide receivers, and we only are going after 2, and we already signed one of them. This guy is a 5-star, 14th player in the country, so it is probably worth going after him a little bit, but I'm not going to go crazy with it just because we got 4 receivers last year. We already got a 4-star auto commit, so it's just not something I'm going to target super hard. So you can see with our skill positions, we're just not going super hard. It's going to be, this class is really about defense and offensive line to me. So starting off with Brandon Sheriff, we are in, and we might even DM the player too. Sheriff is someone I would love to lock down. 5-star, 21st player in the country. Then we also have Luke Jokel. So Luke Jokel, I did scout, and we do know he is a gem. So this is someone I definitely want to go after hard as well. So we're going to send the house, and we're going to DM the player once again. So we're going to try to really lock down the O-line here. Then Atwood, another guy we scouted, 4-star. We know he's a gem. We are him first. We're going to send the house. We're going to DM the player. You can see we are really going hard at the O-line. Then we have this guy. We scouted him. We know he's not a gem like the other guys. And we have another 4-star here who we know for sure. Well, we don't know this guy's not a gem, but we know this guy isn't a gem. So I'm not going to go after Fala. We'll wait on driver. I want to see my other O-line. So we still have 5 other offensive linemen we're targeting. So it's going to be we're going to have to kind of judge who we actually want. This guy's our highest rated guard. So we're going to go send the house for him. He's 73rd in the country. This center, we're going to go after hard too. So we'll send the house. And then like this driver, he's not been offered by anyone else. So I think we're going to send the house again. So that's the offensive line we're going after to start. So we're not really going to go after Fala, Nielsen, Fowler, or Roos right now. But maybe that'll change as we get further along. Okay, going on to defense, we got Kafka, who is a 4-star recruit, power rusher archetype, our 5-star recruit. He's the 4th player in the country. So we're definitely going to go after hard after this guy. We're going to send the house and I'm going to DM the player. This is just a really good player that I would love to lock down. 6'5", 275, fits our system well. This guy we scouted. We know he's not a gem. We're 6th on his board. We're going to let him probably just go. Breida, a little more interested. He's from Alabama, 6'5", bit more of a speed rusher type, but we'll contact friends and family for him. We'll play it a little slower with him, but we'll see what we can do. Moving on to D tackle, and we have Sharif Floyd. We scouted him. We know he's a gem. He's a 5-star recruit. Ohio State is leading right now, but we are going all in on this guy. We are going hard. We're going to go DM and send the house. We could have even went a little harder, but we're going to start with that. Going to be a tough guy to lock down, but we need some D tackles. Dominic Easley, who we're 2nd on his board, so we will go after him. Rusher from the inside. We'll send the house. We're starting to lose points here, but then we have Fusco and Ham as well. We're going to go after Fusco here, 4-star, and we'll go contact friends and family. We're going to have to go a little lower on him. Then this outside linebacker, 5-star recruit. It's basically us and Utah are the only teams going after him right now. We're going to send the house for him, 5-star, outside pass rusher type, going to fit our defense well. Zenter, we're going to have to just let it kind of rock net right now because we have our 2 middle linebackers with CJ Mosley first, who we're 1st on his board. We actually passed Texas Tech. We're going to send the house for CJ. Then we got Alec Ogletree, and we are 1st on him as well. I don't think we have enough to send. We're going to have to just contact friends and family for him, but we're going to go after both Mosley and Ogletree. Then we're getting into our defensive backs here. First up, we have LaMarcus Joyner, 5-star, 8th player in the country. We're 3rd on his board right now. We are going to send the house after him. Then we got D. Milner, real life Bama guy, 5-star recruit, 12th player in the country. We're sending the house 100%. We're only down to 75 points now for our last guys. So Beach, we scouted. We know he's not a gem. We're going to leave him. Then we got O'Gallaghan, who's a 4-star. We do have Eric Reed. Scouted him. We're not sure where he's at, but we will contact friends and family for him. We can only do that with the last 3 guys here. Got Jake Key, Penn State. We're not really going to go. We'll go this safety here. Paul Lindsay. We'll go friends and family, and we'll go O'Gallaghan. That is all of our hours used right there. So that is kind of what our board is looking like as far as recruiting to start. We're going to redshirt guys right now, so I don't forget. So QBs, can't redshirt any of those guys. That's fine. Running back, we'll do Trent Richardson for sure this year. Then we'll let it rock with everyone else. Wideouts, we could do this Durgan, might as well, honestly. Unga, and we'll do Tavon Austin, and then we'll leave these 2, and we could do those 2 next year. Tight end, this is definitely an interesting spot because right now Spruce is actually one of our, basically he's our number 2 tight end. So we're going to redshirt London and the other freshman this year, Gideon. And then next year we'll probably redshirt Spruce and let London be our starter. We actually can do Isaiah Chase this year. Then he'll actually be our starter next year, and we'll buy a year with James Carpenter. McLeod, we'll do Beach, and we'll do Fluker. We'll do Zion Goff, one of our young DNs. We could do this junior, and we'll do Ogle. D-tackle, we can't really do anybody. Reamer, no. That's no. Oh, what we could, oh man, we could do Dante Hightower this year and start Locklear. And then next year, Dante will only be a sophomore. We'll do that. We'll do Jarvis Jones. Corner, we'll do Stephon Gilmore. We'll do this North guy, but we can basically let it rock on these guys. Okay, so that is going to be our red shirts. I'm glad I remembered to do that. That's important. Okay, so now we're going to advance next week. Okay, so we are starting out with Florida State at home. First game of the year. Okay, going to go through our recruits here. So starting off with Blake Bortles, we are in first on him. It looks like we're really the only team going after him. So we are going to kind of just keep it up with where we're at, but we might even be able to pull back a little bit on him. Gash, it's either us or Kentucky. We're starting off strong with him, so we'll just keep it going. Inkum, elusive back. He's a 5-star 15th player in the country. It looks like Notre Dame going a little harder on him, so we're just going to leave him. We'll slow play it a little bit. Same with Chun. We're only offering him 25 hours a week, and we're in first, so we'll just kind of let it rock. Okay, O-line, this is where it's going to be interesting. So Brandon Sheriff, we're going 60 a week. It looks like us, Oregon, are the teams that in Vautech are the teams that going after him the hardest. Then Luke Jokel, us and Iowa State. You'd think we would win a battle against Iowa State. We're doing really good here, so I like it. Sharif Floyd, we are in first right now. It's basically us and Texas that are going all in on him, so hopefully we can lock him down. Dominic Easley, we are first, but Florida is going really hard at him too. So us and Florida are both just really kind of all in. CJ Mosley, us and TCU, we're kind of looks like we're going to be in the lead though. Ogletree, us and Old Miss, but we are in the lead. Lamarcus Joyner, us and UCF. We should win a battle against UCF, you'd think. D. Milner, us and LSU are the teams that are going the hardest. Also Georgia, Texas. So a lot of big schools in on him. Eric Reed, who are also offering the most, we're out in front. So I won't show you guys the recruiting again for a few weeks just because, it's going to be too much to show you every week. So we'll wait 2 or 3 more weeks and then I'll kind of show you where we're sitting. But Florida State, game of the week. We're at 93 overall. This is a game we should win, but obviously we will see. So Brandon Diedrich, player of the week, 3 sacks, 2 TFLs, and we start 1-0. So we ended up winning 42-21. So big win over Florida State to start the year. Definitely not an easy game, so we get it done. Okay, so next up this week, we have Louisiana Monroe. Should obviously be a pretty easy win. So we are just going to sim through it. Maybe I'll check my schedule. That's maybe something we should have looked at the start of the year. So if we look at our schedule, we got Monroe, we got Wisconsin. So that's not an easy game at the start of the year. Then we got Georgia Tech. So this is when we get kind of into our more SEC schedule-ish in here with Vandy, Tennessee, Oklahoma, LSU, South Carolina, Georgia, Mizzou. Honestly, it's a tough-ish schedule, but for the SEC, I actually don't think it's that bad. That Georgia game, maybe we'll watch that Georgia game because that is going to be absolutely massive later in the year. And we're going to definitely watch at least 2 or 3 games this year for sure. We only watched 1 last year, but we're going to sim through Louisiana Monroe. If we lose this one, come on. So we ended up beating Louisiana Monroe. Okay, so we end up winning 40-0 over Louisiana Monroe. We play 1-1 Wisconsin right now. Okay, we're going to advance through Wisconsin here, 2-0. Keep the good times rolling. Let's see what we get. We end up losing. Oh no. So we lose to Wisconsin. We drop down to 2-1 and the 14th team in the country now. We lose 34-24 at home. That is not a good loss. Not a good loss at all. Okay, so we can look at recruiting a little bit now here. So this guy locked us out, but we weren't really going after him anyway. Then we have our other QB. It's us or Kentucky are the really ones going after him. We do have send the house on. Oh, we do have our things unlocked. So I'm going to do a hard sell on this guy now. Yeah, so we should get both these QBs and we'll just see whichever one is better and rock with them. Inkum, we're doing okay with him. He hasn't even narrowed down his top 5 yet. Chun, we're really the only one offering him much, and I'm not too worried about him. Driver, we do have his hard sell unlocked now. We can see what to offer. So it is going to be prestigious, proximity to home, conference prestige, coach prestige. So that should put us in a good spot with him. I might even add DM the player for this guy. So I'll just keep going, send the house and DM. Us and Florida really are the tops right now. We did lose one of the centers, but I don't think we were going after that guy. We were going after this is wheat, and we're the only one offering him. We don't have his main thing unlocked, but really, like 50 points, we should get him no problem. Kafka. So this is a big DN, 5-star recruit, 4th player in the country. Us and LSU look like we're by far the top 2. We do have TV time unlocked. We are DMing the player. I might even add a little bit more. We might just even go search social media, just give them all we can right there. Breida, we're actually falling behind Clemson here. And this is not someone I actually really care about that much. I actually might remove him and just save up, free up some points. Dominic Easley, we actually fell down to 3rd with him. We do know his motivations now, so I'm going to go a hard sell on him. So it's going to be starter for him, brand exposure, playing time, pro potential. That should get us back into the top 3, like back into the mix there. Usko, our D tackle, we still don't know his motivations. We'll just keep going. This outside linebacker, really us and Utah are the only ones going after him still. We do know his motivations now, so we will switch over to a hard sell. It's going to be football influencer is going to be for him. We're freeing up some points here too if we want to kind of go up some guys. Then we got CJ Mosley. We know his as well now, so his motivation. It is going to be the clutch, pro potential, playing style, proximity to home. Proximity to home we're actually not super good on, so I'm going to add, we might even contact friends and family. We're going to go pretty hard on him. Then Alec Ogletree, we've only been going 25 points and we're actually in a pretty good spot, but I might add a DM the player, just give him a little more juice. LaMarcus Joyner, we're at 50. We're going to send the house. Do we know? We do know his motivations now though, so we can go a hard sell, and it is going to be hometown hero. I might even add DM the player as well. Then we got D Milner. Do we know his motivations? We know 2. Okay, no, we know them all. So this is kind of a little tip. So if you know their deal breaker, plus you have 2 of them, and the championship contender isn't one of the ones we know that one is going to be a green. So we can get rid of send the house, and we just got to make sure championship contender for our hard sell is one of them. So it is going to be football influencer for him. And then we could probably go DM as well. Then for the 2 safeties we're going after, Lindsay, don't really know more of his motivations. We'll add a DM the player. And Eric Reed, do we know his oh no, he's in his top 8 still, so maybe we'll add a DM the player to him as well though, go a little more, and then we're gonna have 50 hours. Okay, so that's kind of where we're sitting with recruiting. I'm gonna sim through our bye week here. Okay, all of a sudden Mark Ingram's a risk to transfer. Why? Playing style. Okay, fair, I guess. You're our starting back. Is it just because we pass the ball so much? So I'm using the Georgia playbook, which has a lot of runs in it. Like, is it offensive aggressiveness? Does that just mean pass rate? I'll go down to 50. We'll see if that puts us a little more run heavy. Okay, so we missed it, but we did get a commit. I don't know why it didn't show us, but Blake Bortles commits to us. So we do get Blake Bortles. Oh, we got a couple more. Okay, so Luke Jokel and Atwood. So we got a couple of good offensive linemen already. Oh, we lost Dominic Easley. That's kind of tough. So we have these guys who we did offer some scholarships to last week. This McConnell actually looks like we might get. We could offer, we'll just go search social media on this other corner. But so that is where we're sitting. So we do have a few guys already signed. We have 4 stars signed. So we're in a good spot. We're kind of right there with Miami, Georgia, Ohio State with a lot of 4 stars already signed. We have quite a few 5 stars we're still in on. Class is looking like it could turn out to be pretty good. So I'm going to start sending some thoughts on Motivator. We've been going really hard on recruiting, but I want to, start to balance us out a little bit here. Okay, we're going to sim through our bye week. So we got Georgia Tech, who's 0-3. Can't lose that one. Okay, so we did just lock down Brandon Sheriff as well. I don't know why it's not popping up with who's committing, but we did lock down Sheriff, and we locked down that really good defensive end, the 5-star. So recruiting class is really starting to come together here. Okay, so Georgia Tech right here, big week. Got to get back on our winning ways. We lost that Wisconsin game, so let's get into it. So we did win. I don't know why we're not getting the pop-ups when guys commit. Kind of annoying. It's nice to see that. We ended up beating Georgia Tech. We're 3-1. We won 31-24, so a little closer than I would have liked. We have 2 kind of easier games here with Tennessee and Vandy, and then Oklahoma, LSU, South Carolina, Georgia. That's where it really starts to get, tough. So we did get that other QB along with Blake Bortles. We got all those offensive line we were targeting. The only one who's not locked in yet is this center, who is going to be locked in. So this class, we basically got everyone we wanted. We really didn't miss on anyone this year. We get that really good D end. We do get our guy, Sharif Floyd, in the middle of our defense. That's huge. Really want this other D tackle. We're going full 75 hours a week on him. We actually can get rid of send to the house though, and we can go a hard sell. It's going to be a workhorse for him, and we can DM the player. Like, we better lock this guy down. Us, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. We do get CJ Mosley. We did get both of our corners we were after. So we got LaMarcus Joyner. We got D. Milner, both locked up. Yeah, this class has turned out crazy. Like last year, we were in on a lot of guys, lost some guys I wanted. Then these guys are all kind of filler guys I've been adding later to our board just to, fill it out, get some more action. Bunch of kind of just 4-star guys that I think would be good additions. Now we have a lot of hours, so we can just kind of go all in on these guys. Like this D tackle, he's a 4-star. We're coming to him really late, but we'll see if we can get in the mix. He hasn't even narrowed down his top 8 yet. Don't really need a tight end, but here's a 4-star I found that I'm like, you know what? We can get in on this guy, add some more depth to the position. Same with this running back. He's the 7th player in the country, and people just aren't going that hard at him. So I'm like, we might as well get in there and just see what we can do. We'll bring him in for a visit as well. But yeah, so we still have 90 hours, and there's like nobody I even care enough to spend a bunch on. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at with recruiting. We are in a great spot. I actually want to look where we just sit. We are the #1 class. We got only 12 guys, but that's kind of right around everyone else. We got 6 5-stars. No one else has more than 1. So we are absolutely destroying in the recruiting cycle right now. We got Vandy here. Let's go get a W. This should be somewhat one of our easier games. Ooh, we got some guys kind of looking like they maybe could transfer over playing style. Not really much I can do for you there. McElroy wins player of the week versus Vandy. That should mean we won. Yeah, we're up to 4-1. So we ended up beating Vandy 42-34. So those are close. So we got Tennessee, Oklahoma, LSU, South Carolina. This is really our meat of our schedule now. Okay, so now we have Tennessee 4-1, 7th team in the country. They're 2-5. Got to be another victory here. 5-1, and we play 5-1 Oklahoma now. So this is probably our toughest game of the year so far. We won 48-13, so finally put up some big numbers against Tennessee, had a nice margin of victory. But yeah, this is our first. Maybe Florida State is similar, but now Oklahoma, LSU. So we play 4 of the next 5 weeks. The team is 5-1 and ranked. So this is really when this is nut crunching time. This is when it gets serious right here. We basically got everyone we're after. We literally didn't even lose out on any of these dudes that we were in a battle for. We just got them all. We still are up in the air on Alec Ogletree. Looks like we'll get him. We're going 75 a week. Really nothing else I could do. I could bring him in for a visit if we want, but no, we're locked. He's already in for a visit that week, and we're just getting everyone else. Okay, we have Oklahoma here. We're doing good in the recruiting trail, but can we keep winning? We got to make the playoff. We're trying to win a national championship. We got to beat OU. We do beat OU, but then we got LSU this week. Man, this part of our schedule is so tough. So we end up beating Oklahoma 55-14. So we kind of actually blow them out a little bit. Definitely a good start. So we're 6-1. After this LSU game, we are going to take a look at our stats and see how well we're actually playing. Did lock down that running back, so another 5-star. Oh, we get Alec Ogletree. We get both safeties, so we get that free safety. We end up getting Eric Reed, and now it is literally just filler guys. We don't get that really good running back that we were kind of going after, but I didn't really even care. So we're just going to let it rock with recruiting now. We've got basically everyone we wanted. Anyone else we get is just going to be added added bonus. We got everyone. We got LSU. Now we're in the meat of our schedule and we're really caring about these games. So we're going to sim through this game. I do want to watch that Georgia game coming up here. Do we beat LSU? Nick O'Quinn, freshman backer, gets 4 sacks. That's a huge day. Julio Jones goes for 6 receptions for 176 yards and 3 touchdowns. And we do win. Wow. So we are absolutely rolling. We're up to the number 4 team in the country again. Only lost once. We beat LSU 40. So look at our last 3 games. 48-13, 55-14, 48-14. We got a somewhat easy game at South Carolina. Then our last 4 games are all on the road. At South Carolina, at Georgia, at Mizzou, at Auburn. So even if we go 4-1 over this stretch, I'll be very happy. Let's look at the top 25. Ohio State, Arkansas, Texas Tech are the 2 undefeated teams. Georgia has lost, so that'll be a huge game, obviously. Heisman watch. We don't have anybody. That's fine, though. Let's look at our season stats here. So McElroy having a great year again. 322, 26 touchdowns, 3 picks. Rushing, Mark Ingram averaging 67 a game. Like, he's having a pretty good year. I hope he doesn't try to transfer out. 543, 4.7 a carry. Not bad at all. Receiving, Dumars is actually outgaining Julio by a little bit. Then we got Garbers, Mario Williams, Zachariah Branch. Is Branch not a starter? I swear I put him as our slot receiver. Yeah, he's our slot. Why is Mario playing over him? Unless... I put him as our number 3, but they have Mario playing in the slot. I'd rather have Zachariah playing. We brought him in and we're not even using him. We're 7-1, so it's not like it's been huge, but I love Zachariah Branch, so I definitely want to play him. Mario's really good too, but Dumars and they're both 6'3", like 215. This is just a scary outside duo. Defensively, Rolando McClain leading us in tackles. Javier Arenas right there as well. TFLs, Diedrich has 8. Nick O'Quinn has 8.5 sacks. Redshirt freshman. Diedrich Reamer. Interceptions, Javier, Rolando, Keith Jackson. Kick return, Mario's our big kick returner. Okay, so that is where we're sitting. That is our stats. So let's look at team stats. Are we the number 1 offense again right now? Bama, we are the number 1 offense in the country. 2nd year in a row so far if we finish there. And our defense is much better. So we were kind of a middle of the road defense. Now we're like 2nd in the country. And we're number 1 for Power 5 schools. So we're doing really well defensively. Okay, so we're going to sim through this South Carolina game. Then we're going to watch some of that Georgia game. We'll go through it kind of quick because, we still, if we make the SEC championship game, we kind of want to watch some of that. We're going to want to watch some of the playoff. But okay, 3 versus 2. We do end up beating South Carolina. This is a massive game right here with the Bulldogs. So we end up beating South Carolina 42-21. So the last about 4 or 5 weeks, we have really started to catch our stride, playing great, but we are on the road against the Dogs. Okay, so we got Georgia. They're 91, we're 93. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got the Dogs on the road, both 1 loss, 2nd and 3 in the country. We are going to sim through the first quarter here. So they're up 3-0. So, close game so far. Defensive battle. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10. Zachariah Branch for 14. We got 1st and goal on the 6. Julio went for 22 there. Let's go punch this in, boys. McElroy and shotgun. This is the 2nd toughest place to play right now. We hand it off to Mark Ingram. Get in there, Mark. Mark down to the 1-yard line. Mark Ingram almost gets in. Punch this in for us, Mark Ingram. We're going heavy. We actually looks like we brought in Coffee, maybe. Our backup running back. We're going to run toss. Oh, we missed the block on the outside. Oh, I didn't mean to sim there. Okay, we do score. So Orion Dumars. I meant to watch that, but we do score. So we go up 7-3 out on defense now. They pick up the 1st, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 9 here. So let's get off the field. We got 4 down lineman look, or maybe that outside backer. We'll see if he's rushing or not. Yep. Oh, we're bringing a blitz. They block it up. Oh, wide open over the middle. He might be gone. We take a horrible angle, and that's going to be a down at the 1-yard line. That was a horrible angle. So defensively, they're 3rd and 9, and they go for 52, and they score the very next play. That is tough. Our ball, 3rd and 3. We convert. 2nd and 4. 3rd and 3. We convert with a 22-yard reception to Julio. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 6 on the 24. Probably going to run here. Stadium pulse is going off, so this Georgia stadium is rocking. McElroy in shotgun. stands tall, fires it into the flats. That's going to be short. Probably going to take 3 here. Tie this one up. Want to throw that past the sticks. We do go 3. Okay, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3. Georgia, they convert. They convert again. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 1. They convert. 2nd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, and they score a touchdown, 21 yards. So this is an absolute battle here. Our ball, 3rd and 7, we convert. Then we hit again, 15 yards to Zachariah Branch. Convert again, 16 yards to Zachariah Branch. Hit again, 12 yards to our tight end. We are going to watch now. So we're on the 15-yard line, 44 seconds left. Let's see if we can tie this up before the half. McElroy, fake handoff, throws it out to the flat, make someone miss, That was Branch. So Branch has been really effective on this drive. Okay, down to the 4-yard line. We have 1 timeout, so we have all the time in the world. We're in empty here. Branch in the slot here. Motion. Bring Branch across. Oh, throw a little slant. That's in. That's a touchdown. Let's go. Is that Dumars again? This kid's a freak, man. Him and Julio is just a scary outside duo. Yeah, that's Ori and Dumars. We get in, and this is an absolute battle against the dogs here. We're going to keep going to the second half. Yeah, so it's halftime. We're going to jump to the 4th quarter. We score okay. All of a sudden, we go off in the 3rd quarter, and we are up 38-24. So we're going to go into the game here. Yeah, that is going to be it. We win 48-31. So in this second half of the season, really getting into the hard part of our schedule, we are really starting to catch fire. We are winning every game by like mid 40s to like in the like 20s. Stockton played all right. McElroy, 220 rating, 405 touchdowns. He absolutely shredded. Couldn't really get our run game going against that front 7 of the dogs, but our pass game was incredible. We had 3 receivers over 100 yards. Julio had the worst day of our big time weapons with 117 yards. The other 2 had over 120 with 3 and 2 touchdowns. So our passing game looks absolutely next level scary. This guy somehow gets player of the week with just 6 tackles, nothing else, no picks. So we have Mizzou. We've jumped up to the #1 team in the country. Let's beat Mizzou. Let's beat Auburn. Let's not lose this #1 ranking. Okay, we got a 4-star middle linebacker. Our recruiting class is absolutely freaking insane. We do beat Mizzou, so we just have the Iron Bowl left here. Auburn 7-4. Gotta get this one done. Okay, Iron Bowl. Let's advance. We should be in the SEC championship game no matter what at this point now. So we're gonna play Arkansas in the Natty. We dropped down to #2. I don't think we lost though. No, we finished 11-1. So we're going to advance past this next week. And then, yeah, we're going to have Arkansas in the SEC championship game. We will watch some of that. So we're going to go through the first quarter here. 3-0 Arkansas. Oh, we got a field goal there. So it's 3-3 Arkansas ball. They got it on 3rd and 2. We'll watch here. Let's see if our big guys up front can stop the run here. We got Chapman and Terrence Cody on the field. They have a big quarterback in there. My goodness. Oh, and we get him for just behind the first down marker. That should force a punt. That is. So now touchback, we have it in our 20. Okay, let's get this offense rolling. 2nd and 14, 3rd and 10. So offense definitely a little slow moving here. After last time we watched against Georgia, we just absolutely shredded. Let's see what we can do here. McElroy shotgun. Julio at the top of your screen. They're going man defense. We hit Dumars. Man, Dumars and Julio. Just the scariest duo in college football. 2 just 6'3", scary dudes on the outside. And the next play, Ori and Dumars, 58-yard touchdown. These 2 are absolute freak shows. 1st and 20, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 18. Big punt return there. Mario Williams for 23 yards. We have it right in their territory again. And then we get a 9-yard rushing touchdown. We are up 17-3, 3rd and 16. We got pressure, boom, and he goes down. Boys, we feel like an absolutely nasty team right now. It does not feel like these dudes can hang with us. Like even Georgia, we blow out. They get we get a huge 22-yard punt return again, down to the 18 here. And then next play, McElroy to our tight end. Okay, we are up big here. 24-3. We got them in 2nd 19, 3rd and 19. They can't even move the ball. Drops back, up over the top, pick on cue. Let's go. Our defense is balling. Our offense is balling. The Tide. We are trying to win our first national championship here. I love it. So we have it on the 20. We hit McElroy to Mark Ingram for 17, and we punch it in the next play with Ingram. Okay, we are just going to sim through the rest of this thing. 31-3, 38-3, 45-3, 50. Oh my, 59-3 in the SEC championship. Arkansas was the number 3 team in the nation, and we blow the freaking doors off them. McElroy, 432 and 5 scores. He was a little slow to get going in the first half, but we out yardaged them 577 to 152. That is actually insane. Holy crap. Ingram, we couldn't get our run game. I mean, I guess our backups, Ingram couldn't really get it going. The rest of our guys actually averaged decent yards per carry. Oh my, Dumars went off. 212, 2 touchdowns. Julio was good, but this was the Dumars show today. Defensively, we were all over the place. Had 2 sacks, 2 picks. Javier got one. So what a freaking game by the Alabama Crimson Tide. We level up. McElroy, 432, 5 scores. His stats are going to be insane this year again. We win Coach of the Year. First Coach of the Year award. We win it. We don't win the Heisman again. I bet you we had better stats than that, though, with McElroy. We do win Kicker of the Year, 22 of 22. We win Punter of the Year, so our special teams are elite. Best Center, cool. And that is it. Okay, so we're going to advance here, and we will take a look at who we get in the college football playoff here. So we are definitely going to have a bye. We're going to get Arkansas again, a team we just absolutely bludgeoned. So we get a bye. I should have looked at this before. So Arkansas beat Texas Tech. Arkansas State lost to SMU. Texas beat UTSA. Kansas State beat Louisiana. So Arizona, Ohio State, UAB, and us had the byes. We get Arkansas, and then we get the winner of UAB SMU. Oh my gosh. We'll watch a little bit of this, and then we'll probably sim the next game, and then we'll watch the Natty if we make it. We got to win this too, though. McElroy in shotgun, Mark Ingram beside him. McElroy, time, going to Julio. That's picked. McElroy, what are we doing? That might be a pick 6. Oh no. Oh no. So we won 59-3 a few weeks ago. What did I say? Hey, new week, you never know. We are now up 1. McElroy, worst throw we've ever seen him make, and we're already in 3rd and 9 again. So are we going to get beat by the Razorbacks here? That would be something. McElroy drops back, going down the seam, boom, hits Julio in stride. That is actually a great throw. Throw with great anticipation, hits Julio in stride in front of that safety, goes for 25. Next play, incomplete. 3rd and 6, we convert. 8 yards to Ingram. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5 from the 35. No sacks, no picks here. Fake the handoff to Coffee. You know, that's pressure. You can't take that sack. That's going to put us out of field goal range. Yeah, their ball. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 6. We get off the field. Okay, offense. We have a chance here to go get some points. 2nd and 8, 1st and 10 after 18-yard reception. 2nd and 8, 1st and 10. Julio for 10, and then boom, touchdown. Julio Jones, 21 yards. We're back up 8. Okay, that's a fumble. Return for 60 yards. Wow, we returned it down to the 10-yard line. So our defense made a play, and then next play, 11-yard touchdown. So Arkansas had a chance, and now they just gave up 2 touchdowns to end this first half. Okay, I'm going to go to the 4th quarter here. 2018, still 35-13. We're going to sim to the end of the game unless, Arkansas starts doing something crazy in the last 8 minutes here. 45-13, 45-20. They do get it to 45-27. We win this one. We get it done. That's what I like to see. 374. So our offense did not play as good. We did throw that pick 6. McElroy did have 4 touchdowns. 62 for Ingram. Julio had 56. No one even hit over 100. So our offense was not as explosive, but we advance. So now we are going to sim through the 2nd playoff game. We'll see if we win. And if we do, then we'll watch the national championship. Last year, we lost in the 2nd round, I think, right? So we got SMU. They're the number 10 team. They are, let's see just what they're probably like an 83 or something. They're an 82 overall. We have to win this game. I'm simming it. If we don't win, man. Okay, we win this Fiesta Bowl. We win the semifinal. Julio went for 5 for 142 scores in that one. We're going to play Kansas State. They are the number 3 seed, so pretty decent Kansas State team. They are 12-3, and this is going to be the national championship. They're only in 84. This should be a win, but we are trying to win our first natty. We've had 1 loss on the year, 2009. Try to win it. We went 12-3 and lost in the semifinal last year. We did win the SEC this year. 12-1 right now, or 13-1, and trying to take home our first national championship. Okay, so we are going to sim through the first quarter here. 7-0 after 1. 4th and 19. They got a sack, so going to be their ball. 2nd and 13. They made a big pass play and then get a huge run. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 8 from the 15. So definitely want to hold them to 3 here. Make it a 10-3 game. Looks like we might be bringing some sort of pressure on him here, which I don't hate. Yep. No, we're only going to rush forward. Drop out. That's a pick. We step in front. We might be gone. No, they catch us, but that's a huge pick. Wow, that is massive. That is Kareem Jackson steps in front. We get a pick in the red zone. Give our offense the football back. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 7 from our own 27 here. You know who I want to see it go to. Julio, Dumars, maybe Zachariah Branch. McElroy drops back. Plenty of time. You got to get rid of it. He's going up over the top. Up over the top. Jump ball. That's picked. Okay. That was like a punt, I guess. Kind of an arm punt. Oh, okay. So, didn't love that. But is what it is. So they pick us back off. We did throw it like 50 yards in the air. So it was basically like a punt on 3rd down. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 7 here. Okay, let's get off the field again. They drop back. 4-man rush. We are getting some pressure. Force them out of the pocket. We got to come make a tackle. Ah, that's a 1st down. Good scramble there by their QB. 2nd and 5. 3rd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 13. 3rd and 12 from the 42. This is a huge down. Keep them out of field goal range. Force a punt. Give our offense the ball back. 4-man rush. We got pressure. We need a tackle, and we miss. We miss the tackle. They go for 19. Looks like they're going to get some points here now unless we can get a turnover. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 6. They convert. 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal from the 6. Can we get another pick? Can we get a fumble? They got pistol, double tight end look. Gonna drop back. Gonna escape. Try to get it. We need a tackle. Boom, and he's in. This guy's been making plays with his legs. Really nice drive there by Kansas State. Converted multiple 3rd downs. Cut it to a 10-7 lead. We start with a 14-yard rush. 2nd and 12. Then down to 3rd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 12. Interception. McElroy throws his 2nd pick. They got it 1st and 10 on our 25. 1st and 10 on our 15. 2nd and 10. 1st and goal from the 1. They have a chance to take the lead at the half. Okay, we need a tackle for loss rate here. We need a sack if they're passing, or if it's a run, we need a TFL, and they're in. Kansas State storms back. They were down 10-0. They look like they're going to have a halftime lead unless our offense can get wild here. 45 seconds. We start with a 9-yard pass. Boom. 66 yards to Zachariah Branch. That is why I wanted him in the transfer portal. Absolutely just explosive playmaker. Puts us back out in front going into half. That is so big. 66 yards. We're going to go through the next quarter here. 17-14 lead, and we are still not knotted up, but we still are 17-14. We have the ball. We hit for 12 there. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5 from the 35. McElroy drops back, deep drop, fires it right over the middle. Omar Dumars fires it in. That's going to put us at 221. Orion Dumars, not Omar Dumars. Huge play. 2nd and 4, 3rd and 3 from the 7. Gonna at least get 3 here, but we want to punch this thing. We got trips to the top. Coffee in the backfield at running back. Gonna motion Coffee out of the backfield. Solo Dumars, touchdown, back corner. Orion Dumars, one of our stud weapons. Put the baby to sleep, Orion. That's what we like to see. Dumars with a couple of huge receptions on that drive. There we go. So that's going to put us up to 10-point lead here. Their ball, 3rd and 11 from their own 1. Can we get a safety? Can we get a pick? Can we get a, do something here? What do we got? They got to run. Not that. Not a first down. Okay, we're fine. I would have liked, obviously, a safety there, but now we are going to have incredible field position here. Oh, they go for it on fourth down, and we get a pick six. We're just going to jump to the end of this one. 15-1. Dub in Natty. Dub SEC. There it is. So we win our first national championship in our second year of the sim. We get it done. That is what I like to see. There it is. Nick Saban lifts his first trophy. There we go. So stats, they actually had more yards than us, which is crazy. McElroy, 257, 2 touchdowns, did throw 2 picks. Dumars, Julio, Zachariah. Zachariah only had 3 receptions, but he had that huge, like, 66-yarder. Coffee, I don't know if Mark Ingram might have been hurt because he didn't even play. It was all Glenn Coffee today. There it is. So we win in 09. We get our first natty. We need 5 more. Okay. So this is just kind of year-end wrap-up. So final top 25. Obviously, we get first. Ohio State, Texas, Nebraska, Arkansas. Georgia didn't even make the playoff. They ended up 9-4. When we played them, they were 8-1. That is crazy. So we legitimately just ended their season. Heisman watch. So McElroy was so close to winning back-to-back Heisman trophies, ends up losing to the Texas Tech quarterback. All-Americans, we should have a lot. What? We don't have one first-team All-American. That's stupid. Come on. Second team, we get McElroy. We get a guard. 3 guys on our front 7. No freshmen. Damn. Oh, we get our kicker. No Julio or Orion. That seems a little surprising to me. Let's look at the stats. 322 a game, 53 touchdowns, 6 picks for McElroy. Rushing, Mark Ingram had 855. 61 a game. Receiving, Orion had 1,400. He is going to be gone now. Julio had 1,300, 13 touchdowns, 17. Like, they were just incredible. Then Mario and Zachariah were our other 2 big weapons throwing the ball. Defensively, Klein, 93 tackles, by far the most on the team. TFLs, sacks, 11.5 and 11 were our tops. 4 picks for Javier Arenas. I want to look at some national stats too, just more on offense. So where did McElroy finish? Pass yards per game. Miller Moss, the Morton guy who won the Heisman. But look at the touchdowns. We did play more games because we made it all the way to the natty, but I guess Morton was really good too. I probably would have gave it to McElroy. Rushing, that was our top rushers. Receiving, Dumars gets 3rd in the country. Julio gets like 6th. So we had a great year. Orion, one of those 2 should have been an All-American. Stats, team stats, we had the #1 offense in the country. Defensively, didn't finish quite as high as we were at the mid-season point, but still a good defense overall. That's also, we played more games. I wish they would sort it by points allowed per game. So that is going to wrap up this in season number 2. Now we're just going to get into the off-season stuff here. So players leaving, this is obviously going to be massive. Chapman, Rolando, Zachariah, looks like we'll get him back. I definitely want Chapman and Rolando. Not persuaded. Not persuaded. It looks like these other guys decided to stay. Zachariah, you're going to be our number 2. No, we lose Branch. He would have been our number 2 receiver. Okay, so we lose Branch, Rolando, and Chapman. So definitely if we could get a linebacker, some D tackles, receiver in the transfer portal, some guys who are ready to play right now. We also lose West, Arenas, O-line. We lost a lot of talent this year compared to last year. Like, we lost some dudes. So I'm really glad we won last year because we lost a lot of guys. But so corners, definitely some positions that we need to target in the transfer portal here. Look at our draft results. So Chapman, first rounder, McLean, West, we had a bunch. Look how many guys we had drafted. Wow, we lost so much talent. Okay, we are going to go hard on the transfer portal. Try to lock in some big dudes. So we got a good corner here who we're actually first on his board. We have another corner who are first. Another corner, a running back, outside linebacker, wide receiver Cam Coleman from Auburn. We'll go after him. He's only a sophomore too. I think that guy's a real life guy who's a big time recruit in real life. Another corner, middle linebacker. That's a position we could use. Left tackle, left end, middle linebacker, left guard, strong safety, right? Okay, so that's going to fill up our targets. So that's a pretty good group of guys at some positions I want. So we're just going to kind of divvy it out and then I'll show you guys kind of after where we're at. Okay, so we get Caden Jenkins, one of the good corners. We get the other corner. We get Cam Coleman. That's someone I really wanted. I'm pretty sure, I got to look that guy up. I'm pretty sure he's a real life, really high recruit who picked Auburn. Yeah, he's a 5-star, 4th player in the country in this upcoming recruiting class in real life. So he's an absolute stud. And he picked Auburn, but we get him. Left end. So yeah, we're going to add a bunch of depth, which is good because we did lose a lot of guys. We lost the middle linebacker. That was the other one I actually did kind of want. So who else do we have? It's got left outside, running back, cornerback. We already got a bunch of corners. The only one I really wanted was this Taggart. Really wanted him. We didn't get him. So I'm just going to let it run with the other guys. If we get them, sweet. If not, it's all good. We do get the running back. We do get the left outside, and we get the left guard. So, and we get the strong safety. Our recruiting class, when you include our transfers, is going to be absolutely insane. I don't think it's quite National Signing Day yet. I'm going to go one more week and then we'll look at our class. National Signing Day. We finish with the #1 class, 9 5-stars, 21 4-stars, not even a 3-star ever signed. Our class is absolutely cracked. Miami got a lot of 4-stars. Oregon got 32 4-stars. So they had a wicked class too. The 5-stars really are what put us over the top though. No one else even had more than 3, and only Notre Dame had 3. So our class, absolutely insane, brought in so much talent. We can look at our position changes here. The only thing usually would be like OD line. So we're going to have carpenter, guards, center, guard, tackle. We have a lot of right tackles. We'll probably just leave them. Left ends, right ends, tackle, left, middle, right, corner, safety. Yeah, I think we're good on position changes. Ooh, we get elite recruiter unlocked. We'll upgrade our coach skills here. I don't even know if we need elite recruiter. So we're not going to look at training results. We'll just wait and I'll show you guys the roster at the start of next year when I create all the recruits and put them on the team. Okay, so we're at the start of the next season here. I'm going to make our recruits, put them on the team, and then we'll take a look at the roster and we'll get into the year number 3. All right, boys. So here we are at the start of season number 3. This is going to be the 2010 season. Now, we are just going to quickly look through my team, show you some of the new recruits I got, show you just kind of the outlook for the team. Now, I think honestly, last year we might have been a little bit better on paper, but this year we are still looking really good. We have Julio, Mark Ingram, McElroy leading our offense. So our big 3 on offense is incredible. Dante Hightower, Kareem Jackson, real life guys kind of leading the way on defense. We got a senior guard, but like sophomore Dante Hightower up to 91. If we look at our QBs, Greg McElroy is starting. We did bring in Blake Bortles. He was a really high recruit. I think he was a 4-star. Ended up only having normal development traits, so probably won't ever end up being our starter. But the other quarterback we got in this class was Nicholas Gash, and this guy looks like an absolute stud. Elite development trait, so he comes in at the fastest development trait possible. He's 6'6", has these for his mental abilities, these for his physical abilities, and yeah, I mean, this guy legit just looks like an absolute freak show. Probably will be our starting quarterback one day. More of a pocket passer, only 83 speed, but that is more than enough to move around a little bit. And then 93 throw power to throw the ball down the field. Running back, we got Mark Ingram for at least this year. Then we got 2 really good young guys with this John Incoom, who is a 5-star running back this year, elite development trait, so develops at the fastest rate possible. Plus, we have young Trent Richardson, who's a redshirt freshman, and he's got impact development trait. So we could have a 2-headed backfield right there that could be super deadly. Looking at wide receivers, we have Julio Jones as our main weapon this year, only a junior, so hopefully even could have him next year. Probably not, but we'll see. Then we have, a pretty good group here behind them. Probably our receiving core was a little better last year. We lost 2 of our starters, but then we do have Tavon Austin, who's coming along. He's only a 72, but he does have star development traits, so we'll see if he can pick it up here, start to get a little better. We do have a good group of young guys, but yeah, I think this Unga could turn out to be really good. He's got elite development trait, 5-star recruit, only 5'11". Obviously not a real guy, but he's got 98 speed as well. So probably by next year, he could be one of our top weapons. Tight end, we are absolutely set. Last year, we got 3 really good young guys. We got Spruce, London, and this Gideon guy. So we have all 3 of those guys, plus this Smith Yibo. I think all 3 of them have star development trait. We're set at tight end. Good young group. James Carpenter going to be our starting left tackle. We have Luke Jokel in behind him, a real guy. Guard, we have young Zach Martin coming along. We have a junior and senior ahead of him. Center, a 76 and a 72. Probably won't be starting him. Probably move one of our guards inside to center. We have a really good senior guard. 70 76 behind him. We have a ton of right tackles. So we got DJ Fluker, we got Brandon Sheriff, and just a bunch of young guys here. So we'll see who develops into be the real studs there. Zion Goff, only a redshirt freshman. He has impact development trait. Looks like he's going to be a really good kind of inside defensive end in our 3-4. Kafka, this guy was like the 4th overall recruit in the last recruiting class. He's impact development, so decent, not incredible though. Looking at D tackle, we have Sharif Floyd, who looks like, you know, he's going to be a super stud for us. We really needed to get him. He's got elite development trait, so the highest one. So Floyd by net, he's probably going to be a starter next year. So we're really young at D tackle. We did bring in 3 freshmen this year though. Moving on to linebacker, some nice young guys here. We're a pretty young team overall right now. It feels like Dante Hightower Wilson. We got a young Alec Ogletree, so a real life young middle linebacker here, 80 overall freshman. He does have impact development trait as well. Then right outside, we got junior Courtney Upshaw, played for the Tide in real life. And we got a young Jarvis Jones, who's a redshirt freshman as well. Impact development trait, looks like he could be good for us. Corner, we got Kareem Jackson. Good group of kind of auto gen guys here. And we brought in some transfers. I think Jenkins and Forbes were both transfers in this year. So pretty good group of corners. Then we have Dean Milner, Stephon Gilmore, and Lamarcus Joyner at the back of our roster here. Young guys. Dean Milner, elite potential, develops at the fastest rate possible. 5-star recruit, played for the Tide in real life. Gilmore looks like he maybe could be a starter one day, but he does only have normal development trait. And then Lamarcus Joyner, he was a big 4 or 5-star. Yeah, 5-star. He's got impact development trait. Then wrapping up with safeties, we got those 3 at free. Strong safety, we got Prather and Barron. I'll probably play one of these 2 at starting free safety this year. And then we did bring in a young freshman, Eric Reed, who played for LSU in real life, but he's only got normal development traits. So that's the kind of interesting thing with these recruits, guys, is we don't know when we're targeting these guys if they're actually going to turn out to be really good or if they'll just kind of turn out to be okay. Now we're going to do our red shirts really quick. So I'm going to do Gash and Bortles. We'll have Perry and Powers as the backups. Running back, we'll do Incoom. Wideouts, I mean, we could do Coleman, even though we brought him in as a transfer, and then the 2 freshmen. Tight end, we'll do Carter. Left tackle, we'll do Jokel. Guards, leave them all. Centers, we can do the freshmen. And then right tackle, we'll do Sheriff and Atwood. Ends, only Kafka. D tackle, maybe we'll do Fusco. Do this freshman left outside. We'll do Ogletree this year. Nothing here. Corners, we'll do Milner and Joyner this year. Do Lindsay, and we'll do Eric Reed. So that is our red shirts. Quickly look at our depth chart. I want to look at our center position. So center, would it make more sense? Play McLeod. What would McLeod be? He'd be an 83. So we're going to play McLeod in at center, and then we'll play Kirk as the backup. Yeah, we'll start Prather. We'll play Barron at strong safety, and then we're going to play Prather at free. Wide receiver, Julio, Durgan, Meredith. So those are our top 3 right now. Honestly, I kind of want to get Unga on the field. We're going to play Unga as our 4th receiver, as a redshirt freshman, 98 speed. And, you know, he could develop into maybe being our number 1 receiver one day. Okay, now we'll look at preseason top 25 really quick. So we are coming in as the number 2 team. Here's the rest of the top 25, what they are looking like. Is Georgia high? Like, obviously, them in the ACC or in the SEC, Arkansas, SEC. SEC is not really dominating the top 25 that much, though, honestly. And then preseason All-Americans, definitely Julio should be one. We have the quarterback, running back, and wide receiver, all first-team All-Americans. Also, our right guard, plus our strong safety. If we look at second-team, Arch Manning, only a junior for Texas. And we got Kareem Jackson. So, got like five All-Americans right now, preseason. Okay, now we're going to look at the recruiting here. And first, we're going to we'll kind of make our board, and we'll look at the real life recruits we have this year. So for QBs, we have 4 real life recruits. And the first one is going to be Braxton Miller. Miller's going to be a 5-star recruit. He played at Ohio State in real life, was a kind of a receiver quarterback hybrid, played in the NFL for a while, 5-star recruit, scrambler archetype. And he's looking at Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame, Cincinnati. We are 9th on his board, so we're not going to go after him. Next up, we have Johnny Football. So we all know who Johnny Manziel is. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, scrambler archetype. Johnny Football played at A&M in real life. Here he's looking at Kentucky, Ohio State, Alabama are his top 3. So we are in his top 3. I'm going to add him to our board. Next up, we have Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy, 2 gloves. He played at Louisville, drafted by the Vikings in the first round. Here he's going to be an improviser archetype, 4-star recruit, looking at Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, Texas A&M. We're not going to add him to our board. Then the last real life quarterback is going to be Marcus Mariota. Now, Mariota is from Hawaii. This guy's actually from Hawaii as well. 4-star recruit, field general archetype, obviously played at Oregon, won the Heisman Trophy there. Here it looks like he'll stay on the West Coast, looking at UCLA, USC, Arizona, Cal, and Washington State. Now, if we look at the rest of the quarterbacks, this guy, Keenan Smith, he is a 5-star from Cali, improviser archetype, and we are first on his board. So we're going to add him, and that'll be it. Okay, looking at running backs, and we got three real life running backs here, and the first one is going to be Devontae Freeman. Now, he played at Florida State. Here he's going to be a receiving back, 5-star recruit, 12th player in the country. We don't really need a running back here, so I probably won't go after him. He's going to be looking at Georgia, Florida State, Florida, Alabama, UCF. The next real life running back is going to be Melvin Gordon. Now, Gordon was incredible at Wisconsin, was one of the best running backs in college football. Got drafted in the first round by the Chargers. Here he's going to be a 4-star back, receiving back archetype. He's looking at Pitt, Troy, Appalachian State, Syracuse. So kind of some smaller schools, honestly, for him. Then our last real life back is going to be DeAnthony Thomas. Now, he's going to be a 4-star recruit here, only the 191st player in the country. He's from Cali. He went to Oregon in real life. Here he's going to be looking at USC, Texas, Oregon, Arizona, and Fresno State as his top schools. Looking at the running back recruits, there is this guy here we're number 1 on his board. He's a 4-star back, 34th player in the country. We'll add him. But like I said, we really don't need a running back in this class. So I'm not going to go too hard at these guys. Okay, wide receiver. This is a great wide receiver class. There is 6 receivers in this class and some really good ones. So the first one we have here is going to be Devontae Adams. He's going to be a 5-star recruit, 22nd player in the country. He played at Fresno State in real life, but here he's going to be looking at Iowa, Mizzou, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio State, and we're not on his board, so we're not going to add him. Next up, we have Sammy Watkins. Now, he's going to be a deep threat, 5-star recruit, played at Clemson in real life, was a top 10 pick by the Bills in the NFL draft, looking at us as his number 1 school, then Texas, Ohio State, A&M, and LSU, so we are definitely going to add Sammy Watkins. Next up, we have OBJ, Odell Beckham. He's going to be a 4-star recruit, 40th player in the country, deep threat archetype, went to LSU in real life. Here he's going to be looking at Florida, Clemson, us, Georgia, Florida State. We are definitely going to go after him and Sammy Watkins so far. Next up, we have Brandon Cooks. Now, Cooks is from California, played at Oregon State. Here, this guy's from Cali, but his first schools are actually LSU, Texas, then Oregon, Clemson, USC. Deep threat archetype, 4-star recruit, super fast, really good career in the NFL. We're 6th on his board. We're not going to go after him. Next up, we have Jarvis Landry. So this guy, he was actually at LSU, teammates with Odell Beckham. Nice NFL career with the Browns and the Dolphins. Physical archetype, 4-star recruit. He's looking at Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Florida State. We will add him. And then the last receiver prospect here is going to be Mike Evans. Now, Mike Evans here is a 4-star recruit, 100th player in the country. Physical archetype, 6'3", 219. We'll actually up him up to like 6'5". And he's looking at Alabama, LSU, A&M, Texas, Oklahoma. So we will add him as well. So those are probably the receivers we're going to go after. That's like a good group. Even if we got 2 of those guys, we'll be in a really nice spot. Okay, we only have 1 real life tight end in this class, and it is going to be Austin Seferian-Jenkins. He was a big time recruit, went to Washington. He's from the state of Washington as well, UW. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, possession tight end. He's going to be looking at Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, and Arizona. Looking through the rest of the group, we have this 4-star who we're 2nd. We'll go after him, but yeah, nothing else probably there. Moving on to offensive line, we have 3 offensive tackles. The first one is going to be Lael Collins. He went to LSU, big time player there. Was supposed to be like a 1st-round pick, and then some stuff happened, but was so good at LSU. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, pass protector archetype, 9th player in the class, and he's looking at us, Georgia, Florida State, Nebraska, Texas A&M. We are definitely going to add him. Next up, we have Greg Robinson. Now, he went to Auburn, was the 1st or 2nd overall pick by the Rams in the NFL draft. One of the craziest offensive line athletes ever. Absolute freak show. Here he's going to be a power archetype, 5-star recruit, and we're actually 1st on his board as well, so we are definitely going to add him. Then the other real life recruit is going to be Sirius Cyrus Kuyanjo. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name again, but he played at Alabama, really good in college. Here he's going to be a pass protector archetype, 4-star recruit. He's looking at Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, Tennessee, Ohio State. We will add to him as well. And then looking at the rest, we also have the number 2 tackle in the class. He's from Virginia, Hayden Eberle, not a real life guy, but we are going to add him as well. We're in first for him. Then we move on to guards. These are all auto gens, so we'll just kind of go through. So we have the number 2 guard who are 4th, number 1 guard were 2nd, then 4th, and then this guy were 3rd. So we'll go after those 3 guards. That's a pretty good group. Then for centers, we have the number 1 center. We're actually 6th on his board, but we'll add him. If you're a center and you're the 10th overall player in the class, that's pretty crazy. We also have the 3rd. We're 3rd on this guy who's a 4-star as well. So that is where we're going to cut that off. Now moving on to defensive ends, and we have 2 real life DNs in this class. The first one is going to be right here with Stephon Tuitt. Now, Tuitt played at is from Georgia, but played at Notre Dame in real life. Long NFL career, played with the Steelers. He's going to be a run stopper archetype. We're actually even going to make him a little heavier than this, but he's going to be a 5-star recruit. LSU, us, Arkansas, Texas, Georgia. We are going to add him to the board. Then the other real life D end is going to be Jadeveon Clowney. Now, Clowney is from South Carolina, played for South Carolina. Coming out, he was the number 1 overall recruit in this class. He was maybe the number 1 recruit of all time. Crazy amount of hype. Was good in the NFL. Not actually maybe lived up to the hype, but was still really good. And we're actually 2nd on his board as well. So we're going to add both of them. Then looking through the rest, we got a 2nd here and a couple other 4-stars who are 2nd and a 4-star who are 1st. So we'll add all those guys. So really good DN class here. Moving on to D tackle, and we only have 1 real life D tackle. It is Timmy Jernigan. Here he's going to be a 5-star recruit, 4th player in the whole country, speed rusher archetype. Timmy Jernigan is from Florida, played at Florida State. Here he's going to be looking at LSU, us, Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia. So maybe the 5 biggest schools in the country. We are definitely going to be going after him. Then if you look here, we got a 5-star who were 3rd, and then another 4-star who were 3rd. We'll go after those 3. And then we have 1 outside linebacker here. He's kind of an inside outside linebacker, and this is going to be Ryan Shazier. Now Shazier is from Florida, but he actually played at Ohio State. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, and he's looking at Georgia, Florida, us, Florida State, and Ohio State. So we will add him to our board as well. So this guy's from Alabama. Definitely going to go after him. He's a 5-star, 4-star here who are 2nd. Our board's starting to fill up, so I'm going to just cut it off there. For middle linebackers, our board is filling up. We have this guy who's a 5-star, 6th player in the class from Hawaii, but we're actually 1st on his board, so we'll add him, and then that's pretty much it for middles. We only have 5 targets left. Moving on to corners, and we have 1 real life corner in this class, and it is going to be the number 2 corner, Quandre Diggs. Now, he was kind of a corner safety in college, played safety in the NFL. Here he's a 5-star recruit, 7th player in the country. We're 5th on his board, but I will add him. Then at the other corners, we got a 5-star, number 2 player in the country, and we're 2nd on his board, and another 4-star here who we're 2nd on his board as well. We're going to add those, and then we only have room for 2 safeties. So free safeties, we have none. These are all auto gens. We have a 4-star who are number 1 on his board. We'll add him. Then if we go to strong safeties, we have 1 strong safety, real one, and it is going to be Clinton Dix. Clinton Dix played at Alabama, but from the state of Florida. This guy's going to be from Florida, 5-star recruit, hybrid archetype, 8th player in the country, and he's looking at Clemson, Florida, Florida State, us, Georgia. So we are going to add him as well, and that'll give us 35 targets. So now I'm going to go through my board, scout all these guys, offer scholarships, and then I'll show you guys later kind of what we're looking like. Okay, before we advance, we'll just kind of quickly look at our schedule. So we got USF, North Carolina, at West Virginia, home versus Florida State, Kentucky, Florida, Arkansas, Texas, A&M, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Auburn. Honestly, for the SEC, I mean, there are non-conference games, 2 pretty highly ranked teams plus Florida State, but I don't know. I actually think it's not crazy hard. I think we can definitely handle that. There is the Heisman race right now. Julio is starting in the 3rd spot right now. Caleb Downs is on there for Ohio State. That is insane. Okay, we're going to get into the 3rd season here. Okay, so we do have a game week 1. We'll take a quick look at recruiting here, and we'll just kind of go through our board. So starting off first with Johnny Football, and we are in 2nd on his board right now. We actually don't have any of those unlocked yet, but yeah, we're going to send the house with Johnny Football. Definitely send the house. And yeah, Johnny, definitely would like to get him on board. Our other QB we were going to go after, he's a 5-star, but we scouted him. We already see he's not a gem, so we got that really good QB last year. We're going to go all in on Johnny Football. We're just going to kind of let that guy run. This running back, really don't care if we get him. We'll just kind of like hang out. We'll see if people are really going hard at him. We'll see, maybe we can give him points later. Getting to the wide receivers, this is big. So first up, we have Sammy Watkins. We are first on him, looking like we're making the most headway right now. Us, Ohio State, Texas A&M, LSU. So we are going to send the house for him for sure. Then Odell Beckham, same thing, but we're the only one to offer him so far. We're like already about to get into his top 8. I think we're just going to contact friends and family. We're the only person to offer him, really the only people to go after him at all. So I want him, but we don't need to really kill ourselves to get him. Then we have Jarvis Landry. Once again, we're the only person to offer him. We did scout him and we can see that he is a gem. So we are going to go after Jarvis, and we're going to send the house after Jarvis. We're going to go pretty hard after him. I really want to get these wide receivers. Then lastly, we have Mike Evans, and same thing. He is getting offered by more people, but we scouted him and we seen he is a gem as well. So we're going to send the house for him. So we're going to go really hard after those 4 wide receivers, hopefully even end up with 3 of them. Moving on to our tight end here. We're actually making decent headway with this guy. Not a position we super need. So I'll contact friends and family for now, but if I don't get him, I'm not going to lose sleep. Okay, moving on to offensive line. And first we have Lael Collins. Really want him right now. Michigan looks like they're doing a little better than us. So we are going to send the house 100. We're going to send the house for all 3 of these big offensive tackles. So we got first Lael Collins. Then we got Greg Robinson. It's us, Arkansas, LSU, Georgia. We are going to send the house for him as well. Then we got Cyrus, and we scouted him and we actually see he's a gem. Really, it's us in Georgia that's going after him. We're sending the house. Even if we got all 3 of these guys, we can move some inside to guard. We can move them all around. So definitely going to go after him. Now, auto gen guy, this Eberle, he's a gem as well, but I don't really have the points, I don't know, to really just go all in on offensive line like this. We do have to spend some on defense. So we're going to go after 25 for him. Then we have a guard here who is also a gem. So we're going to go 25 for him. Like I said, we got to save some points for defense here. We have a left guard, right guard, and that is it. And I don't even think we're going to do anything with these 2 right now. Then moving on to our centers here, the one who's a 5-star who I was kind of excited about ends up not being a gem. So we're actually not going to go after him. We do have this other center here, 4-star. We will go 25 points to him. And that is where we're going to end it right here with offense. We're going to start getting into defense here. So moving on to defensive end, and we have Stephon Tuitt. Now Tuitt, we looked, he's not a gem. We already fully scouted him. He is a 5-star. We're going to not rescind the offer, but we're just going to not really go hard after him right now. But we have Jadeveon Clowney, and we did scout Clowney, and he is a gem. So we already know that. We are going to send the house for Clowney right here. We're going to try to get in there. Bunch of offers already, but us, Ohio State, Georgia look like his top. Moving on to some auto gen guys. We're first on this guy. We'll go contact friends and family for him. Another D end here. We're first, us in Kansas State. We'll go friends and family. Another D end who we're first, 4-star. We'll go friends and family. Another D end here. We're first, but we've already got kind of going after a lot. So we're going to hold off on this guy for now. Then we get to D tackle and Timmy Jernigan. It is us and LSU are battling for him. He's a 5-star recruit, 4th player in the country. We are going to go super hard at him. We're sending the house. We could have him and Sharif Floyd locking down the interior of our defense. Then we have a couple of auto gens here. This guy we're fighting with Michigan. He's a 5-star as well. So we're going to send the house for him. Then the other guy, 4-star, we're just going to go friends and family for him. So only 25 hours. Moving on to outside linebacker. And first up, we have Ryan Shazier. 4 schools going after him. Us, Florida, Miami are the big ones. We are going to send the house for Shazier 100%. The other outside linebacker, we got 2 here. I think both these guys, we're just going to go friends and family, I think. This guy's from Bama. We should have a good shot. But this guy's from Alabama as well. So we're going to go friends and family for both them. Then we have the big 5-star middle linebacker. He's from Hawaii. We're going to send the house for him. We're going hard after this guy. Big 5-star. It's us in Georgia. He really wants to come across the world to play at, in the SEC, which I like to see. Okay, we only have 125 hours left for DBs. Here we have Quandre Diggs. We are second along with Auburn right now for him. We're going to send the house for him. He's a 5-star 7th player in the country. Then we have a couple other corners. I'm just going to go 25 at this 4-star corner. Then we got this safety. He's only got one offer. And then we have Clinton Dix, who we know is a gem, and he's a 5-star. So we're actually going to go 50 to him just because, we really want So that is kind of what our board is looking like right now. Now looking at week 1, we have USF. They're only an 80 overall. This should be an absolute bludgeoning. We got to win this by like 40 points. Let's start off strong. We got McElroy, Ingram, Julio Jones as our big 3 this year. Let's light them up. So Quinn gets player of the week in the SEC defensively. Mark Ingram, 3 touchdowns, player of the week on offense. We do start 1-0 and we won 49-3. So that is what we like to see. McElroy, 279, 3 scores. We saw Ingram had 3 touchdowns. Julio, 72. So not a huge day week 1 for Julio, but we'll take it. Okay, now we got week 2, North Carolina. They're coming in as the number 7 team in the country. So they're an 85 overall. This is honestly not like a super easy game. So this is definitely one we got to come to play and beat UNC. Luckily, it is at home. So we do get it done. We jump to 2-0. Good start, obviously. So we beat UNC 29-21. So a lot closer here. And now we have our first road game of the year with West Virginia. Okay, looking in recruiting now. I didn't really show you guys after week 1. So Johnny Manziel, we are first on his board and he has narrowed it down to his top 5. So now we can look at starting to do some sells here. But we only know 2 of his right now. I'm going to let it go for just one more week. And then when we find out the third one, we can do some sells. But we are in his top 5. We're his number 1 school. Then looking at Sammy Watkins, it's us and Ohio State. He's still in his top 8, but really looks like us and Ohio State are the big ones. Then Odell Beckham, and we are still the only one offering. We're only going 25 hours. Looks like we're going to get Odell for sure. Jarvis Landry, looks like we're going to get Jarvis Landry for sure as well. So here, can we do we do know 3 of his right now. So we're going to remove send the house and we're going to do our sell here. So we are going to hard sell him on Workhorse. That's going to be A+ across the board. Plus it saves us 10 hours. Then Mike Evans, OSU, we are down to his top 5 here and we do know 3 of his. So we can remove send the house and we're going to go hard sell. And he is also Workhorse and that's going to be A+ across the board. So looks like we might get all 4 of those receivers, which would be insane. This tight end, we're only going 25 hours. We're in a good spot. Offensive line, starting with Lael Collins. We are in first. He's still in his top 8. So we're just going to stick with the hard sell. Greg Robinson, we are in first, still top 8. Stick with the hard sell. Cyrus, us in Georgia, and we're really kind of just lapping the field here. So we are going to stick with that. Rest of the O-line, Eberle, we're only giving him 25 points a week. We're falling behind a little bit, but I'm just going to wait on him. This guard, we are in a fine spot with him. We're only offering 25 hours, but we're fine. Moving into our 1 center we're going after. We're in the hunt. We're only going to 25 hours, so we're just going to kind of slow play him a little bit. Now, Jadavon Clowney, he's made it into his top 5. Do we know 3 of his? We know Coach Prestige, Championship Contender, and Brand Exposure. So we can remove send the house. Got to remember Brand Exposure is his other one here. So that is going to be to the house. This should be A+ across the board. Should put us in a really good spot with Clowney to have a really good shot with him. Rawlings, us and Clemson, we're only going 25 hours right now. We're going to just kind of hold with him. Same with this Connor guy, 4-star. Us and Kansas State are really the only ones offering. We're going to keep slow playing him a little bit. Same with this other end, Ellsworth. Don't need to go super hard at him right this second. We're in a fine spot. Now, moving to Timmy Jernigan. It is us and LSU. No one else is even offering. We only know Pro Potential and Championship Contender right now. We're going to add a contact friends and family. So we're going to go 75 hours to Timmy Jernigan. He's one of the number 1 guys I would really want. Moving on to the other D tackle, we're in a pretty good spot with him. First over Michigan. We do know 3 of his though, so we can remove send the house and we are going to go a hard sell on him. And he's going to be workhorse as well. So going to do that. The other D tackle, we're only going 25 hours. It looks like it's us in Miami. I'm going to keep him at 25 hours though. Ryan Shazier, us, UCF are the top schools. It looks like we're in a fine spot with him. Ringo, he's a 5-star. We're actually falling behind with him. LSU's going a little bit harder, but we're gonna slow play him. Same with Hodge, Clemson, us. We're gonna just keep kind of where we're at. Okay, 5-star, 6th player in the country, middle linebacker. Us and Georgia are really the only schools. We haven't narrowed it down to his top 5, so we're just gonna kind of keep it where we're at. Moving into corners, Quandre did narrow it down to his top 5. We only know conference prestige for now though, so we're just gonna stick at 50. So this guy, we're in first. We're only offering 25. Top 8, we're good. Clinton Dix, 5-star. We are number 1, still in his top 8. The only other one here is this Niles Knight. Do want to actually offer this guy. He's a 4-star, 58th in the country. All we can really do is DM plus search social media for now, but that is where we're going to end off. Okay, we got West Virginia now. It's road game. They're in 85, so they're actually not a bad team at all. Would definitely love to start 3-0. We did move up to the number 1 team in the country. O'Quinn gets another player of the week in the SEC, and we are 3-0. Ended up winning that one 45-22. McElroy 304, 4 touchdowns. Ingram 119 on 11 carries. That is crazy. Durgan, Julio both had nice days. Durgan pretty good. So Durgan looks like he's probably our other number 2 wideout after Julio. We do have Florida State this week. This is going to be at home though. Okay, so with Florida State, they are ranked. They're in 87. So this is the best team we have played on paper. Try to keep the winning ways going at home, which is nice. Let's go. So 4-0. So we made it through our first 4 weeks, get into our bye. It was 24-17. So a close-ish game against Florida State for sure, but we get it done. They actually had more yards than us in this one. Probably being at home might have saved us. Yeah, Julio, bit of a slow start through 4 games, not going off right now. We did get our first 2 commits. So they are going to be, or actually we might have got more once I scroll down, but they are going to be Jarvis Landry and Mike Evans. So it's 2 4-star real life receivers. Lock them down. We also got Jadavon Clowney locked up. So 3 real life guys right here by week 4. And that is it. But right now, Johnny Manziel, we are doing pretty good with him. We did unlock the 3 things. So we can do hard sell here and know which ones we need. Going to be aspirational for Johnny football. We could probably even add some DM as well. Okay, we're going to sim through the bye, and we have another bye here, but I kind of want to look at our schedule. Is there a regular season game we really want to watch? We don't have Georgia. Texas could be good, except they're 1-3. Maybe Texas A&M. So we'll kind of keep an eye on Texas A&M. If we're super, if they're undefeated or 1 loss, and same with us around them, we could go on the road, watch that, and then we'll watch the SEC championship game and the playoff as well. Okay, we might have signed another recruit here. We got the D tackle, not Timmy Jernigan, but a good D tackle. And we got Ryan Shazier. So 2 more signees right there. I love it. We are absolutely killing it in recruiting right now. Okay, we're going to dance through the bye one more time. We do have Kentucky here. Let's go into recruiting. We just signed. Okay, so we just got Johnny Manziel signed on the dotted line. We did get Timmy Jernigan. So that's massive to lock down Jernigan right here. We lost out on Quandre Diggs to Georgia. So that's the first big time recruit we've lost out on this year. So we're going to sim through that Kentucky week. Okay, so our recruits are coming back, and there is Sammy Watkins. So we do lock down Sammy Watkins. This receiving class. We also lock down Greg Robinson, get a big 5-star offensive tackle. We also get Cyrus Kuyanjo, actually played for Bama in real life. So this recruiting class, guys, is looking like it is going to be absolutely loaded. Oh, Quinn, this guy gets player of the week every week. This guy's a freaking stud for us. So now we are 5-0. So we did end up beating Kentucky. It was 28-25. So 3-point win. So our last 2 games have been a little closer. We are getting into Florida, Arkansas, Texas, A&M, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. So a lot of SEC opponents now. Tough games. We got to keep it going. Okay, Florida, they are 4-1. They're in 89 overall. Game of the week. You know what? Maybe we'll watch this game. Maybe we'll hop into this. This is a huge game. Is it home? You know what? This is the game we're going to watch, the regular season game. 89 overalls. This is a really, really good Florida team. Okay, so we are going to super sim through the first quarter here. And it is 3-0 us, 10-0 us. So we jump out to a nice lead there. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 7. We get a 31-yard run by Ingram, 2nd and 6 from the 6. So basically 2nd and goal. We can technically pick up a 1st down here. McElroy under center here. Gonna hand this off. Mark Ingram get downhill and he is in. Mark Ingram for the score. There we go. Mark is jacked up, puts the crown on his head. There we go. So we are blowing out the Gators right now. That is what we like to see. Okay, let's see what our defense can do here. We got them to 3rd and 7 already. They're going 2-by-2, kind of a spread look here. Okay, drops back. They got a lefty and we get a sack right there. He is going down. Is that Sharif Floyd? Is that our freshman? I don't remember what number for Sharif was. No, that is Dion Coleman with the sack. So, man, we look like an absolute just unit right now. We get a big return, 5-yard run, penalty on the defense, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2 from the 9. This can be a run. This can be a pass. Can do it all right here. McElroy and shotgun, kind of a bunch look to the bottom, motion across. I don't know if we have Julio out there. Is Julio injured? McElroy getting flushed, buys time, drops it underneath. Nice completion right there. I gotta check our injuries. Oh no, that was Julio right there. Did Julio change his uniform or something? So Julio switched to number 11. That is so weird. He was number 9 last year. I'm pretty sure I didn't know they could switch numbers because I never told him to, which is funny because that was his Falcons number. That is so weird. Okay, so I didn't do that. Somehow Julio switched his number to 11, which is actually just funny. So that's his NFL number. And okay, so Julio, not injured, picks up the reception. 1st and goal from the 2, and we punch it in, and it is 24-0, 3rd and 6. They're punting again, 2nd and 10. Here's a 3rd and long for us. We got trips to the bottom here. Oh no, actually, sorry, it's a 2-by-2 set. McElroy drops back. We block Ingram over the middle, fires it into Julio Jones. Julio goes for about 30 there. 162 yards right now for McElroy in the first half. We look like a unit. McElroy, Julio, and there, touchdown to Corey Goody, 42 yards, and we are blowing the doors off the Gators. They punt again. 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Okay, so they got 43 seconds. They do start out with a 30-yard reception, but they're already in 3rd and 10. We'll watch here. Let's see a big play from the defense. I want to pick 6 right here. 4 down line. Looks like could be man coverage. Time, lefty. Oh, picked. Yo, I thought he dropped it. Pick right there. This team, boys, we are building an absolute juggernaut. Florida has no chance. Absolutely crazy. Okay, we're going to go to the end of the game here unless something crazy starts to happen. 34-0. Just a blowout. So we kind of let the foot off the gas, but we win this one 34-0. Florida comes to Tuscaloosa and gets blown out. They had 194 yards to our 418. McElroy 283, 2 scores. Ingram 80 and a touchdown. Julio 140 and a score. The crazy thing though, after this year, we could lose Ingram, McElroy, and Julio, our big 3, and it'll be interesting next year. This year we feel like we are scary, but we'll have to see how we're looking next year for sure. Okay, we're gonna advance, and there it is. We lock up Odell Beckham. We lock up that 4-star tight end. We also get Lael Collins. So we are getting basically everyone we wanted. We get that center. We get that really good 5-star middle linebacker. Our class. We have basically no one we're even going after anymore. We are going after this running back a little bit. Like, I don't even care if we get this guy. I'm going to up him because we have so many hours now. This right guard, going to do a hard sell on him. Sunday Bound and Rawlings. We're actually in a 3-horse race here. We'll go friends and family as well because we have the points. Same with Shopling, friends and family. We did lose that other D tackle I was after. Oh, and we did lose that linebacker. So we lost the corner. So we haven't got everyone, but we've got most of them. Like, we are really not missing on many dudes, like every once in a while, but it looks like Haha is going to be a bit of a battle down to the end. So definitely not for sure that we get him. Then these are all kind of more of the filler guys who I'm not going to really lose sleep if we get them or not. Yeah, that is pretty much everybody I care about. We are the #1 one recruiting class in the country again right now. We do have 6 5-stars. No one else has more than 2. So I don't know if our class is going to be massive this year. We probably only get 20, 21, 22 players before transfer portal, but that is going to be plenty. We don't need those humongous classes where we're getting 26, 27 recruits. Okay, we got Arkansas here. They're an 88, so they're 1-5, but this could be a L. This could be a loss for sure. We'll see. So we do get that 4-star guard we wanted. Get another 4-star end. We do get that 4-star free safety, not Clinton Dix, but the other one. But then we also get Clinton Dix. So the class, guys, this is almost at the point where I'm going to kind of stop showing you guys the class. We'll probably look at it right here one more time, going after this running back still, and that's basically it. And then the kind of filler guys at the bottom. So yeah, I'm basically going to stop showing you guys the recruiting class. We'll go over it again at the end of the year, but we're at the point where we are, we're our big timer class, really the guys we wanted. We are locked in. We have 19 total recruits, 7 5-stars, 12 4-stars. Get a few more guys here, and then we will really be looking at the transfer portal. Now we're really going to dive more into the season. So we're 7-0. We have this Texas team who's a 91 overall. So they're 3-5, but we are on the road in Texas. This could easily be our first loss of the year. Let's see. It isn't. We are 8-0, but we are playing Texas A&M this week. They are 7-1. We already watched that Florida game, or I would have watched this because I want to watch SEC championship game. I want to watch all that good stuff, but we are 8-0. Let's do a bit of a look into college football, see how it's looking right now. So we are the #1 team in the country. We're the only undefeated, but there is a ton of one-loss teams. Like if we lose to A&M this week, they're probably going to jump up to the #1 team. We could drop down to like number 6 or 7 or 8. So like there is a ton of 1-loss, 2-loss teams. So we're still in a hunt here. Heisman watch. McElroy's in second. Jalen Lloyd, the receiver for Nebraska. But McElroy trying to win his second Heisman in the last 3 seasons. Look at some of our stats this year. McElroy, 2,200 yards, 270 a game, 21 touchdowns, 3 picks. Rushing. Mark Ingram having a really nice year, 88 a game, 6.1 yards per carry. Playing really well. Receiving. Meredith is actually out-receiving. He's only a sophomore, out-receiving Julio Jones. And then Eli Spruce, this tight end, big 5-star tight end, 55 a game. That's a really big number for him. Defensively, Wilson and Hightower for tackles. Nick O'Quinn, this guy's kind of our superstar, man. Sophomore, he doesn't have really any abilities. Power rusher, redshirt sophomore, 11.5 sacks, 5 TFLs. Maybe the best player on our defense right now. Interceptions, Forbes, Jenkins, Quinn, Hightower, kick and punt. Tavon and Unga are our kick and punt returners. Oh, and then Forbes and Ingram for punt. So that is where we're sitting there. Let's look at the team stats. So we are like 6th, 7th in the country in scoring. Georgia actually is the better offense than us right now, but we do have a really good defense. We are the #1 scoring defense in the country. So we are super balanced this year. Huge game against A&M though. Let's see if we get it done. One of our ends gets SEC Defensive Player of the Week, 3 TFLs, and we do win. We are 9-0 on the year. Crazy. We beat Texas 35-17, 30-12 versus A&M. So we are just playing great ball. We got Ole Miss right here. Let's just keep simming through. We do get a 4-star running back as well as another 4-star right end and another 4-star safety. That is going to be basically our class. I'm really going after 2 other players, so we'll see if we get them. Like I said, I don't even really care if we do. It's mostly just depth. Okay, we got Mississippi State on the road. They're 5-5. They're only an 82 overall. This needs to be a big win. Like we gotta, and then I think we have Auburn, and then we're done the regular season, I believe, or maybe we have one more game mixed in as well. Okay, we get that other 4-star back. We have 1 right guard we are still going after. We'll see if we get him. Prather, our safety, pick 6, 2 interceptions, and 4 tackles. We are 11-0. We're actually the #2 team somehow, and we have the Iron Bowl at home versus Auburn here. They're an 88, so they're not a bad team, but we got to get this done. So we are going to play Oklahoma in the SEC championship game. We are the #2 team in the country. We ended up beating Auburn by 24-21. So honestly, a close game. We whooped Mississippi State, beat Ole Miss pretty good to end the year. So close game. Iron Bowl is always tough. Who's the team ahead of us? Because I think we're the only undefeated. Somehow Nebraska is ahead of us, even though they have a loss, and we're the defending national champs. Doesn't make a ton of sense. Let's get the Heisman here. Oh, McElroy's not even on the list anymore. Dylan Raiola throwing to his receiver. They are kind of the top two right now, looks like. So there we go. So we are going to sim a week, and then we have Oklahoma, Alabama, SEC championship. Okay, so Alabama, Oklahoma, SEC championship game. Absolutely massive game on the line here. Okay, so here we go. We are going to check this one out. They're an 89 overall. This is not an easy game. So we are going to sim through the first quarter here. We're up 7-0, 14-0. There it is. So I don't know, guys. Our team is just so good. 26-yard punts. This is OU football. We have them at 3rd and 12 here. Okay. Gonna run a little fake RPO. He's gonna tuck it, and he is going down. That is a sack. McHenry Jr. off the edge. Is anybody gonna give us a game when we're watching? Well, every time we watch this year, we're just blowing teams out. I guess we've only watched 2 games, but and we almost just did lose to Auburn, but we're fine. Okay, Julio for 11 there. 2nd and 9, 1st and 10. That's McElroy to Meredith for 15. 3rd and 4 from the 14. McElroy and Ingram in the backfield. McElroy getting pressure in the end zone. That's it. Oh, down to the 1. I think that's Eli Spruce, our big 5-star tight end. Kid is a freak. 13 yards right there. We actually get a -3, 3rd and goal from the 3. So let's see if we can punch this in. Bunch to the top. Spruce and Julio in the bunch there. McElroy drops back. End zone, and that's Eli Spruce. I love this kid. 5-star tight end. Gonna be an absolute freak. Once we lose Julio next year, he might be our #1 weapon. There we go. I mean, Julio could come back. He's only a junior, but I have a feeling he's probably gonna try to leave. Okay, there we go. Finally a big play for Oklahoma, but already 3rd and 9 here. Directing traffic, fake handoff. He does have time. He's gonna go deep. Over the top. Oh, he's wide open. He threw it out of bounds. Oh my gosh. You had a wide open 50-yard touchdown, blown coverage for us on the back end, and they cannot convert. And then Julio Jones for 78 yards. We are up 28-0 in the SEC championship game. They do pick up a 1st down here, a couple firsts, and then they get a 41-yard rush TD. So they cut the lead to 21. Our ball, 3rd and 9, trips to the top. McElroy drops back. Plenty of time, like a year to throw. Oh my gosh. I don't know if McElroy, and then you miss on that. I don't know if I've ever seen a QB just sit there. No pressure, standing tall, waiting there. We do have to punt though. I mean, if they can go score here, they got a shot, but they're in 3rd and 14 after the sack. I mean, you get a touchdown on this drive. You go down 14 at the half, you do have a shot, but we'll see. No, they're just going to run the ball. So yeah, you're really just giving up there. Dante Hightower meets him in the hole. They have 11 carries for 49 yards. Not horrible, but we'll take it. Going to be our ball now, and we have a chance to go down and score. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 here. We're up 21. Let's go put another touchdown on the board and just put this one to bed. McElroy. Oh, that's really good interior pressure there. Just dropped our guard back into our QB's lap. Got the sack. Big play there for OU. They get the ball back. I mean, I keep saying if Oklahoma can score before the half here, you never know. And they do. They get a 64-yard touchdown. They're only down 14 now. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. Okay, that's just going to put us at the half. So all of a sudden, OU has a little life. We're going to go to the 4th quarter and we'll see where we're at. We do score again. Okay, we scored 2 touchdowns. So yeah, it's 42-14. We're just going to go to the end of the game here unless something wild happens. 21-42, 49-21. We are a unit. We are trying to recreate Nick Saban's run at Bama, and so far we are on our way. We are the defending national champs in year 3, and we have to be the odds-on favorite. McElroy's pass for 448 and 7 touchdowns. Oh my God, this guy is an absolute freak. Fires it into Eli Spruce there. Greg McElroy. 448, 7 touchdowns. Ingram, we could not get the run game going at all. Durgan had 251 and 2 scores. Julio, I don't know. Julio had 111, 37 yards a catch for Julio. So we win the SEC, and we are going to advance here. So McHenry gets player of the week this week, 3 sacks. We did see one of them live as well. I don't know how McElroy, I was going to say McElroy better be getting offensive player of the week. So we are going to look at the bracket here for the college football playoff. USF, Nebraska, A&M, Oregon, Colorado, USC, Clemson, Oklahoma. Florida State, Arizona, Michigan get the bye. We are going to play the winner of A&M, Oregon. So those are, we already played A&M once. They're one of the better SEC teams. Oregon always has a good roster. So that is going to be a really good, really tough second round game, first round game for us. McElroy wins player of the year. Does he win the Heisman though? He wins the Heisman Trophy. McElroy, the SEC championship game, put him over the top. So McElroy wins 2 Heismans in his 3 years as a starter. So only the second player in NCAA history, along with Archie Griffin, to win 2 Heismans. Wins the Johnny Unitas. To have him and Julio. Wow. Best defensive player in the SEC. No, this is of the year in the country. Nick O'Quinn, 17 sacks. Humongous year at outside backer for him. McElroy wins best quarterback. Mike Johnson, best interior lineman. We got the best center. Nick O'Quinn, best linebacker. And there we go. So that is what we are working with. We cleaned up at award season. McElroy, if we win another national championship, McElroy has like a chance to go down as one of the best college football players of all time. We have a rematch with A&M in the Cotton Bowl. We are going to check this one out, but he's going to win 2 natties. If we win the natty this year, he'll have 2 Heisman trophies and 2 natties in 3 years as a starter. That is pretty tough to beat. Nobody's done that. So, okay, here we go. So this is to go to the semi. We did beat A&M once, but they're a really good team. Okay, we're going to go through the first quarter here, and we are up 7-3. So close, not super high scoring. 4th and 9, they're going to punt to us. We start out 2nd and 9, 3rd and 6 from the 39-yard line. So McElroy shotgun, Ingram beside him. Julio's at the top of your screen. That might be Eli Spruce in the slot there. We're trying to set up a screen to Ingram. Use your block. Use your block. There you go, Ingram. Pick up the first down. Okay, keep going. Pick up 16 yards to Spruce, 12 yards to Meredith, and we punch it in. Julio for 22. We go up 14-3. A&M football, pressure on here. They do get a 25-yard reception, then another big catch, then 1st and goal from the 6. So we will watch from here. A&M trying to cut this down to a 14-10 lead. Us on the Bama side, we want to try to cause a turnover. We want to make a big play on defense, get them off the field. They're doing a jet touch pass. That's our guy, Kyle O'Quinn, I think, right there with the big tackle. We're going to watch this whole drive right here. Looks like a press man look for us. Could be a 0 blitz. They're going to hand it off. Linebacker meeting the hole. Dante Hightower. Great tackle. Now it's going to be 3rd and goal. Holding to a field goal would be really nice right here. 3rd and goal from the 5. Bunch to the top of the screen for A&M. Drops back. Too much time. They're going to take off. Hightower drops him at the 2-yard line. Are they going to go for this? I have a feeling they're just going to kick it, so we're not going to watch it, but we'll see. They go for it on 4th down, and they punch it in, cut it down to a 4-point game, and then we fumble. They have it on our 18, on our 20. Okay, holy. So they can actually take a lead here. 3rd and 12 from our 20, definitely in field goal range, though, so they can cut it down to a 1-point lead, even if they don't convert here. We're going to bring it up. Boom! Dante Hightower fires through the A gap. That is massive. It's only down to the 28, so still within field goal range, but going to make it a way harder kick. They do make it, though, from 45 yards. Okay, our offense has got to get going. Okay, 2nd and 7 for us. We pick up a 1st down, 13 yards, 2nd and 10. 1st and 10 after a Durgan 13-yard gain. 2nd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 1st and 10. So we were just slowly working our way down the field, and then boom, 21-yard touchdown to Julio. We go back up 21-13, but this game, then they just hit for 29 yards. They're down to our 21. 1st and goal from the 6 again. So A&M is giving us all we can handle in the first half here. They score. They can go for 2 and make this a tie game going into the half. 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Going to take off back of the end zone. Wow, that is a great throw. A&M, they are a play away from tying this. Are they going to go for 2? They're just going for 1. Why not go to tie it right there? I don't really get that. So it looks like we're still going to hold on to a 1-point lead going into the half, but A&M is playing toe to toe with us. Crazy. So we are going to go to the fourth quarter now. So we're going to sim through the whole third and we'll see where we're at. So we go up 24-20, 23-24, 1 point game here. Okay. 3rd and 3 for us. Okay, here we go. 3rd down, 26-yard line. In field goal range, could go up 4, but we want to go up 8 right here. Hand it off to Mark Ingram. There we go, Mark. Big hole. Make a guy miss. That's fine. We will take that. Big hole there for Ingram. Doesn't look like our run game has got going at all, but there we go. We go for 11, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9. We're going to watch from here. Trips the top. Julio at the front of the stack there, or the bunch there. Julio beat him off the line. Going to Julio. He had him. He had to put air under that. Julio was wide open. Oh, we got to watch that. This game is so big. That is a tough throw. Just did not put it where he had to. We are going to have to try 3. We do make it. We are back up 4. A&M ball. We get a sack and we got him to 3rd and 13. We have got to get off the field here. Time to go defense. They're going empty. Directing traffic. Drops back. He's going to throw a screen pass to the outside. We make a tackle. Huge tackle there. Get off the field. Our ball. Oh no. We just got a penalty. Oh no. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Still our ball. 3rd and 3 already. We have it on the 31. So a long field goal here. Might even have to be 4 down territory if we don't convert here. Motion the guy across. McElroy. Deep drop, fires it over the middle. Boom, Eli Spruce, our 5-star tight end. I love Eli Spruce. He just looks like an absolute beast. Huge 17 yards there on 3rd down. We get all the way down to the 1-yard line and we punch it in. So we're up 11 here. Somewhat comfortable. We actually stop them. They go for it on 4th down. They convert. Then they get a 27-yard run, 2nd and 7, and they get a touch. No. Oh, we picked them off. What happened there? I accidentally clicked too many. Oh, they fumbled it and we recover for 16 yards. That might put it out of reach here for A&M. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 4 from the 33. Even a field goal here puts us up a full 2 touchdowns. Bunch to the bottom. McElroy fires it to the flat. That was a little scary. Sometimes those are picks. So take your 3 here. That is fine. 37-23. This one should be over. 4th and 2. They do not convert. Yeah, this one's over. Okay. So we're going to just sim to the end of this one. And then if we make the national championship, we're going to watch that as well. So we're up 37-23 final. Winning the Cotton Bowl. Beat A&M for the 2nd time this year. McElroy is jacked. The boys are ready. We're off to the semifinal. A&M had us in the first half. They were right there, lockstep. And 4th quarter, we kind of pulled away. Because it was a 1-point game going into the 4th quarter as well. Okay, we're going to advance. So we play Nebraska. McElroy wins Player of the Week again. So this is Nebraska with Rayola. They have that receiver almost won the Heisman. Okay, we got Program Builder unlocked. That's good. Wow, we have a lot of coins right now. Upgrade points. Which one's Program Builder? This one. Let's see what these do. Ooh, I like this. Players. We're going to do this one. Players with a 3rd and 7th round grade. Wow. And then, yeah, so we're going to do players less likely to transfer too. This roster retention, and then I want it when I get 10 more, I'm going to do players with 2nd round draft projections are less likely. I want to try to keep our guys as long as we can. So we do play Nebraska here in the Sugar Bowl. We are going to sim through this one. So we might lose. You never know. But if we win, we will watch the Natty, and that'll be against USC or Michigan. Wow, what a top 4. Bama, Nebraska, Michigan. Oh, and we were the 4-1 seeds. We were the 4 teams with the bye. So crazy. Or no, USC didn't have the bye, but they're the 4th ranked team. Okay, so we're going to sim through this game. Let's see if we win and go to the national championship. We win. We beat Nebraska. Kyle O'Quinn has another 2 sacks. This guy might get over 20 sacks this year. McElroy has 6 more touchdowns. Crazy, man. And we're playing the Trojans in the Natty. USC is 12-3. We are 15-0. I want to see that Nebraska score. 49-10. So that Auburn game was close, and then we've just been blowing out top 10 teams here. Okay, SC Bama. Let's go win this Natty. Okay, so here we go. This is a big one at SoFi in LA. Definitely one we want to take home here. Trying to go back to back back here. USC's in our way. Actually, let's look at USC's like depth chart. Who do they even have? Like, what is their... I guess I should have looked at this before. Their quarterback's good. 90 overall. Good running back. 90 overall receiver with Makai Lemon, Xavier Jordan. So they have a really good offense. Yeah. Okay. So this is a good team. They're going to be able to score points. Let's see if we can get it done. Gonna sim through the first quarter here, and we have a they score right at the end of the quarter. They are up 7-0. Gonna be our ball, and we actually get stopped on 4th down. Their football, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 7. So let's see what our defense can do here. Let's go defense. Let's go O'Quinn. This kid's an absolute freak coming off the edge. He's gonna have like 20 sacks this year. Going up over the top. Oh, that was into traffic, but he holds on. Great throw, great catch by Deuce Robinson. Keep the chains moving. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 7. We get a stop. They're going to have to punt. 2nd and 9 for us. 3rd and 3 from our own 27. McElroy trips to the top here. Julio up at the top of your screen. McElroy, quick little swing pass on 3rd and 3, and we get it. Eli Spruce, or not a swing, but a little arrow route by our tight end. Eli Spruce for 6. I love this guy. Keep it going. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 1. We convert. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 7 from the 49. It's a big down right here. Trips to the top. Once again, Julio not soloed, but up at the top of your screen. Gonna motion Spruce across the field. Back out the other way. Gonna fake the handoff. McElroy. Oh, and he goes down with the sack. Got to get rid of that football. That looked like a fake screen wheel type play. Wasn't there for us. We punt it. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Okay, so our defense has been playing good. Our offense has been stymied by this Trojans team a little bit, so we got to keep it going here. Get off the field. Bring in a blitz. They block it up. And yeah. Oh my God, this guy might be gone. Oh my goodness. And that's what happens. Hey, I'm all good with blitzing, but if you're blitzing, you better get home, because if you don't, they're going to go for 32 yards like they just did there. Then they pick up another 14 yards. We get a penalty. 2nd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8 from our 29. So they are in field goal range. Looks like they'll at least get that unless we can get a sack or a pick here. 4 down. Fake handoff. Block it up over the top. Oh, that's a pick. Let's go. Huge defensive play. Let's go. We break a tackle. Who is that? Wow. Is that Prather? He's waving to the crowd. Yeah, that's Prather, our stud safety. Quarterback had a ton of time and kind of just left that up, and we pick him off. That is a massive play. Okay, now our offense has got to capitalize. 3rd and 1. We do convert. 2nd and 5. We're getting no big plays. 4th and 5. We get sacked there. Their ball. 146 left. 2nd and 14. 3rd and 14 from the 10. I have a feeling we're not going to blitz here. Last time, oh, looks like we might, but last time we got eaten alive on the blitz. So on that last 3rd down from basically this exact same area of the field, they're just going to hand it off here though. We get the tackle. We're going to have about 30 seconds to try to do something here. Oh, we get a huge return. We have the ball on their like 28-yard line, 25 seconds left, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9 from the 27 here. We have 18 seconds. We do have a timeout, so we can get like a nice 15-yard gain and have lots of time here. McElroy. No, McElroy. That is the one thing you can't do. Get sacked for 10. I don't even know if we can kick a field goal now. We can't. We are getting shut out at the half by the Trojans. Never would have seen this coming. We're going to go to the 4th quarter. 14-0 USC. We do get a 14-7. Okay. So we're down 7. Oh, and we get a field goal. First play of the 4th quarter. So we're down 4. USC ball. 3rd and 7 from their own 26. This is a huge down. We got 4 down linemen rushing 4. They're running draw, and we get the stop. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, our ball down 4. Time to make a play. 2nd and 10. We get a big play there. 18 yards to Spruce. They pick us off. They pick us off. McElroy throws the pick. 1st and 10 for them. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 5 from the 42. We can't even let him get any yards here. We cannot let him get a 1st down. They'll be in field goal range. I want to bring a blitz here. I want to hurry them up, not give them anything easy. They're going to run draw. They're going to run draw. We stop them. Dante Hightower. 4th and 1. I have a feeling they're going to go for this. I would go for this if I was them. Yeah, here we go. Play of the day so far right here. Can we get off the field? Are they going to pick up the 1st down? Drop back. 4-man. Wide open. Hits on a little curl. Can't play soft coverage there. You got to get up. You got to pressure them. You got to be in every receiver's face. Makai Lemon for 13. Yeah, 4. First and goal from the 8. Second and goal from the 5. We're going to watch here. So they can go up 2 full scores here with the touchdown. We hold them to 3. We're down 7. A touchdown will tie it. They're going to hand it off. Let's go. It is going to be tough to run on us down here. You're probably going to have to throw the ball. I don't think you can just run the ball in between the tackles down here. We have too much beef. Okay, let's go. Here it is. Third and goal from the 5. They're going to pass. End zone dive. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown Trojans. Ugh. Okay, we are down 10 with 5:26 left. Or sorry, 11. The extra point. Second and 10. Third and 10. 21 yards. Second and 10. Third and 3. Fourth and 8. And we went for it and we didn't convert. I thought we were going to punt. Third and 9. We need to stop here if we want any shot. Not looking good for us no matter what, but if we get a stop, we have an outside shot here. 3:44 left. A first down basically ends it for USC. Too much time. Wide open. He dropped it. We kind of hit him as he threw. Dante Hightower gets in there. Stud middle linebacker. We have a bit of a shot here. We need a big drive. We get 20 yards to Julio. 23 to McDuggan. To Durgan. First and 10. Second and 5. First and goal from the 8. Okay. We need a touchdown right here. Try to snap it before the 2-minute warning. Go, 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 go. Go, go. We have 3 timeouts. Snap it. Snap it. Snap it. Okay. We need end zone shot. End zone. Nothing. Okay, no run the ball. We can't waste time. Just 3 more shots to the end zone here. McElroy. Julio, get in there, Julio. Brady Mason guy miss. Down to the 1. Oh, and we had to burn a timeout. Oh, that's awful. It was a good job by Julio to even make a guy miss, but now even if we score here, we had to burn a timeout. McElroy. Julio got jump back. That's a pick. That ends it. Oh, McElroy throws a pick on the 1-yard line. If Julio could have dove in there. And that is going to do it. That's going to be our undefeated season down the drain. We are going to be 15-1. L in Natty. We did win the SEC. Damn, that is tough. I'm gonna go to the end of the game here. SC did it to us. National champs. We were trying to go back to back. We're losing McElroy. We could lose Julio. We could lose Mark Ingram. It's gonna be a different team next year. We had under 300 yards of offense. McElroy probably had his worst game of the year. 244 through 2 picks. Couldn't get the run game going. Julio had 3 for 49. Durgan was pretty good, but our offense just let us down in that one. I am not even mad at our defense. 21 points to that USC team with that much talent on their offense. Not mad at it. Our star-studded offense just didn't perform. So we're going to advance week here. Can't believe we lost that one. So final top 25. We finished second. Clemson, Nebraska, Michigan, Texas, Oklahoma, Florida State. Jacksonville State gets in there. Kennesaw State. Wow. All-Americans. We'll look at that. Childs at USC beats us out. We get our right guard. There's no way. We were 15-1 and that's our only All-American. Come on. And we didn't get any second teams. Come on. We're 15-1. We almost won the DJ Fluker is our only fret. Come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Okay. Let's look at some stats. So should add more All-Americans. Obviously not a big deal, but McElroy 4,500 yards, 47 touchdowns, 5 picks. Mark Ingram 13-18. Really hope he doesn't leave this year. Could have him and Julio back. We will see. But Julio actually finishes as our 3rd leading receiver, which is just odd. Durgan and Meredith both should be back next year. We'll see with Julio. He's a junior, true junior. Eli Spruce had a wicked sophomore year. 55 yards a game as a sophomore tight end is crazy. Defensively, Dante Hightower, absolute stud for us. Still only a sophomore. Wilson, Kareem Jackson, really good year at corner. But Nick O'Quinn, man, this kid was a freak show. Sophomore from Alabama, 19 sacks on the year. And then McHenry, also a sophomore from Alabama. So these two, 19 and 17 sacks at outside linebacker. Interception, Prather, Hightower, Kareem Jackson, Forbes, Jenkins. Return, Tavon, Unga. Punt return, Mark. Team stats, that's where we're at. So like 4th on offense, 4th or 5th on defense. So we're a super balanced team. Really good effort, but not enough. We came up short by a game. We're going to advance the offseason now. Okay, let's loot. Players leaving. This is huge. Julio, Mark, both going to be gone. Literally says we have no chance. Persuade. Julio, gone. Mark Ingram, gone. Mike Johnson, looks like we got him back. So we did get our guard back. Who else do we lose? Julio, McElroy, Ingram, Rainey, one of our guards, Kareem Jackson, Prather. So we actually didn't lose a ton of guys, but we lost literally our 3 best players with McElroy, Ingram, and Julio. So it is going to be a different team next year for sure. It's not going to be the same squad. We'll have to see how we do. We've been getting great recruiting classes, but you never know till you actually get in there. Draft results, McElroy, we had 4 first rounders, Rainey, Julio, Ingram, and McElroy. Okay, now getting into offseason recruiting and transfer portal. So we don't care about any of these guys. Our recruiting is basically done. So without the transfer portal, we only signed 23 guys. Some of these schools are signing 34, 35, 31, but we have 7 5-stars. We get 16 4-stars. I am more than happy with that. And now we are just going to go hard at the transfer portal and see what we can do here. Jeremiah Smith. We are going insanely hard at him. So he, in this real life recruiting class right now in real life, he's the #1 receiver. People are saying he might be the best receiver prospect since like Julio Jones. So he's going to be going into his senior year. He was at Ohio State in real life. We're going to go all in on him. Free safety, AJ Watkins. What? Oh, I got to take some guys off our board. That is one thing I got to do here. So Jeremiah Smith would literally be the perfect player to take over in our Julio spot next year. I don't know what his overall is, but he should be an absolute freak. 6'3", 215, literally can just be our Julio. Okay, this AJ Watkins looks good. D tackle, sweet. Right outside, boom. Another right outside. John Trey Jones, Malachi James. Like, we're just don't need another running back. Guard, sure. Corner, sure. Deion Coleman. I don't know what our QB situation is looking like. Oh, that our board's full. Okay. I mean, we didn't really need a quarterback, I don't think. Deion Coleman. He was at Florida. He might be worth adding. I think we'll knock one more guy off of here and add him. Okay, so we add him. Now I'm just going to go through, offer these dudes scholarships, everything, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, so we got hours, everything divvied up to these guys. We got them all in for visits, so we're just going to kind of start simming through the weeks, and we'll see what we get. Jeremiah Smith, come on. Come be our Julio. So we don't get... Oh, that's just a line. Okay, we do have this program builder. We did get another 12 points, so I'm going to go players with second-round projections are less likely to go pro. So hopefully we can just keep as many of these guys as we can. Okay, transfer portal. This is week 2. So Jeremiah, we are by far in first. Looks like we're going to have a really good shot. Us in Georgia. Watkins looks like we have a good shot. Burley at D tackle, right outside. All these dudes looking like we have a good shot at them. We'll keep rocking here. We do get Jeremiah Smith. We get the safety. We get the D tackle. So yeah, get the corner, get the other corner, get the QB. Have 3 other guys who are kind of up in the air. Didn't get the 1 outside linebacker. Do get the 1 outside linebacker, and we get a running back. Killed it in the portal. Okay, we're going to sim to National Signing Day. Okay, so going to National Signing Day, let's look at the top classes. We're going to have the #1 class. Yeah, by far. You know, Georgia actually was right there with us. They just didn't get as many 5-stars and had more 6-star or 3-stars. So us in Georgia, #1 classes by far. Now, we are going to quickly go through all the recruits though, because there's all the guys who we didn't sign who are real life guys. We want to see where all of them went. So in quarterback, first up, we have Braxton Miller, and he's going to go to Penn State. So that's a big pickup for them. Teddy Bridgewater is going to end up at Clemson. And then Marcus Mariota ends up at Cal. So the Cal Golden Bears get Mariota. For running back, Georgia locks up Devontae Freeman. Pitt Panthers get Melvin Gordon. And then DeAnthony Thomas goes to Oregon, just like in real life. Wide receivers is just wild. So Devontae Adams ends up at Mizzou. Oregon gets Brandon Cooks. And then we already looked. We got Odell, Sammy Watkins, Mike Evans, and Jarvis Landry. I'm not even going to show you guys again. Defensive ends, Stephon Tuitt goes to LSU. Quandre State, ends up at Georgia. Yeah, and we finished with 3 of the top 10 players in the class. That's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna look at position changes. Maybe O-line, Carpenter, senior, guards, centers. We have a ton of, oh my God, look at our right tackles. Move Brandon Sheriff to right guard. We just have so many right tackles. So a lot of them are young, so we'll just see how it goes with them. Okay, that is kind of it for position changes. Okay, so this is gonna be the start of year 4. I'm just gonna make our recruits, put them on our team, get the next recruiting class ready, and then we're gonna start our last season of this episode. All right, so here we go, the 2011 season. So this is gonna be the final season of this video. So right away here, I wanna kind of look at our roster. You guys can see our new signees, and we'll just kind of get a gauge of where we are at. So starting at quarterback, this is gonna be the spot where we have the biggest change this year. We had McElroy for the last few years, who was incredible. Now I'm either gonna start Coleman or Gash, but I think I'm gonna start Nicholas Gash. He's a redshirt freshman. He's got elite development traits, so the highest development trait possible. I think there's just, I think it makes more sense to go with the guy who's a little bit worse right now, but has the higher potential. And this guy's a junior freshman. He could be a 4-year starter for us. Moving on to running back, we got Jonzel Smith, who looks really good. And then we got Incoom behind him, who looks like an absolute stud. Elite development trait, develops at the fastest rate possible. So he looks like he's going to be really, really good. We do have young Trent Richardson in our stable of backs as well. Moving on to wide receivers, we got Unga, Jeremiah Smith, who we're bringing in as a senior, 98 speed, 97 speed. And then I think I'm going to play Tavon Austin in our number 3 role. So that is going to be our top 3. And then Durgan and Smith and Coleman will be fighting for our 4th receiver spot. Then if you go down, we brought in the big 4 young guys with Sammy Watkins, Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, and Jarvis Landry. Just kind of looking at their development traits right now. Sammy Watkins is a star. Odell has 99 speed, and I think he was impact. Yeah, Odell's got impact development trait, but he's got 99 speed. Mike Evans, 75 overall. He's got impact. And then I think Jarvis Landry might actually have the best. He's only a 69 to start, but he has elite development. So all 4 have above average development. Like, they're going to be just our 4 weapons that we're really building our future around. At tight end, we got Spruce, London, and Gideon, our kind of big 3 we got in 2 recruiting classes ago. Spruce has been really good for us, and yeah, we're really set there. Have a couple other young guys in behind them. Left tackle, Carpenter, Greg Robinson, Lael Collins, Luke Jokel. Greg Robinson, 79 overall. He's got star development trait. Looks like he could just be an absolute beast for us. Lael Collins, 79 overall, elite development trait, so develops at the fastest rate. So we got some really good young O-line. We got Zach Martin. That's our center group. Right guard, we got Brandon Sheriff waiting in the wings. And then we got DJ Fluker and Cyrus on this side, on the right side too. So we've been killing it on the O-line. Zion Goff, one of the best young, he's only a redshirt sophomore, up to an 89 overall. We got young Jadavon Clowney waiting in the wings here at defensive end. Impact development trait, 5-star recruit, 6'5", should develop into a pretty good player. D tackle, we got Sharif Floyd, and then we just brought in Timmy Jernigan. So these are kind of 2 young D tackles we're building around. Timmy's coming in with star development trait as well. I actually might redshirt him for a year because he's going to be our 3rd D tackle. So we might do that. Left outside, this is what we're working with. McHenry and Quim, both really good players. Hightower and Ogletree are going to be our starting middle linebackers. We brought in this Nate Moala. He was like the 5th player in the whole class. Star development trait, going to be our next line of really good linebackers we're bringing along. Courtney Upshaw, Jarvis Jones, and then we got Ryan Shazier as well. So we brought in a ton of real life recruits this year. Star development trait for Shazier. So, he can play inside outside for us. Cornerback, Milner, Joyner. I actually had to cut Stephon Gilmore. Milner has elite development trait. He's got 99 speed, and he's a 83 overall already as a freshman. So yeah, he looks like he is just going to be an absolute freak show. Here's our free safeties, and then strong safety. We got Mark Barron, Haha Clinton Dix, and Eric Reed. Haha looks like he's going to be the best of the group. Elite development trait. True freshman, already an 81 overall. So looks really good. So I don't know if we're going to be as good as last year. We're 15-1 both of the last 2 seasons. So we have a worse quarterback this year. We lost Julio Jones, who is our best player. So I don't think we're going to be quite as good, but I do think we are still going to be very good. Okay, going to go through our red shirts here. I'm doing all 4 of these young guys. None of them are going to touch a field this year. So all those wide receivers, I'm not going to show you guys every red shirt I do, but yeah, definitely those for wide receiver. On the O-line, I'm going to do basically all of our freshmen. The 3 really good freshmen we brought in this year. Going to do Clowney. I am going to do Jernigan. Buy a year with him. Same with Moala and Shazier. So yeah, we're just very deep this year. Honestly, if we had a better quarterback, we would be in basically the same spot we were in, but I just don't know with our quarterback position how that's going to play out. I am going to start Nicholas Gash though, so he will be our starter, and we are going to be playing Tavon Austin in the slot. And you know what? I really want to get D. Milner on the field. He's a little bit worse than this Wilson guy, but I'm going to play Milner as our slot corner. We can't redshirt him or anything anyway, so we might as well try to get him on the field, I think, and just let him improve. Okay, now we're going to go through the recruiting. We'll set up our board, and I'll show you guys the real life recruits we have this season. Okay, starting with quarterbacks, and we have 2 real life recruits in this class. First one, Jameis Winston. Now, Winston's actually from Alabama, but played at Florida State. You know, unreal college career, ended up being the first overall pick. We are 4th on his board. We just got Johnny Manziel last year, so I'm actually going to let it rock here. I'm not going to go after him. Then the other real life recruit is going to be Paxton Lynch. Now, Paxton's from Florida, going to be a field general archetype, 4th player in the class. We are 2nd on his board, but we just really don't need a quarterback in this class. And I'd rather these guys go somewhere where they could actually start and we can maybe play against them. So maybe I'll go after this Tyler Trout. We're 1st on his board. He's a top 100 player, but that's about it. He could always be a back for us or something. Moving on to running backs, we have 2 in this class, and the first one is going to be Kenyon Drake. Drake played at Alabama. Here, he's going to be a 5-star recruit, 4th player in the whole class. And yeah, he looks really good. Elusive back archetype. Georgia, Oklahoma, Auburn, Florida, Penn State, Ohio State as his top schools. Next up, we have Todd Gurley. Now, Gurley played at Georgia. He's from North Carolina. Here, he's going to be a 5-star recruit. Elusive back archetype. We're going to make him bigger. He's like 220, 225 size-wise, but we're actually 2nd on his board, so we will add him as well. We got another running back there who are 2nd in pride. Hayes will add as well. Running back isn't a super big need either. Really, skill positions aren't a huge need. Moving on to wide receivers, and the first one is going to be Amari Cooper. Once again, played at Alabama, from the state of Florida, 1st round pick by the Raiders in the NFL draft. We are going to sign him, or we're going to go after him for sure. Here he's 6'6". We're obviously going to drop his size down. He's like 6'1", but he's going to be looking at Alabama, Michigan, USC, Oklahoma, and Nebraska. Definitely going after him. Next up, we have Sterling Shepard. Now, Sterling Shepard played at Oklahoma. He's from the state of Oklahoma. Got drafted by the Giants in the 2nd round. Here he's going to be looking at Raging Cajuns, Tulane, Rice, so some small schools for him. Then we have Steph Diggs. Now, Diggs, route runner archetype, 4-star recruit, looking at Michigan, Bowling Green, Michigan State, Penn State, and Mizzou. And the last one is going to be Dorial Green Beckham. Now, Dorial was like the #1 high school recruit in this whole class. He's like a 6'6" wide receiver, ended up going to Missouri. Here he's a physical archetype, Bama. We are 1st on his board, so we'll add him. Florida State, LSU, Texas, A&M. But once again, we have so many receivers right now. We just brought in those 4 guys last year, so we'll just go after those 2, no one else. Tight end, all auto gens here. We have this one guy who we're 1st. We'll add him, but maybe we'll go after the guy we're 3rd as well. Moving on to offensive line, I'm always going to go hard at O-line no matter what. Our first real life recruit is going to be Ronnie Stanley. Now, Stanley played at Notre Dame, but he's actually from Nevada. Got drafted by the Ravens in the 1st round. Going to be a 4-star recruit looking at USC, Texas, Oregon, Clemson, Bama. We'll add him. We'll go after him. Next up, we have Taylor Decker. Now, Decker is from Ohio, played at Ohio State, 4-star recruit. He's looking at Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Michigan, Georgia. And then lastly, we have D. DJ Humphries. Now, Humphries played at Florida. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, power archetype, looking at Tennessee, Clemson, Texas A&M, Georgia, and UAB. Now, as far as the rest of the class, we do have the number 2 player in the class who are 2nd, 4th, 3rd. So bunch of O-line interested in coming here. I'm always going to go on O-line, big on O-line. We have one real life guard, and it is going to be Josh Garnett. Now, Garnett played at Stanford. He's from the state of Washington. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, pass protector archetype, UCLA, USC, Oregon, Clemson. We're not really doing great with the guards. We can always move tackles inside though, so that's fine. All auto gen for centers. This guy is a top 10 player and we're 2nd on his board. We'll add him. That's about it for center. Okay, moving on to defensive ends, and we have like an interesting group here. So a lot of just big guys here. First up, we have Leonard Williams. Now, Williams played at USC, but he's actually from Florida. Here he's going to be a power rusher archetype, 4-star recruit. We're actually 3rd on his board along with Auburn and Ohio State. We'll add him. Next up, we have DeForest Buckner. Now, Buckner is from Hawaii, and this guy's actually from Hawaii as well. 4-star archetype, run stopper. We will up his size. He's actually like 290, but he's going to be looking at Cal, Nevada, Oregon, San Jose State, and USC, and he went to Oregon in real life. Then we have his teammate at Oregon with Eric Armstead. Now, Armstead is from Cali. Here he's going to be a run stopper archetype, 4-star recruit, looking at A&M, Texas, Texas Tech, TCU, Baylor. And then lastly, we have Dante Fowler. Now, Fowler was like a top 5 pick coming out of Florida. Here he's going to be looking at Georgia, Clemson, Tennessee, Bama, and South Carolina. So just kind of going through the rest of the recruits here. We got a guy who were 1st, another guy who were 1st, a 2nd. We'll probably cut it off there. Looking at D tackles, and we have one real life D tackle. It is going to be Eddie Goldman. Now, Goldman played at Florida State. He was on those kind of Jameis Winston teams. Here he's going to be a 4-star recruit, 33rd player in the country. He's looking at Tennessee, Clemson, Georgia, Oregon, Oklahoma. Looking at our D tackles, really not a ton of interest from guys here. Here's 2 guys who are 2nd and 3rd, both 4-stars. We'll have them. Moving on to outside linebackers, and first up we have Shaq Thompson. Now, Thompson was from California, big time recruit, ended up going to University of Washington, drafted in the 2nd round by the Panthers. Long NFL career, 5-star recruit, 22nd player in the country, looking at Ohio State, USC, Texas, Oregon, Clemson. Then we also have Leonard Floyd. Now, Floyd played at Georgia, ended up being a top 10 pick by the Bears in the 1st round. Big, long, kind of a pass rusher, can drop into coverage here. 4-star recruit. We're actually going to up his size a little bit there, but he's looking at Georgia, Auburn, Tennessee, us, and Texas. Now, just looking through these guys, we're going to go after this guy here, 4-star, another 4-star who were 1st. Yeah, that's a decent group right there. Moving on to middle linebacker, and we have one real one. It is going to be Reggie Ragland. He's going to be a pass coverage archetype, played at Alabama in real life. We are going to be 3rd on his board, so we will add him for sure. Then we got another one who are 2nd there, and then we'll just kind of cut it off there. Moving on to cornerbacks, we only have one real life corner, Ronald Darby. Now, Darby played at Florida State. Here he's going to be a zone archetype. We're actually 2nd on his board here, along with Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Auburn. Played at Florida State in real life. We will add him. Got another guy 1st. Definitely kind of want to get some corners in this class, so we'll add those 4. Moving on to safeties, we got 2 real life safeties in this class. First up, we have Landon Collins. Collins is from Louisiana, but played at Alabama, was a 1st round pick. Really good career at Bama, run support archetype. We're actually 6th on his board, so not sure we're going to add him. Maybe we'll go after him, whatever. Then moving on to the other safety, we got Marcus May. Now, May is from Florida, played at Florida. Here, he's going to be a 4-star recruit, 164th player in the country. We're 1st on his board. We will add him. Then looking at just strong safeties here. The rest of these guys are auto gens. This guy, we're 3rd. We probably kind of need to start going after some kickers and punters, maybe. Yeah, we have a decent... We'll go after these 2 punters. Just add them to the board. Okay, so that is a recruiting class. I'm going to kind of go through my board, set it up, and then we'll look at it, or at the start of next year. Wow, so just going through right here, we got our first auto commit of the season, and it was actually Amari Cooper, who just commits on the spot, 5-star recruit, 15th player in the country, another wide receiver. So our wide receivers are just absolutely insane, but I'm just going to keep going through it. So looking at our schedule, we got West Virginia, on the road Colorado, on the road Ohio State. Okay, then Ohio, A&M, Ole Miss, Texas, Florida. I don't think our SEC schedule is insane, but Ohio State, Colorado, that's a pretty tough start, both on on the road as well, so we'll see. So just looking at the preseason stuff here, top 25, we're coming in as the #1 seed. We're not defending national champs, but there we are. Heisman watch, I don't think we'll have anyone on there. Arch Manning, Texas. Okay, so we're just gonna go through recruiting here. We have this quarterback. He is a gem, so I'm not gonna offer him anything crazy because we really don't need him, but we will offer him some. Next up, we have Todd Gurley. I would love to have Todd Gurley, so we're gonna go send this house for Todd right away. Us, LSU, TCU right there. This guy already scouted. We know he's not a gem, not worth going after. This Hayes, we just don't have like a ton of super big needs. We've been just killing it recruiting, so there's not really positions we super like desperately need. Dorial Green Beckham, we're already in a good spot with him. We'll go contact friends and family. We really don't need him, but whatever. Tight end, definitely a position I want. Target, we'll go send the house for him. Same with this guy, and we know he's a gem, so like we had that really good recruiting class a few years ago, but by next year there'll be seniors and juniors, so definitely need to keep that rolling. Here, Ronnie Stanley, of course, we already know he's a gem as well, so we're sending the house for Ronnie. This guy, 5-star, #2 player in the country. I mean, yeah, we're gonna send the house. I want to build just the best O-line and receiver group in the country. This guy scouted, not a gem, we'll let him go. This guy, you know, teens player in the country, send the house. Thing with these tackles, we can move them inside to guard, we can move them all over the field. This guy, 4-star, we'll go contact friends. Waller, 4-star, we'll go friends. And then this Luna, he's a 5-star, 8th player in the country as a center. We're gonna send the house for him. Leonard Williams, we are in first now. He's a 4-star, but we'll send the house. Definitely want big Leonard. He'd be a really good DM for us. Audric, 5-star, 12th player in the country. We'll go friends and family for him. Canty, 4-star, go friends and family. Shelly, 4-star, same thing. Friends and family. We're not going to get too crazy. We're only going after 2 D tackles. 4-star, I think we could go send the house for this guy. I always like to make sure you're getting the D tackles in the board. This guy, 4-star, same thing. I think we'll go send the house. Okay, we're starting to actually run out of points here, so I got to be a little careful. Lang, friends and family. We got this Imani. We see he's a gem, so I'll go friends and family for him. We only have 1/4 of our points left though. Morris, I'm just gonna let it rock. Definitely though, Reggie Ragland, 50th player in the country. We're gonna send the house for Ragland. Ring, we can circle back on Ring. Ronald Darby, definitely want Darby. We're gonna send the house. Cleveland, go friends and family. Then we have our 2 safeties, so I'm gonna actually just go, I'm gonna send the house for both safeties. So that's Marcus May. We know he's a gem. We're sending the house along with Landon Collins, sending the house for him as well. And we have 25 hours left. Said I would circle back on Ring. He is a gem. We'll go friends and family for him. So that's what we're looking at recruiting. I'm going to pull back on the recruiting, what I show you guys a little bit here. So I'm not going to show you guys that again till at least week 3, maybe even week 4. And then I'll give you guys another look at where we're at. Starting off, we got West Virginia at home. So obviously this is a big game. Want to start off with our winning ways. We're a really good team, but we have a hole at quarterback. It's going to be not a hole, but we're starting a redshirt freshman, 5-star recruit, but like this is a young guy we are starting, so we will just have to see how this goes. We're going to go through week 1. So we start 1-0, which we obviously like to see. We win 45-10, so kind of take it to West Virginia. Gash, 258, 5 touchdowns in his first career game. Tavon, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns, as you know, his first game really being a major weapon in the offense. So honestly, can't ask for much more than that. We are just 425 to 221. So huge day for us. So we're just going to get right into week number 2. We're at Colorado. Not an easy game, 84 overall. So they're not great on paper, but this is a game of the week as well. So keep our winning ways going. Let's have Gash have another big week 2 here. Okay, Tavon Austin. Wow. 10 receptions, 215 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So Tavon looks like he could be a superstar in this offense. I'm assuming we won if Tavon put up those numbers. 47-41. We do get the W, but that is a very high scoring game. Total offense 426 to 451, so very close. Gash 390, did have 2 picks, but had 4 touchdowns. So he's got 9 touchdowns in his first 2 games starting for us. Didn't really run the ball. It was Tavon Austin through the air. 21 yards per reception. Tavon went completely off. Okay, just simming through our bye week here. Okay, so this is obviously a massive game right here. There it is. Ohio State gets it done. That is going to drop us pretty decently down in the polls, though. So that is going to be Ronald Darby signs with us. Landon Collins. So a couple really good DBs just commit right here. Okay, we're actually going to go through the recruiting now. So So we're about week 4 here. I'm going to take you guys through, show you guys what we're looking like. It looks like it's going to be a really another really good class once again. So this quarterback, he's a gem. We're right kind of in the lead with him. If we want him, we actually probably could go, because we just got 140 more hours here. We could probably send the house for him. We don't really have any cells unlocked. Todd Gurley, it's a bit of a battle for Gurley right now. I'm going to just add a bit more to him as well, because we're going to take social media off. We don't really have any of his cells unlocked, but we're going to go contact friends and family on top. I definitely want Gurley. Hayes, another running back, not too worried about him. We're just going to let it rock. Green Beckham, us and LSU. Once again, I don't really care if I get him. We have so many receivers. We did unlock the cell for him, Sunday bound, so we will use that. But tight ends in a really good spot with this guy. We got his hard cell unlocked as well. Key conference spotlight, so we'll go after him. Ronnie Stanley, us, Texas, Oregon. We are already doing a hard sell. I might add contact friends and family. Definitely want Ronnie Stanley. He's a gem, 4-star recruit. Pena, did we unlock? Nothing really. We'll just keep rocking with him. Tatum, 3-horse race kind of right now. Could add DM the player, give him a little more. Waller. So this is the only guard we're really going after right now. Maybe we'll go DM the player for him as well. Luna, I definitely want this center. I have a feeling this guy's going to be an absolute freak. We did unlock his hard sell, so we're going to use that. Throw that on him. Okay, for Leonard, we do have his hard sell unlocked as well, so we'll go with that. Clutch, and I might add, might DM him as well. This guy, we're going to go 50 hours. We're going to send the house for him. He's a 5-star, 12th player in the country. I haven't really been going hard at him either. Canty, we're fine. Okay, we lost one of the D tackles. So that means this is the only D tackle we're going after in the class. So I'm actually going to make sure. Yeah, we have his hard sell unlocked. So we're going to make sure we're really going hard after him. So we're going to go 40 plus another DM. Leaves us at 20 hours. Lang, really not worried about him. We'll just let it rock. Definitely, this guy looks like he could be good, but I want to make sure we can lock down our guy Reggie Ragland here. I think we had his hard sell, yeah. So we're going to football influencer plus we'll DM the player. Still going to have 20 hours. Ring, we're falling behind on him, so we'll add a DM. He is a gem, so. And yeah, that is basically where we are sitting with this class. So pretty good class. It looks like we'll get a decent amount of real life guys, and just overall, we're in a really good spot to have a really good class. So I'll show you that again in probably 3-ish weeks, and that'll be pretty close to the whole class will be wrapped by then. Okay, so we're going to advance here. Okay, and we get another wide receiver in Dorial Green Beckham. So we've got 6 real-life wide receivers over the last 2 classes. We had a 4-star tight end. We do lock down Ronnie Stanley, so big right tackle, lock him down. We also lock down Reggie Ragland, so another real-life middle linebacker. And we lock down Marcus May. So absolute just a ton of guys right there locked in. Once again, we're probably going to have the #1 class here. Okay, so Ohio's going to be visiting us. This should be a big win, get us back on our winning ways. We did just lose to Ohio State, so let's just go beat Ohio, get a little tiny bit of revenge here. Okay, lock down another 4-star tight end here, so get a good group of tight ends. 4-star tackle, that really good 5-star center I wanted. So I really wanted this guy. He was one of my main targets. We do get Leonard Williams as well, that D tackle I wanted, and that is it. So already this class really kind of rounding into shape here. We do end up beating Ohio. We're still the #3 team in the country. So I actually thought we would have fallen a little bit more after that Ohio State loss, but and Ohio State ended up losing later. So they dropped down to #12. We have A&M, #1 team in the country. I missed that. This week we saw Texas 2's at #8. How we won by 1 point. Oh my God. We won by 1 point. And this looked like Gash's worst game. 2 picks, 247 yards. Wow. So Gash had a big kind of fall from grace there. He's definitely thrown a few picks so far. A&M here, 89 overall. They're the #1 team. Luckily, this is a home game, so that should help. But so A&M absolutely massive game. Do not want to be 3-2 right now. So this is a game we definitely want. We'll see if Gash can bounce back. Had a great first 3 games. Last game was not as good. Okay, we get that 4-star QB in. We get that really good 5-star offensive lineman. Get the 4-star guard. So class is really rounded into shape here. We end up losing. Somehow we're 3-2 and still the 5th team in the country. I know we've lost to some really good teams, but we lost to Ohio State and A&M to start. So we've lost as many games in our first 5 here as we did in the last 2 seasons. 21-14. So offense was really good the first 3 games. Last 2 games really struggling. Gash, he's thrown a lot of picks so far. Tavon still absolutely murdering, but yeah, Gash, gotta reel that in. Okay, we got Ole Miss here. We have got to win this one. 85 overall at home. This has got to be a W. Okay, Ole Miss, let's get it done. Can't lose this one. We can't really lose another game. I don't even know if we got 3 losses. I don't know if we're guaranteed. Okay, so there, huge recruit there. Todd Gurley, big 5-star running back, absolute free commits, 4-star outside linebacker, 4-star corner. Really don't have a ton. We'll go look at recruiting right here. We don't really have a ton left. So we do end up beating Ole Miss, but we have the number 2 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns now. So there is no rest for the wicked right now. We are just going through it. A&M, Ohio State, Texas, 3 top 5 opponents. Ohio State, when we played them, was top 5, but Texas A&M and Texas, they're the top 2 teams in the country right now. Ole Miss 21-10. So really the offense was just absolutely cooking the first few weeks, and now it's kind of struggling. Okay, well, this is probably the last time we'll look at recruiting. So get the QB. We still have this running back. Don't really care if I get him, but he's a 5-star. We'll see. And then 3 defensive ends here. We're going 75 hours on all of them, so we'll just see who we get. Right outside linebacker here, a 4-star, 75 hours. And then another defensive end here, a 5-star, number 3 player in the country. Another guy, we're going 75 hours. So we'll just kind of see where we land there. Us and Miami have the top 2 classes. We've been getting better on the 5-stars. They've been doing good with the 4-stars. Oregon actually has a really good class as well. 3 5-stars, 12 4-stars, 0 3-stars, which is good for them. So that is where we are sitting. Okay, Texas at home. Luckily, that might save us in this one. They're in 90 overall. So I don't even know if we're going to make the SEC championship at this rate. We got to win this game if we want a chance to win the SEC for the 4th year in a row. But let's see. I'm not feeling great here. I think Gash just might be a little young. I think next year we're going to be back. So we got a 5-star D end, 4-star D end, 4-star D end. Our class is pretty good. We basically are going after one more 5-star D end. That is it. We do beat Alabama or Texas. That is so big. We win 33-0. Wow. Shut them out. We held them to 100 yards of offense. How's that even possible? That is insane. So our defense, like our offense played good. Gash, another interception for Gash, but overall played well. But wow, held them to 100 yards. They're the number 2 team in the country. So we got Kentucky, Florida, Arkansas, Auburn. Gotta win all 4. Gotta win all these 10 this season here. Okay, we'll sim through this Mississippi State game, and then we'll kind of look at top 25, Heisman Watch, all that. So they're in 84. We gotta win this one for sure. Okay, we get that other 5-star back, 4-star outside linebacker, 5-star DN. So our class is basically done now. We have like one more linebacker we're looking at getting. We are pretty stud, like just star-studded right now. We're just gonna look at the top 25. 8 5-stars, 26 players signed. Our class absolutely just crazy good. Still have the offseason with transfers as well. So 6-2 right now. And I think this is going to be our worst team on paper, maybe for the next 3 to 4 seasons. We ended up beating Mississippi State 35-7, but man, Florida is 8-0. So this Florida game coming up is going to be super tough. Okay, let's look. Heisman Watch, Minchie. Yeah, no real life guys, none of our guys. So Nebraska, Georgia, LSU. Wow, look at all the SEC teams. A&M. Okay. Also want to look at conference. So I think in just the new conference, just the top 2 teams make it in the SEC because there is no conferences now. Conference record, we're 3-0. So we got to beat Florida and then we'd have the tiebreaker over them. I don't think we play Kentucky. Maybe we do, but got to beat Florida and then we still have a shot at making we play Kentucky this week. So we got to beat Kentucky right now. Then we got to beat Florida. And if we do that, we should be in the SEC championship game. They're in 83 overall. This has got to be a W right here. Oh, actually, I want to look at stats really quick. So Gash, like I said, he was so good at the start of the year. 160 rating is decent. Just the 10 picks. This is what's holding him back. 300 yards a game is really good. 10 interceptions is a ton. He's on pace for like 20 picks this year. Smith, Income, Richardson, we are really just not running the ball a ton. When we are, it's kind of a three-headed monster. Trent's actually been the best as far as yards per carry. Tavon is averaging 98 yards a game. Kind of had those two really, really big games. Jeremiah Smith, Unga, that is our top three. Really, really good. Unga's only a sophomore. Same with Tavon. So they're going to be our top two next year. Eli Spruce, been a really good tight end for us. Defensively, Hightower, been just a stud his whole career for us. TFLs, McHenry, Sharif, Zion Goff. Wow. Nick O'Quinn, this guy just puts up stats every freaking year, man. Put him on the field and he's just a sack master. 11 and a half, then 19 last year, already 10 this year. So absolutely just freak coming off the edge. And then nothing really crazy with interceptions. So we'll check again on that at the end of the year. Okay, huge game here. Kentucky, gotta win, gotta beat Florida. We can't really lose again, like I've said. We do win, and now we have Florida. So if we win this, we should be in the SEC championship game. They did end up losing the other day, so they dropped down to 8-1. Kentucky was 38-21, so nice win. And then Arkansas, Auburn should be relatively easy games, but this Florida one, tough. On the road at the Swamp, they are an 89 overall, so really good team. This is our fourth top 10 team we've played so far this year, which is tough. Okay, here we go. Florida on the road. Swamp. Let's go. Get the W. We need it. Oh, we lost. Damn. So we are not going to make the conference championship game this year for sure. That pretty much cooked us there. And now we are going to be on the bubble to make the natty, or make the tournament even. 4-2 in the conference. It's going to be Georgia, Florida most likely. We might not make the playoff, boys. Wow, that would be crazy. We have got to win out here. Like, are we in the bracket right now? We are. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, that's tough. Gotta win our last two. We lost by 9 on the road. Florida's now the number 2 team in the country. 3 losses on the year. Gotta beat Arkansas. They're 0-6 in the SEC. If we lose this, we're in real trouble. I knew this year starting a young QB was gonna be tough. Okay, we beat them, so we're 8-3. Gotta win the Iron Bowl. 11-3. Probably will make the playoffs still. 42-21 over Arkansas. Iron Bowl, of course. Auburn could sink us right here. They're in 87s. They're not a bad team at all. Is on the road. Let's go. Come on. Beat our Auburn. Beat Auburn. Okay, we did beat Auburn. Okay, so Ohio State lost to Michigan in the big game. 31-28. So, of course, it was an absolute just close-ass game. They actually out-yardaged us in this one. Gash had 3 touchdowns. Did throw another pick, though. Okay, so that should... We're not going to make the SEC championship games. That'll be our first time not winning the SEC in the sim, but we should make the playoff. Okay, this is SEC championship. Gonna sim through 9-3. We should make the playoff. We had such a hard schedule. So Minchie at Dame wins the Heisman. 48 touchdowns, 3 picks. Nick O'Quinn, best linebacker, 14 sacks. This guy's an absolute just freak. Okay, we did make the playoff and we played Georgia in the first round. We play the Dogs. They're 9-4, so they ended up having kind of a bad end of the year. Let's go look at this bracket. That is not the... I'm confused. That obviously can't be the bracket, right? There's something wrong with this bracket. It has Georgia's having a bye, but I don't really know. Maybe it'll update after this week. But anyway, it says we're in the playoff. It says we're playing Georgia, so we're just going to get into this one. We're a 91. They're a 90. You know, pretty much Bama's biggest rival. Well, let's get it. So this is in Georgia too. So they get the home game. It's raining. We have a freshman quarterback. We get out here with a W. I will be very happy. Yeah, we're going to go through the first quarter. They start out with a quick touchdown. We answer back 7-7. Then we get another late score at the end of the quarter. We're up 14-7. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 12 here for the Dogs. Bunch to the top. Let's get off the field here, defense. 3rd and 12. 4-man rush. O'Quinn! Nick O'Quinn, our just star pass rusher, man. This guy does not miss. Another sack. I think that puts him at 15 on the year. Huge sack there. Going to be back for our ball here. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. So offense, not anything going here. This is the 5th toughest place to play. Stadium is absolutely going off. Gash drops back. Plenty of time. Backs up too far. I don't know why he backed up more into the pressure. Throws that away. Punt. First down, Georgia. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 8. They convert. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 6. They convert. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 8 on our 32. Kind of a long-ish field goal here. So hopefully give him no more yards. Maybe even another Nick Quinn sack. I'd like that. No, oh, just hits him on a little comeback, sits down in the zone. That's going to be a first down, Dogs. And they get another big reception there, down to our 4, and they punch it in. So that's going to be a touchdown, Georgia. Tie this one up at 14, 3rd and 2 us, 4th and 2 with the punt. Oh no, 3rd and 1, and they get a 50-yard touchdown. All of a sudden, Georgia's up 21-14. Our offense has just slowed to a crawl here in the second quarter. Need something here, Gash. 3rd and 10 on our own 25. Do not want to give the Dogs the ball back right here. Gash drops back, rolls into the pressure, and we are going down. Georgia, big sack there. 10-yard penalty. Okay, yeah, their ball. We got them on 3rd and 10. We cannot let them convert. Get a stop, get off the field, give the ball back to our offense, and we actually got a shot here. Okay, Gash drops back. Oh, hits him on the wheel route. Their QB has 250 yards on our defense right now. Huge reception there. And then they score a 30-yard touchdown. He's like 300 yards passing at the half. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 3. Convert. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 19. Get a sack. Gash has taken too many sacks and too many picks. That has kind of been his Achilles heel so far. 3rd and 19, 46 seconds left. Here we go, Gash. Quick hitter right down the... Another pick for Gash. He's a young guy, and he is throwing the ball into some tough areas. It's another pick. Georgia ball. 3rd and 9. They don't convert, so we're going to have 20 seconds here. 3rd and 10. 4th and 10. Okay, so that's a half. We got to get something going in the third quarter here. We're going to sim through it. 21-27, so we do score. So we cut it down to a 6-point game. 4th and 13. Georgia punts. 2nd and 10. There's a 14-yard reception. 2nd and 10. Fumble. We fumbled. And then they fumble. Okay, so back-to-back fumbles, very odd. Jeremiah Smith for 13. 1st and 10, get to Unga. 3rd and 4 on the 46. So huge down right here. Huge down. Okay, drops back. Gonna do a little swing pass. Oh my gosh. Makes 2 guys miss. I don't know how he did that. Jonzel Smith on the sideline. Looked like he was totally bottled up. Works out. 3rd and 7 on the 32 here. Let's go, Gash. Make a play, buddy. Directing traffic under center. Drops back. Out route. That's going to be short. 4th and inches. You got to go for this. You got to go for this. Yeah, it's the right call. We got a big offensive line. They got to just blow some people off the ball here. Hand this ball off. Oh my gosh, we fell for it. That looked like it was going to be short. Jonzel does pick it up, though. Okay, let's keep it going. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 6 on the 20. I mean, a field goal, cut it down to a 3-point game, but we want to take the lead right here. Bunch to the top. Motion a guy across. Nope, fake handoff. Right there, Unga, down inside the 5. Oh, actually, that was Tavon. I don't know why there's 2 ends on Tavon. Didn't mean to do that. 2nd and goal. And there it is. Gash punches it in, and we take a 1-point lead with 5:45 left. 2nd and 15. We got him on 3rd and 15. Wow, this is huge. Get off the field here, defense. 4 down line. Drops back. Oh, Quinn trying to come. Oh, my God, wide open. Absolutely busted coverage on the back end. What happened there? Oh no. I don't know what happened on our defense. They're able to go up over the top, and I have a feeling they're going to go for 2 here. They do not convert though, so we are going to be down 5. So a touchdown puts us up 2. Incomplete completion there. Tavon. 3rd and 3. We convert. 14-yard reception. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10 on the 41. Crowd is rocking. Trips to the top. Tavon working in the slot here. Gash. Oh, setting up a screen. Got to use your blocks. You got room. Oh my God, he's going to be 4th and inches again. And once again, we got to go for this. 100% you have to go for this one. Last time we ran the ball, this is like 2 inches we need. Motion spruce. They're going to pass it. They're bringing a blitz. You got to get rid of it. On the run. Oh! In and out of Unga's hands. Oh, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8. Play, huge play right here. Can we get him off the field? Oh, in our hands on 4th and inches. Down 5. Can't let him score any more points. Got to get off the field. 2-1. Oh my gosh, that was almost. Drops it. Okay, they're going to have to punt. That is what we needed. Now we have 1 shot here to go win it. Okay, 3 yards, 3 yards. We convert there. 13 yards, Jeremiah. 8-yard reception. 15. Okay, down to the 26. 35. Oh, wow. There's only 35 seconds. We're going to watch from here. The clock is winding. We do have 2 timeouts, so we don't really have to worry about the clock too much here. Gash. No, can't take a sack. That is basically the worst thing you could do there. To have to burn a timeout. Okay, let's go. We need a big reception here. Something down the field. Diving stab. 3rd and 18. Okay, 28 seconds. Let's go, Gash. Motion. 4 down. No sack! Man, this guy, he has some bad awareness sometimes. I don't know. This is it. We need an absolute miracle. 4th and 32 on the 48. Drops back, up over the top, picked off. It's like 6 sacks, 2 picks for Gash. We're going to have to see how he improves this offseason, because if Manziel or Bortles comes in next year and has a better overall, I don't know. We might have to switch it up. That is going to do it, though. We are going to take the L here. So that is it. That ends our season. So we had back-to-back appearances in the national championship, and we end up losing here. Now, I did always kind of think this might be, kind of a low point season a little bit, just because really young quarterback, lose Julio Jones. Gash started out hot. He honestly, he throws too many picks and takes too many sacks right now. So he is a freshman, put up some big numbers, but that is where we are going to have to see some real improvement next year, because the rest of our team is going to be so loaded next year that we really got to see it. So there's the national championship. It's going to be A&M versus Notre Dame. So we finished 9-4. Now we did make the playoffs every year of this video, this first episode. So we lost in the semis, won in the natty, lost in the natty, lost in the first round. Gonna advance again. Okay, so look at the final top 25. We are gonna finish as the 9 seed. Notre Dame ends up winning the national championship by 1 point over A&M, Texas, Georgia, Michigan, Mizzou. 82 overall finished ahead of us. Heisman, we saw that the QB Minchie won it, and he won the national championship, so he probably put up some absolutely insane stats this year. All-Americans, Minchie, I don't know if we're gonna have any. No All-American first teams or second teams. Wow. Freshman, Incoom, Ogletree. I didn't even look in the preseason. We had Unga and John Zell. We had a lot in the preseason. Wow. We had an absolute ton in the preseason. Okay, let's just look at some stats here. So we'll look team stats first. So our offense, top 15-ish offense. Defensively, it's tough to look at the defense too, because guys all play different amount of games. I wish they would just show you points per game allowed. Like, I don't really get it why they wouldn't do that. Gash, 4,000 yards, 300 a game, but 14 picks. And does it show sack? 34 sacks. I don't really know where that sits compared to the rest of the country, but that just feels like a lot. Income, we just really didn't try to run the ball a ton. We were really throwing the ball. Tavon, 1,200 yards, 17 touchdowns his first year. Unga, gonna have a really nice year next year as well. He has like 99 speed, so him and Tavon are gonna be a pretty dynamic duo. Jeremiah was good this year. Eli has another nice year for us at tight end. Ogletree, wow, he led the team in tackles over Hightower as a freshman. O'Quinn, 17 sacks on the year. This kid just absolute freak. Only a junior as well. Led us in TFLs. 4 sacks for Rondell Forbes. McHenry had 2 as well. So that is where we're sitting there. So that is going to pretty much wrap this up. We are just going to sim to the off season here. Okay, players leaving. This is always massive. Unga, you're trying to leave? 0% chance. Wow. He played 1 year and we're not even, oh, he's a senior. Wow. Unga. That is crazy. So we lose Smith, Johnson, Unga, Jeremiah Smith, Upshot. We really do not lose anybody. We are going to be so freaking good next year. Unga and Jeremiah, we have so many young receivers just kind of opens the door. Tavon is going to be our go-to weapon next year, but we ended up having 2 first rounders with both our receivers. So Smith, Unga. Oh, this is our running back, John Zell Smith, and then Jeremiah Smith was a second rounder. Unga leaves after a sophomore though. Crazy. Okay, gonna look at the transfer portal here. Okay, we got a running back. I don't think we really need a running back, honestly. Corner. I'll always go after corners. Running back. I just don't really need one, I don't think. Another corner. This transfer portal cycle is not one I'm as feel like we really have a bunch of holes or really anything I'm trying to do here. Right end, 4-star, can add him. Left tackle, we really don't need him, but we'll add him. Center, maybe. Middle linebacker, maybe. D tackle, that's it. We really don't need these guys. Okay, so I just kind of divvied up those transfer portal guys. Not the biggest, gonna be the biggest impact players here, but we'll see. So corner, looks like we have a shot. The left tackle, probably not. Everyone else we're kind of in on. Okay, we get the middle linebacker, 4-star. Still have the D tackle and the corner up for grabs. So we get the corner, Assad Brown Jr., and we get the D tack. So three 4-stars, add it to the recruiting class, and that is going to be it. So let's go through the real life recruits here, see where all the real life guys signed, and then we'll look at top classes, look at where we finished. Kind of crazy though. We had 4 top 10 players and 5 of the top 12, 6 of the top 15 players we signed in the class just overall, which is kind of crazy. QB. So Clemson locks up Jameis Winston, huge pickup for Clemson. Nebraska is going to lock up Paxton Lynch. Nice grab for them. Running backs. Kenyon Drake is going to go to Georgia. Steph Diggs goes to Penn State. Raging Cajuns get Sterling Shepard. Ohio State gets Taylor Decker. And then Texas A&M gets DJ Humphreys. Josh Garnett is going to go to LSU. Cal is going to lock up DeForest Buckner. Texas gets Eric Armstead. And then Dante Fowler is going to go to South Carolina. Eddie Goldman going to go across the country and go to Oregon. Oregon also gets Shaq Thompson. Auburn is going to get Leonard Floyd. That is where all the real life recruits ended up. For top classes, us and Oregon by far had the best. They actually had a very good class overall. 5 5-stars, 26 4-stars. And Ohio State really too. 5 5-stars. They just didn't get quite as many guys, but us 3 definitely had pretty much by far the best classes. So over the 4 years, we had the number 2 class the first year and then number 1. So we are building a superpower. Okay, getting into position changes here. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything there. I think should be good. Okay, so we're just at the start of the next season here. I just want to quickly go through the roster so you guys have an idea what we're going to be working with going into next year. And this is a really good team. So at QB, Gash did improve a ton. So he went up to an 87 overall as a sophomore. Definitely going to be our starter again. Running back, we got Incoom as a sophomore. Trent Richardson in behind him. Did bring in Todd Gurley this year, who is looking like elite development trait. So fastest development possible for him. Looks like he is going to be a really good player. Receiver, Smith, Tavon, Coleman, probably our top 3. And then I'll probably play Sammy Watkins. Odell went up to a 79, 77, 76 for Landry. Then Amari Cooper, he is 97 speed. Does have star development trait as well. So we have just an insane group of receivers. Here's our tight ends, London, Spruce. Oh, wow. London actually improved a ton over Spruce now. So looks like he's going to be our starter. Greg Robinson, like the amount of O-linemen we have, Robinson, Jokel, Lael Collins, Zach Martin. Those are our 3 centers. I actually want to look at this Luna. I never looked at him. He's got elite development trait. He was the big 5-star I was trying to get. Brandon Sheriff at right guard. Right tackle, Beach, Fluker, Tatum, Cyrus, Ronnie Stanley. Just absolutely crazy. Goff and Odrick here. Kafka, and then Clowney, Leonard Williams. D-tackle, Sharif Floyd, Timmy Jernigan, couple other good guys. Still have McHenry and Queen, Nick O'Quinn, who've just both been nasty for us. Dante Hightower coming into his senior year, along with Alec Ogletree. We got this Moala guy coming along as well, plus Reggie Ragland. Right outside, Jarvis Jones, Ryan Shazier. Cornerback, D. Milner, who went up to a 91 overall already as a sophomore, 99 speed. Lamar Marcus Joyner, Ronald Darby, free safety, walk-in starting. Then we got Marcus May and Landon Collins coming along. Strong safety, Mark Barron, Eric Reed, Clinton Dix are three safeties. So that is the team we're going to be going into next year with. Should have a really good chance to get back into the national title contention. And the next episode for this series will be dropping next week, guys. Going to be 4 parts of this series. Let me know down in the comments too other historic teams you want to see me do these type of rebuilds with. And if you have made it this far, definitely leave a like on this video, and then you should definitely sub as well. Then if you guys actually play, NCAA online, college football 25 online, and you guys want to run real life schemes and get better at the game in a competitive sense, I actually have a channel where I break down real life offenses and defenses. I'm breaking down the Oregon offense, Oregon under Chip Kelly, and an Alabama match coverage defense that they ran under Nick Saban. And you can check out that channel if that sounds like something you would be into right here.